We dare to dream. That's what this sport is all about. Dream Chasers, 5 nights of captivating viewing, racing at its best. A series like no other. The Melbourne Cup and the Phoenix, the jewels and the crown of greyhound racing. It's the love of the owners, the dedication of the trainers and their heroic dogs. It takes a team, commitment and resolve. Who could forget Yarchie Bale taking out the 2022 Melbourne Cup?
Yarchie Bale! Yarchie Bale over the top has won the Melbourne Cup!
Or when the champion, Wow She's Fast, took out her second Phoenix.
But the Queen did it! Wow She's Fast has won it!
Moments in history, poetry in motion. The 2023 Sportsbet Dream Chasers Festival. It's where we dare to dream when anything is possible. Hello and welcome to the Meadows, the Sportsbets Meadows Racing Track for, of course, the opening night of the Dream Chasers Festival. 6 weeks of terrific greyhound racing where we get to see the world's best greyhound in action. It's going to be a terrific carnival, and it is Topgun night for the best sprinters and stayers in the land. It's an invitational race where you get to see the best dogs in Australia come to the Meadows tonight to try and take out Group 1 glory. We've also, of course, got the Hume Cup for the middle distance greyhounds, and we get to see the return in the Top Gun sprint of the superstar greyhound, the queen of greyhound racing in this country, and well, she's fast. I'm Gareth Hall. Let's welcome in the team, Georgie Ferrugia. Hello to you, mate. What a night it promises to be.
Yeah, it's so good to be back. I mean, we had so much fun last year over the 5 weeks, and I think you hit the nail on the head. Wow, She's Fast is the elephant in the room because we haven't seen her race for 6 months. We've got 3 cracking Group 1s, and I just can't wait to get into it.
Mitchie Bay joins us here on the desk as well. Mitchie, hello to you, mate. Well, She's Fast. Can they do the remarkable here, the Greenos, and produce her first up after 6 months off and win a Top Gun?
G'day, boys. Looking forward to tonight. I think they can. I know Cole wouldn't have her in such a race if she wasn't ready and absolutely flying. So what a race it's going to be. Bit of speed inside, bit of speed outside. So, yeah, can she go and make it another win to the list?
My favourite part of the night, no disrespect to you two, but it's James Vandermart's job because he'll be catching up with the trainers and the handlers as they take the greyhounds to the boxes as they prepare to do battle for these big races tonight. And James Vandermart, hello to you. I've spotted you dancing already with the music beaming, of course, across the Meadows tonight. It's going to be some party atmosphere.
It is, Hawley, as I say hello to you, mate. Right here behind me is the dance floor. It is the track here at the Meadows. It looks in wonderful order for one of the great nights of greyhound racing for the year. I believe the Top Gun is similar to the Cox Plate of thoroughbred racing. It's our Cox Plate here, and what a support card it is as well. 3 Group 1s, the Top Guns, the Sprint, the Stayers, the Hume Cup. It's a race for the ages, the Top Gun Sprint tonight. I love the changing criteria, a different field, a little bit of X factor throughout the 8 runners. And what about Wow She's Fast? You've already spoken about her, the queen of greyhound racing. She's back here at the Meadows, the scene of so many great victories throughout her career, and obviously the first 2 Phoenix wins as well to her credit. She is a phenomenal greyhound. I can't wait to catch up with Connections, in particular the Greenos, to see exactly how she's going. So for all of the inside info, stick around here on racing.com, Hawley. We're in for a fun night at the Meadows and 3 Group 1s to sink our teeth into.
Talking about Cox Plates and weight for age superstars, let's head out to Terry Bailey here because he's joining our coverage. He's one of my favourites. He will entertain us all night. Terry, hello to you, mate. And not only are you a superstar broadcaster, but I think this time next year you'll be winning a Phoenix and a Melbourne Cup. Hello to you. He was there, Terry. After that intro.
Thanks very much, Gareth. Really looking forward to the night here at the Meadows. It's the first time I've been here. I went to the Melbourne Cup and watched a great race, one of the best races I've seen in many, many years at Sandown going back last year. Really looking forward to this. I've only been once here outside the gates picking up a few greyhound pups who must have aspirations to come out and win $1 million race for me, Gareth. I badly need it. Just the thought of winning a city race is something special, but to be here tonight and to see a dog like Wow She's Fast, one of the greatest dogs alongside of Fernando Bale, I can't wait.
All right then, thanks very much for that, Terry. And we've got plenty to look forward to tonight, but the highlight for me is race number 10 on the program, the Sportsbet Top Gun, Georgie Ferrugia, because as we mentioned before, Wow She's Fast is first up for 6 months. And that is unusual for the sport of greyhound racing because it's like a thoroughbred having her first start in about 2 years. It'll be a remarkable training performance if she can taste success.
Oh, it would, and not only first start in 6 months, but first start into a Group 1 against hand-picked greyhounds. Such an intriguing race. You can get some nice odds about her because of that spell that she's had. The speed battle between Scalacci and Alpha Zulu, I think, is the key to the race, Mitch. It's an unbelievable Top Gun.
Mitchie, what about Scalacci? This is the greyhound that's got everybody talking at the moment, and he gets box number 1. He's just picked up a slot in the Phoenix representing Ladbrokes, and he was probably the last dog selected here in the Top Gun tonight. But he gets box 1. We know his box speed is exceptional. Can he take out tonight's Top Gun?
He's my on-top selection, Gareth. Yeah. I think that he's drawn beautifully. We know how important box stats are here at the Meadows, and I'll run through a few of those shortly, but he's got a great story behind him, does Scalacci, and there are those box stats. 60% of wins come from boxes 1 to 4. It shows how important, especially the 525. Have a look at that. 90 wins for the calendar year off box 1. It's a huge advantage. He's drawn so well, is Scalacci, come the Top Gun. So really looking forward to the race itself, but yeah, there's such good greyhounds going around here.
And Georgie, they're important, those box stats, aren't they? Because box draws win you races.
Absolutely, especially over the 500 and 600 metre guys. I think you can see the discrepancy with greyhounds drawn closer to the fence. Probably not so much, Gareth, over the 700 because they get to sort themselves out a little bit. But yeah, I agree with Mitch. I mean, that battle between those two greyhounds. Remember, we have seen Alpha Zulu go 4.95 early, which is nearly a track record run to the first split. So he's going to have to produce something similar to that. It's a cracker.
He's part owned Alpha Zulu by Jonathan Brown, and they tell me the big brown dog will be heading to the Meadows tonight to cheer on his greyhound, Mitchie Bay. But we need a winner from you, mate, if that's okay. What's your best?
All right, so we'll go to the race 1 market to start. There's Distress is your favourite, 360 into 260 as we speak. I like Mrs. Avenger here, 320 out to 380. It needs a little bit of luck. Granny Roses, $5 into 440, had some support. And Cadence Bell, 390. Surprising drift out to $5 considering the Delbridge clan at the moment. If you like Son of Cindy, you'll get $9.50 as we speak. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the gambling website.
What about the specials today, mate?
There's a money back special here at the Meadows. Run second, get a bonus bet back. So if you want to have a play here at the Meadows, plenty of good dogs. Just favour the inside with the percentages of those box draws from earlier.
We won't be running second, so we won't have to worry about that. Georgie Ferrugia, do you have a tip here before we go down to James Vandermark?
Yeah, look, my numbers are 3 to beat 7, 4 and 5. I went Distress on top. Look, its last couple of runs have been good, and why I've tipped it on top, I think it just shows enough early speed to get into a nice position. I think we're going to see a video of Mitch's on top selection, Mrs. Avenger, if we can.
We might just go to James Vandermark first of all before these dogs head out to the start. James, who are you catching up with?
We're not catching up with anyone, but what I am willing to do, actually, why not? Let's go catch up with someone. You've got me, Hawley. Let's catch up with Mr. Brian Fothergill, who's got a roughie here, Marion Vale Miss. She looks like a magpie. Can she run? Can she do what the Magpies did this year in the AFL?
Oh, I hope so, but my confidence aren't that great. But anyway, we'll just see what happens. I'm hoping she pings at the start, like last week, but...
See how it plays out. Good luck, mate. We'll move on to over here. We've got, we might get Karen Pitt. I've been wanting to have a quick chat with Karen before we give our selections. Interesting run of this one, Distress. Looks to have a big motor. Really fought them off well, I thought, last start to win the heat. How do you feel box number 3 is going to go? Are you confident she can repeat that performance from the draw?
Oh, look, I hope so. I think she'll find a bit of natural fitness. That was her first 600 last week. She had a 500 through the week at Sandown. She chased down a good dog in front of her, but she tried her best. I just hope she gets out in front, and you never know what happens from there.
It's probably rare, as we let you go quickly, to have that time between runs, 10 days or so between heats. So was that the plan, just to get a 500 to sharpen her up?
Yeah, definitely. Second up over 600, a bit of extra just would help her find
There we go. Karen Pitt hoping to find the line here with Distress and team. I'm pretty keen on number 4, Mrs. Avenger. We didn't get to Joey Borg, but I think she can balance up midfield, find the right run, and she will power to the post. I'm with 4, 6, 7, 5. My smoky, though, is number 6 in the blinkers, Smoke and Cindy. On the back of a big Flemington Carnival, it's probably only fair a Greyhound Sporting Blinkers wins the first here at the Meadows tonight on racing.com.
Thanks, James. Great shots here. We're taking you inside the inner sanctum of this greyhound world, and the shots are beautiful as we get close up to these wonderful athletes. And Georgie and Mitchie, talk us through how this race might play out.
Yeah, the early speed is so important over 600 metres, isn't it? But I can understand the dark horse being Mrs. Avenger. As I was going to say, her run at Horsham, and I think we've got some video of that. She ran 26.90 a couple of starts ago, which, as you know, Mitch, is just unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, I think that just highlights her ability. If she can get out like she does on that occasion, she's got to be a huge chance.
Yeah, it has to be a massive chance. Greyhound that relies on a little bit of luck. So if you're having a play on Mrs. Avenger, your heart might be in your mouth for a little bit. But the 3 is the greyhound that we expect to lead, Distress. I think it'll be one of those 2 that fight it out. But Cadence Bale, the kennel's flying for the Delbridges. It's hard to go past as well. But yeah, my numbers here were 4, 3, 7 and 6.
And do you know what? I just went to Terry Bailey. He said, Gareth, here's 500. In fact, he's given me $600. He said, Gareth, we can bet $50 per race. So take it away, Georgie. How are we playing with this $50? And we're gambling responsibly, of course.
Yeah, look, as I said, I think Distress can find the top here and be pretty hard to beat. It's a pretty open race. We've got a lot of 600s here tonight. So, yeah, look, I didn't mind her run here. She's only had the one start over the 600 and won it. She's going to have to improve on her time, but I think she can.
Mitch, you give us the promo here coming up with Sportsbet.
Well, there's your market on screen. Distress still favourite, $2.60. Mrs. Avenger, $3.60. Granny Roses at $4.40. Just a little move there. And Cadence Bale at $6. The promo for tonight, if you're not around this, there you go. All races, run second, get a bonus bet back at the Meadows tonight. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website.
And we're on racing.com, so the whole idea tonight, as well as hoping that we tip you a few winners, is educating you about the sport of greyhound racing. And you've always told me, Georgie, here at the Meadows, inside boxes over the 600 because the turn comes up pretty quickly.
Yeah, you want to be out and gone. Sometimes you can get camped out wide, Gareth, if you're drawn 6, 7 and 8. So you really got to show some good speed. And that's why I think some of the leading fancies are drawn where they want to be.
Geez, they've come a long way in a short amount of time, Daniel Hibbert, and be calling a Top Gun at the Meadows tonight. So let's head upstairs to our broadcaster. Here's Daniel for the call of the opening race on Top Gun night.
On Melbourne Cup Day in a strong race, 29.71 was its run there. 3.40 for Mrs. Avenger for George Borg. It's won 4 of 20. It's had 1 win from 2 starts. 4.60 for Granny Roses, who was second here in that race behind Distress. It's won 6 of 26, 1 start for a second over this trip. They're about to get set for the first of the night, the City View Bistro final. So the runners moving in as they get set on a beautiful night here at the Meadows. And a brilliant night of racing ahead. 3 Group 1s and the return of the Queen in Wow She's Fast in the Top Gun Sprint later on. But it is an amazing field for the Top Gun Sprint this year. Race 10 on the card tonight. Just about set. Green light. The festival is about to begin. They're set to run for the first. Ready, set, and away. Good speed out initially, Marionvale Miss. Underneath it goes Distress, and the favourite finds the lead. From in second, Marionvale Miss, and up to third was Granny Roses. Zars Ghost was fourth, followed up by Son of Cindy. Getting checked was Sereni Bale along with Cadence Bale, and at the rear of the field was Mrs. Avenger. Distress leads the way. It's 3 or 4 clear on Marionvale Miss. Up to third, Granny Roses. Trying to run on was Son of Cindy, and there are gap 10 to Sereni Bale, but the leader was Distress, and the favourite is going well. Distress into the straight is going to win the first by 5 lengths. Marionvale Miss second, third in Sereni Bale, fourth home Cadence Bale. Next in Mrs. Avenger from Marionvale Miss. Granny Roses and Son of Cindy both bumped into each other coming around the home turn. The time on the first is 34 and 60.
It's far from a distressing start to our night because we're all over Distress in the opening race, Georgie. Distress, well, she won it at the start.
Yeah, she did. That's what we expected her to do. And look, we expected her to improve on her time too, Mitch, and she did, running around 34.60. That's going to win you some grade 5 races.
Yeah, certainly out on the arm. Hard to beat here at the Meadows when you are so far in front like she was. So, greyhound that's flying at the moment, and I'm sure Karen Pitt will be absolutely stoked with that.
1 under Karen Pitt, and the boys are on fire to kick off proceedings here on Top Gun night. We'll take a quick break. On the other side of it, we'll come back with plenty more, including the CEO of Greyhound Racing Victoria, Stuart Lang. Great to have your company here at the Meadows on racing.com for the opening night of the Dream Chasers Festival, where we get to see the best greyhounds in the world do battle. over the next 6 weeks, and it's Top Gun night, and the first race is done and dusted, and Georgie Ferrugia, you're all over it. Distress for Karen Pitt leading all of the way.
Yeah, it was a good little run. That's how you want to win races. Jump out in front. She's improved on her time, and Karen's had a good year.
Yep, she is flying at the moment. Our first guest here on Top Gun night is the CEO of Greyhound Racing Victoria, Stuart Lang, who joins us here for our coverage. Stuart, you've been in the job now for just over a year. Has it exceeded your expectations? Is it what you expected?
Oh, it's been an interesting time, and you know, when we look at it 12 months on and having our inaugural Dream Chasers Festival last year, and to see it rolling around again, really exciting time.
And I loved the Dream Chasers last year. So we start with, as Terry Bailey said at the top of the night, Top Gun's like the Cox Plate. And then we move to the shootout, which is something a little bit different. And then we move on to the Melbourne Cup heats. And we finish off with the slot race, the Phoenix, which I think's captured the imagination of not just greyhound racing fans, but racing fans in general.
Yeah, I think the whole thing has come together really well, and a few modifications. The whole program now sort of shines a light on Melbourne as the home of greyhound racing at this time of the year, and we'll see greyhounds and trainers from all over Australia converging on Victoria for over $4 million in prize money over the next 5 and 6 weeks.
Sure, I speak to a lot of racing fans who might not be greyhound fans per se, but racing fans in general, and they still can't get their head around that we're racing for over $1 million in some races. Is it something that we can further educate the racing public, because it's life-changing, some of these races?
Oh, exactly, George, and I think this is a great opportunity to do that, to really shine the light on it. Our broadcast tonight, explaining to people that, yeah, as you say, $1.65 million for the Phoenix, $1 million for the Melbourne, the Melbourne Cup. The support of Sportsbet around all of that really means that we're going places, and people, you know, probably don't understand that the world's richest winning greyhound, Wow She's Fast, is in tonight, and we will see her making her comeback. You know, the fact that she's won $2.3 million is mind-blowing.
I think, to put it in perspective, I was in England this year at Royal Ascot, and there's the Prince of Wales, which kicks off proceedings there, the famous mile race down the straight there at Ascot to kick off that famous carnival. And I was telling people when I was in England that we've got 2 greyhound races worth more than all of your races there at Royal Ascot, apart from the Prince of Wales, which blew them away, Stuart.
Yeah, I think greyhound racing in this country clearly is the best in the world, and you know, we make no apology for the fact that we really think that Melbourne is actually the best greyhound racing in the world, and what you see over the next couple of weeks, the next 5 or 6 weeks, is the best greyhounds in the world competing, and that prize money is spectacular. But across the board, it's not just our major races, but across the board, the prize money is really worth chasing.
Yeah.
Stuart, are you surprised at how quickly the Phoenix has emerged? Obviously, Wow She's Fast winning in those 2 years has been incredible, but it is the one race that people do talk about that may not be greyhound people. It's just been unbelievable. We get to talk about it months in advance because we get the slot holders. Yeah. It's just been incredible, hasn't it?
I really think that's, you know, the whole concept is to give you that narrative and the opportunity to talk about the dogs early, and the drama about who's going to pick which dog when, and the tactics involved in all of that, and people keeping their powder dry until after races like tonight and even the Melbourne Cup Series. So all of those things make it really an exciting thing, and it creates the narrative and the opportunity to talk about it.
And it's Well She's Fast that's won the first 2 Phoenix. Wow. If she wins tonight, I think that we can rally up the Meadows organisation, the committee there, and we can call the Meadows the Well She's Fast Coliseum.
Well, you know, I think there's a fair chance you might end up with a statue of Wow She's Fast if she won 3. Yeah. But, you know, it's just mind-blowing to even think that she's in a possibility to run in her 3rd, and to win 3 in a row would just be out of this world.
She's the sports favourite girl. There's no doubt about that. Stuart, thanks for joining us, mate. Enjoy your night.
Thank you, and good luck with the night. Really appreciate the opportunity to see everyone out here tonight and kick off the Dream Chasers Festival in great style.
Good on you, mate. There's Stuart Lang, the CEO of Greyhound Racing Victoria. Mitchie Abaya, race 2's not far away. The best part about greyhound racing is that you don't have to wait that long for the next race.
Spot on, Gareth. Let's have a look at this market here, which hopefully shines up. There it is. Perfect blend, $2.80 into $2.15. Ethanol volume, if you like one that's a run on top, $4.60 into $4.40. Soda Frank is $5 out to $5.50. And Spectre Buster got it opened at 10s, back into $7. I think Fly Ali might get a nice run down the outside. Perfect blend is holding the big weight of money, though. As we know, inside box draws here at the Meadows are key. And let's check out the Sportsbet Black Book function. This is unbelievable. This, add all your favourite greyhound runners to your black book and get a reminder every time they are in action. So if you like Wow She's Fast or Perfect Blend, jump on the app, punch them in the black book. For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website.
All right, Georgie Ferrugia, what are you doing in the second race? You're 1 from 1.
Yeah, look, we don't want to be too boring, and we are going to give some value, but I am with the favourite.
I don't care about value. I just want winners, Georgie.
Well, I do like the greyhound off box 1 here, Perfect Blend. I liked its run last start. Again, I think it's drawn to sit into a really nice position, and if it does that here, I think it'll be hard to beat. I've got Perfect Blend on top. To beat number 4, who's Ethanol Volume. I really like this litter, Gareth. I think that they're going places. You were just looking at the speed map here, and this is why I think the greyhound off box 1 should be able to dictate terms. Number 4, Ethanol Volume. Then we'll throw in the 2 greyhounds drawn out wide. Soda Frank, who started his career quite nicely, and Fly Ali, very, very well-bred chaser who showed its best at Geelong. So my numbers are 1 to beat, 4, 7 and 8.
All right, then. So we're hoping the 1 can jump on the bunny and go all the way there, Georgie.
I think so.
Yeah. James Vandermut, I don't know if we can cross to James, if he's got some of the handlers as they get set to take their dogs to the boxes here for race number 2.
Yeah, let's go for a walk and catch up with a couple of these trainers. We've got Andrea Daly here. The Daly kennel have a really key-pronged attack in this. She's just taking the greyhound away at the moment because they are doing a stir-up, so it's a part of their formal procedure here just to do things the way they like. We might leave Andrea and just wander over here. We'll catch up with connections of number 5, Spectre Buster. Trained by Jimmy Shaw, the great Kiwi. What do you make from box number 5?
He had a good run a couple of starts ago, so hopefully he might make a better run tonight.
Yeah. He's a greyhound that can use a bit of the track, so box 5 potentially not too bad for him?
Yeah, he should be hopefully begin okay, and we'll see how we go.
Good luck, mate. Box 5, Spectre Buster, Jimmy Shaw. I'm not sure if he's sitting at home, the trainer, just relaxing, or what the go is. I did want to catch up over here. We'll take the camera over here, bit of roaming Jim, and have a chat to a great mate of mine, Jessica Hopkins, who has the red. I tell you what, you're drawing some good boxes of late, Jess. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I have had a little giggle with the draw she's been able to have. I do wish some of the others could draw the boxes she has, but I think she's taken all the luck.
Let's walk and talk. We'll get onto the track and start the procedure to get them down to the start. Here we go. We'll let the greyhound go out first, and then we'll catch up to Jess here. Box number 1. Now, what I wanted to chat about was the placing here on Monday night. It was behind us, Virginia. Thought it was a really good run. Used the inside draw nicely. Where do you think he gets to from the inside, or where does she get to? And can she repeat that performance?
I'd like to think she can. She's pretty consistent. She's probably just been a length or 2 below what she showed me early on. So if she could bring some of her best here tonight, it'd be nice. If she does lead, I will be looking in the rearview mirror about where the 4 is. It'll unleash late. But, look, she's fairly strong. We did try over 600. It didn't work at this stage of her career. So, look, she knows box 1 now, so there's no excuses.
I'm sensing a little bit of confidence, Jess. Is that fair to say?
Not overly confident with her. A little bit, but, she got beat on debut at about $1.40, so I never get too confident.
Good luck, box number 1. Just a quick one question here for you, Andrea. You've got a couple in the race. Who do you rate as the best daily chance in this runner?
4.
All right, we're going to go with the 4 as the best chance. Back to you, Hawley, as they head to the start here for the running of race number 2 at the Meadows.
Loving your work, James. So Andrea Daly, Ethanol Volume is the pick from the camp there, Georgie, and usually Andrea knows.
It's good insight from Jim Bob, isn't it? This is fantastic, this roving mic that we've got there. Yeah, look, these 2 greyhounds, and Mitch, you know a little bit about this litter. They're out of Droopy Sydney, who is a champion sire internationally, and they're just showing some ability. They're a little bit slow early, aren't they? But they get to the line okay. Yeah, they storm home. They're a greyhound that's going to probably be in the back half of the field. I think they'll be probably looking to run that 600 metres in the future, but for tonight's race, you're going to be looking, getting back, running on, strong to the line. So
will they be able to spot the greyhounds out in front of lead? That's the big point.
Who are you playing in this race, Mitch?
I'm with the 1. I like 1, 4, 7 and 5 here. I just think Perfect Blend's drawn beautifully off the inside, has shown enough off the inside in its past few runs, and 30 and 20, I think that'll be enough to win this.
All right then, Georgie, you're with the 1 as well?
Yeah, 1, 4, 7 and 8. I just think should be able to hold the fence early and be hard to beat.
I'm going to work him hard tonight. James Vandermark, we saw the win play a little bit of havoc at Flemington today. Does it play havoc here with the dogs? Do you need to be drawn in any particular area here with the wind, or is just a case that it doesn't really bother the greyhounds?
Yeah, look, I think it would, to be honest, Gareth, especially over this 500 and 600 metre trip, because we are running straight into a headwind up the home straight. So I think if anything, you'd like a greyhound just to get the slipstream run and be able to pounce, but you're going to need them to be nice and strong. And race number 2 on the program, I'm with one of those strong runners. I'm 4, 7, 1, 2, tipping Ethanol Volume on top. I think we'll get back, but we'll come with a flourish when it matters in race number 2. I'm 4, 7, 1, 2 in race number 2.
Last look at the market, Mitch.
Yeah, the 1's been all the rage here, Perfect Blend. It is into $2.20. I think they're struggling to go past it off the inside, but gamble responsibly. For free and confidential support, call the number. It's not on screen, but call the number that's normally on screen or visit the website.
Here's Daniel Hibbert for the second.
Once behind Oregon Caldwell 3 starts ago. About to get set for the second of the night. The Global Meets Mix 6-7. And the favourite is the red, Perfect Blend for Jessica Hopkins. And comes off a good run behind Aunt Virginia, who went very well last week. Ethanol Volume was 4th in that race, only was beaten 6.5 lengths. And it is the second pick. So the red, the favourite ahead of the blue. And the black Soda Frank is the third elect. Green light is turned on. Race 2, they're set to go. Ready? And away. Good speed initially. Perfect Blend is hustling through. Spectre Buster goes forward, as does Soda Frank. Squeezed out, it was all about Ivy. Trying to get across was Fly Ali. Back behind them was Overachiever. Very deep Ethanol Volume with it all to do. And it got past Ethanol Unleaded. But down the back, and it's Soda Frank. Soda Frank's out by 4. On in second position, Fly Ali and Perfect Blend on the inside. Very deep out, Ethanol Volume. But Soda Frank's away, and Frank's got the money. Soda Frank by 4. Second was Ethanol Volume, got Fly Ali right on the peg, and Perfect Blend has run 4th. Next in was Ethanol Unleaded from Overachiever, and then came Spectre Buster, and All About Ivy got squeezed out of it. 30 and 28 the run to race 2.
Well, there we go. Race number 2 to a greyhound who's been absolutely flying here, Soda Frank. And what about that, Tay? You look pretty excited.
Yeah, thank you very much. It happens to be my first Saturday City winner, so it means a lot for the dog to actually come back and do this. And we've had many, many hard luck stories in town, but we finally got one.
I tell you what, I love the story. You wandered past the greyhound track in New Zealand one day and you thought, I'm going to be a greyhound trainer. Did you ever think you'd end up here on one of the nights of nights, winning a metropolitan race in Melbourne town? It's a huge story.
It's actually, they call it Dream Chaser Night, and this is what Dreams is made of. Like, it's phenomenal to win a race like this on a night like this, so yeah, very happy.
And this boy, he deserves it, Soda Frank. He's a serious dog, he's got serious speed to burn, and he had it on full show tonight. You must be proud of him.
Yeah, I think he has got quite a big future, this dog. He's very young and he's got the world ahead of him, so hopefully he can just keep improving, and he'll get better.
How do you feel? How are the nerves on a race like that on such a big night? You look pretty excited.
It's more like after the race, it's more like a relief that he actually got the result, because you sort of, the box all comes out and you start to study the form and think, oh, we might have a chance here, or don't stuff it up, and we didn't stuff it up, so that's good.
Good on you, Tay. Congratulations, mate. Taylor Thornton taking out the first race of the night with Soda Frank. Now a Metro winner. Well done.
Thank you very much, James.
There you go, Hawley. That's what it's all about. The Dream Chasers here at the Meadows tonight.
Sensational interview, James. Hard to beat that story, Georgie.
I love it. How excited was he? You could see, you could hear it in his voice. And look, 3 starts ago, he ran 30.01. Mitch was a really good run. He'd been mixing his form a little bit. Well, once he hit that front there, I know we thought he was going to get a little bit tired, but he kept going today.
Yeah, he did. And terrific bloke as well, Taylor Thornton. So all credit goes to him. He's been fantastic through his career to date as a trainer, and his dogs are absolutely flying for him.
Looking forward to catching up with our next guest straight after the break. Jihad Talgi, who trains, of course, Scalacci, who'll be going around in the Top Gun sprinting final. And it's one of the stories of the year so far. So looking forward to that. Jihad Talgi to join us straight after this here on Top Gun Night. We're live at the Meadows. Welcome back to Top Gun Night here. We're live at the Meadows on racing.com, and that was some story with Taylor Thornton from New Zealand, now based at Seymour in country Victoria, having his biggest night in the sport by winning the second race here at the Meadows with Soda Frank leading all of the way, and he never stopped there, Georgie. Wonderful performance. He paid $3.90 on the tote.
Yeah, look, led all the way. It's hard to cut across from a wide draw. There was a little bit of speed drawn underneath, but I really loved that interview, Gareth. I thought it was fantastic.
It was great. Now, talking about great human interest stories, Jihad Talji is the trainer of Scalacci, and Talji owns a pizza shop. He's a hobby trainer in the greyhound industry, and he's got a superstar dog by the name of Scalacci, who's just gained a slot in the Phoenix. He'll be representing Ladbrokes, but he's a big chance tonight from box 1 in the Top Gun, after basically being the last dog selected in this invitational race. And Talji joins us here. How are we, mate?
Yeah, good, boys.
Welcome to the show. How are you feeling before this Top Gun?
Mate, nervous, excited. It's all in one, you know, like it's been a big week. You know, the boys came out to the shop last week and we did a photo shoot with the kids and the family, and yeah, it's just exciting.
So Talji, I just met you for the first time tonight. Tell us a little bit about your story. How'd you get into the sport?
I'm good mates with Glenn Rounds. We've been friends for 35 years. We played footy together when we were young, and back then Rounds he was training, and me and my cousin Alex would always go to the tab and bet on the dogs and stuff. So we thought we'll get one, and then we ended up approaching Glenn, and we got a dog off him out of Just the Best Brooklyn Dole, and the dog was called Culver City, and he ended up training it for us, became a good dog, won a few city races, and that's how it all started. Got the love of the sport, and you know the
rest is history.
Talji, give us a little bit more insight on Scalacci. We hear stories sometimes of greyhounds that break in okay and then continue to improve. Did he always show you that he was going to be special?
He broke in. Grant Fortin broke him in. Did a great job. He only had 3 runs with Grant because he was a bit of a tail wagger, and he had a bit of an affected tail. And Grant said to me, he said, "Look, he's got one more run, but his tail's bleeding." And I said, "Just let him go. I'll get him home and I'll fix him up." And got him home, gave him 2 months off, fixed the tail, put him around Ballarat first look, never been there, like first, you know, trial after breaking in, and went 17.72. And I thought, wow, what's going on here, you know?
Yeah, from the puppy boxes, obviously that's very, very quick. Tonight, that early speed battle that everyone's talking about, box 1, box 2, Alpha Zulu, Scalacci, you did run 5 seconds even to the mark at Sandown. What are you hoping for tonight, obviously?
4.95.
Is he capable of that?
Oh, look, anything's capable, but it's a bit of a breeze here today. I don't know if it's a headwind or a tailwind, but he's just got to nail the start. I'll be honest, he won't win from behind. If he hits the front early, untouched, he'll show his best.
So how many dogs have you got in work, Chelsea? 2 dogs. And you own a pizza shop. Tell us where your pizza shop is based.
It's in Carrum Downs, Hall Road.
Just around the corner. I'm starving here. Does it do Uber Eats?
As I said to you before, mate, if I win the Top Gun tonight, I'll get the missus down. She'll pick up 50 and bring them back here.
What's the specialty? You'll have to have the Scalacci with the lot if you win the Top Gun. Yeah. So he wins tonight. Yep. All right, you win a Top Gun. He's won 10 races, nearly close to $50,000 in prize money. You win tonight, you win $150,000. That'll buy a few pizzas.
Mate, I won't be making pizzas.
And then you can win a Melbourne Cup worth $1 million. Well, and then you would have done a great deal with Ladbrokes.
Yeah, Ladbrokes have come on board, and that's great.
The Phoenix, of course.
Yeah, Ryan was fantastic. He came out to my place the other day, and we sat down and chatted and spoke about everything, and he was just, you know, really good. And yeah, and they've put up the money and taken the risk with a young dog that's only had 15 starts, and it's credit to them that they back the young blokes in, the small people. So it's good.
A lot of the greyhound trainers, and I find this fascinating, they reward their dogs with a McDonald's soft serve. There's some that like a cheeseburger. I know a couple like a McChicken.
Some nuggets.
Some nuggets. Yeah. Does Scalacci like a pizza?
No, I haven't tried him with a pizza yet.
Okay.
I'm just a bit worried that he'll end up liking it too much and he won't race, you know. But speaking of McDonald's, I always, after every race or trial, we stop at McDonald's and get a soft serve.
Yeah. And they love it, don't they?
Oh, mate.
I couldn't believe that when someone told me that.
Yeah, all the time.
McDonald's should be sponsoring greyhound racing.
They should.
Yeah.
Good idea.
tells you, hey, it's some story, mate. I love how you're living your dream. And Scalacci's drawn box number 1. Did you name him after the champion racehorse?
I did. I'll tell you quickly just the story. My favourite horse was Hariba.
Yeah.
Now, the mother, when I first started racing her, or before I raced her, I tried to get Hariba. And they said to me that I couldn't get him. They didn't say why. They just said I couldn't get the name. I said, no worries. So I put Flying in front of it. So I called her Flying Hariba. And then when this dog come along, I thought, I've got to try and get Hariba again. So I rang Greyhounds Australasia and they said, no, someone's reserved it. I said, oh, okay. So I said, what about Scalacci? Because they were my 2 favourite horses.
Yeah.
And she said yes. And, mate, I jumped off the couch that happy because I knew I had a good dog and that I wasn't going to name a dog Scalacci if he was no good.
Got to give it a good name.
Yeah, you got to. It's a special horse. Now it's a special dog. And the good thing about it, I went to Adelaide for the Derby and all that, and they all loved him there. They just, I don't know if it was the name or just the way he raced there, but he's become the people's dog, you know. Yeah. He really has.
Yeah, he's the special dog with the special name, and hopefully he can have a special victory tonight in the Top Gun. Good on you, Telgi.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Terry Bailey, you would have loved that story. Scalacci would have been one of your favourites, I would imagine.
Yeah, saw him many times up in Queensland, and also Hariba used to often interview Ken Newman when he would give the horse an exhibition gallop, as he did every year at Ipswich. I'll tell you what, if the dog Scalacci was no good, it would have been a sin, a cardinal sin, Gareth. You've got to give your dog a good name, but if you give them a good name, they've got to live up to it. A lot of pressure.
Terry, my favourite show on racing.com is Tuesday with Terry's. You dominate the TV screens. In fact, I rush home after my show on SEN and the radio and watch you and Hutchie, and you just destroy Hutchie with your banter. He can't go with you. But I love how you chat about your dogs like the dogs are your children in a way. I know you've got a couple of kids, they tell me, but you love your dogs at the moment, mate, and you started your training career. Tell us your story, how you got into this wonderful sport.
Well, I was brought up to be a punter because every Saturday, Gareth, while the kids would run off and do something else, I'd go straight to the racetrack with my mates and my family. We would go to the thoroughbreds on a Saturday and then the dogs at night time. And then when I got a licence, there was no holding me back. I travelled all around New South Wales and Queensland. Love the greyhounds, love the thoroughbreds, love the punting, mate. I just love the punt. Been a punter all my life. Will die a punter, and I'll bet you on that if you want to take the odds, even money. Yeah. And then I've had dogs. I trained dogs when I was only about 20 years old. Had a little tiny bit of success before I went on to full-time race calling. And I've just got the urge now, and I love the animal. Beautiful, beautiful animals, greyhounds. And I've got some good ones at home, Gareth. Some lovely pups for you, maybe George to get into. The price will be right, don't worry, mate. I won't rip you off.
One of our great mates and a mentor of mine, Johnny Tapp, he loves his harness racing. He trained a few superstar standard breds, and I remember he had Chariot King racing in an Inter-Dominion. He said, Gareth, he says, oh boy, I've never been more nervous ahead of an Inter-Dominion final with this horse than, say, calling a Cox Plate or a Golden Slipper. You had your first winner at Ballarat recently. Are you more nervous calling a Golden Slipper or watching your dog in action there at the races?
If my dog was in the Top Gun, I'd be more nervous, but more nervous doing a Golden Slipper. There's a little bit more pressure when it comes to a Golden Slipper than a maiden at Ballarat. But I've had a couple of good dogs. I've got all my Mins. All my dogs are named Min.
Yes.
Min Smiley won the other night, last night at Mandurah. I sold her, Gareth. I'm trying to get city dogs. You think it's easy? I bought about 50 of them. It ain't easy, brother. It ain't easy.
Well, you sell yourself tonight, Terry. You'll have a kennel. You'll have a kennel full of superstar dogs. Forget Jason Thompson and all the big trainers in this sport. T. Bailey will be dominating, mate. We'll catch up with you throughout the night.
Good on you, Gareth. Thanks, buddy.
He's a star, Terry. What are we doing here in this third race with the market as we go back to Michia Bayer?
Yeah, race 3 over the 600 metres, Gareth. Trending Yale is your favourite, 280 at the moment as we speak. Open 280, hasn't fluctuated too much. Andre Bale, 320 out to 360. Minter Frost has been the best supported runner in this race, $5 into 370. Gary Stunnon, $8, had some support into 550. And Rhino Bale was a big run last week, 480 out to $6. Check out this promo after this. This is awesome. Bet with mates. There it is, starter group now. It's the easiest way to bet and banter. Who doesn't love banter? It's all in one place. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the gambling hotline or visit the website.
All important speed map over the 600, Georgie. What can you tell us?
This is a cracking race. There's only 5 greyhounds in it, but it is a cracker. They're all very, very high quality greyhounds over this distance. And as we can see, and this is part of the reasoning as to the greyhound that I've got on top, number 6, Andre Bale. should be able to find the front here. And I think if he can do that, it'll be hard to beat. We're just watching a replay here of Andre Bale where it just spears to the front from box 5. Ran 30.04 at Sandown 2 starts ago. It's a very, very talented greyhound. Now, it's not going to have it easy, Mitch, because it is a great little race, this. I love Gary Stunnon. I like Trending Yale, but I went Andre Bale on top just because of that early speed, Gareth. So 6 to beat, 1, 2 and 8 for me.
Do you agree with Georgie, Mitchie?
I disagree here, Gareth. I'm with Trending Yale. I personally thought that the red was probably the run of the heats last week, although it didn't make the final. This greyhound, Minter Frost, off box 1, will give some cheek. I think it might be able to hold Andre Bale out, and I think Trending Yale with the small field is massive for this greyhound. It'll be a run on type, and I think around that $3 mark, it's a really good play.
We just had the stir up there. James Vandermut, what can you tell us, mate?
Yeah, they're just completing the stir-up process over here now, Hawley. They are about to head box-bound. We're going 600 metres, so we'll quickly catch up to a few of these handlers and try and get some inside word. Starting with a mate of mine here, drawn box number 8. I'll slide in front of him, and he can come up the inside, which is what he'll be hoping to do with this greyhound. Gary Stunnon, hasn't he been a beautiful dog for you?
He's a beauty, James. He's an absolute pleasure to train, and expect a good run from him tonight.
Tell you what, his 600 metre form really good because he bounces and he runs. We've seen him over 500 run your sub-30s time and time again.
Yeah.
From box 8, do you think he has the pace to lead this field?
Yes, he does. His last 2 runs over when he won here, coming off a 29.70 win in the sprint race that night, he ran 8.85 and 8.80, I think. That was his first 2 runs over it for me. But I've had a couple of girls at home in heat, so he's been off the job in the last couple of weeks, but he's back now.
He's back, switched on and ready to go, you reckon?
He's like his training. He's ready to roll.
Ready to go. Well, we're hoping he can run a massive race. There's a great story behind him. I saw on my podcast, I had a comment from one of the owners of this boy that said maybe he could be a Phoenix contender. Do you dare to dream?
Well, you've got to have a dream, don't you?
Yeah.
I've had plenty of nightmares. Let's have a good dream, eh?
Good on you, Gaz. All the best. There we go. Jumping from the pink alley, he'll be a contender. There's no doubt about that. I'll come back to you in just a moment with tips, but he's a superstar. This dog. He knows how to win races. From box 8, he'll be up on speed, running a big race for sure.
All right, boys, terrific interview there, Mitchie. We'll have a look at this market as these greyhounds get ready to head to the 600-metre boxes.
Yeah, it's an interesting race, firstly, isn't it? There's speed everywhere. There's a couple of run-on types, but the market here, Trending Yale is still your favourite. It is $2.80 as we speak. Andre Bale, $3.70, was $3.20, back out to $3.70, so a bit of value on offer there for punters, and Georgie as well. He was with it as well. So Gary Stunnon, if you like it, you'll get value. It was $8 when it opened into $5.50. So it's a very even race on paper.
All right, Georgie, I'm giving you $50 again. We're still well up.
Yeah, we'll go the 6 again here. It's one of those weird races, guys, where it's a small field, and I wouldn't be surprised if any of them won. I mean, they're all very, very good greyhounds. Even Rhino Bale, I mean...
Big last week.
Yeah, and, you know, he's got a very good PB here. It's a cracking race, this. And as you said, Trending Yale, she's gone very fast here, 34.17. It's just who can get the early ascendancy, and if you're right, if Trending Yao can sit behind Andre Bale, that's the problem for him.
Yeah, I think so, and to be honest, when I first did the tapes on this race, went back and looked at the replays, Minter Frost was the one that caught my eye, and you're getting a half-decent price about it now, so still held firm. You're looking at $5.60 there at the moment on the tote, but around that $4 fix mark, but yeah, the 2 just on top for me.
Let's head back out to James Vandermart for his late mail.
Yeah, late mail here on with 2 on top. One of my better bets of the night, Trending Yale, I think can get a beautiful run from box number 2. Just track the speed, and this greyhound is as strong as the day is long. 2 on top ahead of 1 Minter Frost. I think the draw will bring this boy right into the race from the inside draw. Trained out of Johnsonville up near Meetung, a beautiful place to live. So I've got no doubt the dog, he'll have plenty of sun on his back and he'll be ready to run well. 4 Rhino Bale for 3rd, 6 Andre Bale for 4th. And I'm hoping for Cole Brett over there, Gary Stunnon can run a really big race. It's going to be an interesting race, small field, but it lacks nothing in depth. Race number 3 heading out. My numbers 2, 1, 4 and 6.
Good on you, Jim Bob. James Vandermart there. George, are you a little nervous because you've got a greyhound in the Group 1 a little later on in multi-mat. Now, you kept this very quiet.
No, not quiet, mate.
Because every time you have a dog in, it wins a group race when I'm here.
I don't
and you
think
never
so.
And you never tip it to me.
I've got to have you on course every time.
You never tip it to me. And then you say, did you get on, Gareth?
This has been a long time.
Oh,
since
George.
This has been happening. This is going back to the old days, mate, when we worked together. But
so are we getting on here with Jeffrey Britton?
Oh, look, he has to lead to run a top 3, but I'm really keen on Hector Foley in that race. I don't want to go too early, but I love that dog. Absolutely love it.
I'm with you. I think he's a massive chance, multi-mat. There's no doubt. I reckon it can lead, but Hector Fawley sitting on his hammer might be
And
trouble.
that's the other aspect with Georgie. He goes, this greyhound won't get beat, and then his own dog beats us just to rub it in.
You know, I think it was on this night last year that he had his first 600 here at the Meadows, and he won at around double figures, and Georgie was over the moon. He was given the fist pumps and everything. He was absolutely stoked, and look where we are now.
I'll be more subdued today,
Yes.
I promise.
All right, what's the market doing here for the third before they get set for the third over the 600 metres?
There it is up on screen. Trending Yale firmed into 260. Andre Bale almost out to $4, $3.90. Minter Frost, it's drifted $4.50 out to $5.50. Gary Stunnon has held firm $5.50, might be from the trainer's little push. And Rhino Bale at $6.50. That is a phenomenal market. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the gambling hotline or visit the website. But Trending Yale for me, boys.
All right then, Georgie, last word.
I just want to highlight how good this field is. All of these greyhounds have either won over 100,000 or getting close to it. They're just terrific middle distance dogs, and it's going to be a cracking battle.
It's like the consolation for the Hume Cup in a way.
It is, yep, absolutely.
All right then, we're about to head to Daniel Hibbert here, and my aim is to get James Vandermark past 10,000 steps. He hasn't done that for 5 years. But that's my aim. And if I can do that, we're all winners. As we head up to Daniel Hibbert for the call of the third.
5-dog field, but they're all a chance. 260 for Trending Yale, 370 Andre Bale, 550 for Minter Frost, 550 for the pink Gary Stunnon, and 650 for the 4, which is Rhino Bale. They're all coming off runs in the heats of the Hume Cup and didn't quite get through to the final. Andre Bale was third to Aston Luciano. Rhino Bale was second in that race, and Trending Yale was fourth to Hector Fawley, who was going really quick out in front and didn't have any luck from the low draw. Minter Frost was well tried in its heat behind Responder, was beaten 2.5 into third placings. And Gary Stunnon, who has virtually made this place his own, particularly over the 500. He's won 2 of 7 over this trip. He was third in his heat to Raiders Guide. So a field of 5, but a very competitive betting race. The favourite, the 2, Trending Yale for Tom Daly. It's won 9 of 48, 3 of 11 over this trip with 5 second placings, and it will go the 250 favourite for race 3. This is the DreamChasersFestival.com.au. Visit the website for all the details about the carnival. This is night 1 of 5 brilliant nights of racing. Getting set. Andre Bale, the second elected, 350, and the third pick now is the pink Gary Stunnon at 550. Green light, set to run, race number 3. Racing, good speed out deep, Andre Bale. Gary Stunnon's firing over. Gary found the lead. Gary Stunnon out in front of Andre Bale. Minter Frost is third, fourth Trending Yale, and Rhino Bale's at the rear of the field, about 6 off the front. They run to the back. Gary Stunnon the leader. Andre Bale to the outside. 3 wide goes Minter Frost. Behind them was Trending Yale, and 2 lengths away then to Rhino Bale. They packed right up. Andre Bale got to the lead. Minter Frost is after it. Trying to get them was Trending Yale. Minter Frost is at the front. Coming at it was Trending Yale, and Trending Yale won it. Trending Yale beat home Andre Bale, who kicked for second. Minter Frost ran third, and fourth was Rhino Bale. And after the early burn, Gary Stunnon's run last. It's 34.75.
Mitchie Abay and Georgie Ferrugia pumped the fist. That was some race. Trending Yale from the clouds, Georgie, over the top.
That race just lived up to exactly what we were after. Geez, Andre Bale had to work so hard, and Gary Stunnon led them up. Oh, that was a terrific race, Mitch.
Yeah, we'll get back to you in a moment, Mitch, but James Vandermark has got the winning handler.
Back here, Tommy Daly. How about that? Trending Yale, my best bet of the night, comes from behind, gets the job done. You must have enjoyed that ride.
It was good. She was trying to figure it out, get around him, turn her home, and she swung around him and won. It was good, yeah.
I reckon you'd be pretty pleased with the fact that that she was able to she's normally a genuine railer, but she was able to pull to the outside when she had to and then run them down.
Yeah, I thought she was in a bit of trouble. As you said, she normally rails. When they go round, something always comes out and hits them, but she got round nicely and stormed them, so it was good.
Do you reckon there's a long-term plan with her to step up in distance? Do you see maybe a Sale Cup as a race she could feature in?
Oh, I tried over 700 once and she sort of didn't handle it, but yeah, probably Sale, probably not out of the question.
What do you drink? Beer, bourbon? What's your drink of choice?
Beer.
Might have to get you one after that. Best bet of the night salutes. Good on you, Tommy Daly. There we have it. That was a good win. Half a length by half a length of margins, and one of my best bets of the night, Homer winner, so I'm happy.
Yeah, well done to James Vandermark, Mitchie Abay. You're on top of the world as well, as we just watch Trendy Yale over the top. And I just wish Tommy Daly was as excited as you three after that victory. Let's take a break. Kel Greeno to join us straight after this, the trainer of the superstar greyhound Welsh Fast. Opening night of Dream Chasers here for Topgun night at the Meadows. Great to have your company on racing.com, and that was a terrific 600 metre battle with Trending Yale. Last bound victory, $260, $1.80. Georgie defeating Andrea Bale, but that dog might be winning bigger races later on in the carnival.
Yeah, that was a really good race. Trending Yale got to the line nicely. Andre Bale had to work pretty hard for his run in second, so happy with that. Terrific race, that.
Every sport needs a superstar, and Welsh's Fast has been exactly that for the sport of greyhound racing. I remember when she made her debut at Sandown and she had everybody talking, and then she went on to win a Phoenix and her first handful of starts. She's won $2 million, and tonight she's out to do the impossible basically in greyhound racing and win first up after a 6-month break. Cal and Jackie Greeno have done a mighty job with this superstar dog, and Cal Greeno joins us on at the desk here tonight at the Meadows. Cal, welcome to the show, mate. Can you do the impossible? I was explaining it to our viewers just before. It's like if Chris Waller was producing Winx first up for about 18 months when you compare it to the thoroughbred game.
It won't be easy, Gareth. We obviously need a bit of luck getting across the field, but look, she's in reasonable shape without saying she's in her brilliant best.
How close were you to retiring her?
Extremely close, quite a few times. Yeah, we've had a lot of discussions, and she wants to do it. That's the dog. She's the one who told us that I don't want to be retired yet, so we just went with the dog. You know, it hasn't been easy because mentally it doesn't help me because I'd like to retire her, but.
Kel, was there a point in time, obviously you're talking there was retirement on the table, was there a point in time where you thought, no, I think she can do this, I think she can come back and race against the best?
Look, George, the first 2 trials were okay. She did run best of days, and I thought that's a nice start. But I went down to Warragul on an absolute bog track, and I thought she would have run an equivalent to, say, a 25-20, which is pretty close to her best.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I've got to push forward here.
Yeah.
And things have gone on from there.
Yeah. Can she win tonight, Cal? What's your expectations with her?
Look, I wouldn't like to say she can't because she's a freakish dog, but things are against her. If she had drawn 1 or 2, I would have thought we'd be in with a real chance. She's going to need luck to get across from 7 and going to need a nice clear passage.
Yeah, talk us through this. This is the Phoenix last year when she had her knockers. Amron Boy was all of the rage, and she just hangs on here, but this is what she does.
Yeah, look, she's turned up on the big night many times, and, you know, I suppose knockers happen in every sport. I believe Tom Brady has 20% of people don't like him. So when that happens, I just ignore those 20% because she's obviously one of those dogs.
And that's the beauty with her, Cal. She's done it from wide draws all her career. I remember when she won the Sapphire Crown and run 28.82. I remember Jackie walking past going, it's just mind blown. I think she had box 5. She's done it all her career, coming from awkward draws.
She has, George. She's had to do that because that's where she's been placed. But that's probably the unknown factor about her. When I slipped her the other day at Sandown, and the trial was probably a fraction down. I went and spoke to the track manager, Tim Godfrey, and he said, look, the track was a little bit off, mate, and I said, I was a bit disappointed, do you think I should run? And he says, it wasn't a bad trial because the track was a 10th down and you've run 2/10 off your best. So I thought, well, we're not that far off.
So Cal, how old is she now?
She's getting towards 4.
So what's the usual time for a greyhound to race?
Well, it's not so much race. Race against this company is the hard part, being the best dogs in the land. So she doesn't get any easy runs. I can't doubt a Shepparton or Warrigal or Horsham or something because they'd probably... It wouldn't work out too good, but she's only racing against the best. But normally at 4 years of age, they've sort of lost a bit of form because they're old and they're going downhill. But the fact that she's that close, I thought we've got to give it one more try.
You're a big Hawthorn fan. Jack's a big Geelong fan. Who does she go for while she's fast?
Yeah.
Please say Hawks, Kel.
Well, I've got to say Hawks, yeah, but
All right,
hopefully Jackie's not listening.
We're about to catch up with Terry Bailey. He's just started greyhound training. Have you got any advice for him?
Don't.
Well, he's not going to listen to that. You've got to inspire him, Cal.
Look, he's just going to have to sacrifice his life while he's doing it.
He'll do just that. Good luck tonight, mate.
Thanks very much, Larry.
Let's head back to Terry Bailey. I don't know if you've been inspired by that or not, or you want to prove Cal wrong that you can do it and ready to go, Terry, but you've got a special guest for us.
I'll tell you what, Gav, I'm totally deflated by what Kel said. But I'm very happy I'm with you because you're going to give me the enthusiasm I need because you got this wonderful dog, Photo Man, that won the Top Gun for you last year.
Yeah, tremendous, Terry. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, it brings back plenty of memories from last year, that's for sure. Yeah, big night.
And the funny thing also with him, look, folks, he's got a Roman nose. See his nose? Now, when I was a kid growing up, it was said that dogs that had Roman noses would turn out to be champions, and so he was.
Yeah, he was, mate. And that's the reason I picked him too. Loved him in the litter, running around together at Jerry Snyder's place. I said, I've got to have him.
Amron boy, you beat him in the Flying Amy, and he helped you out again. He was drawn inside of you. He was the second emergency. You were the first emergency, and he gave you that clear path.
Yeah, that's it, mate. So I had 3 or 4 nights of sleeplessness because we knew that Orchestrated scratched, and so Frank's dog Goodhad's Cash, I think it was. And I said, please draw outside, Amron boy. Please draw. No, sleep for 3 nights, and we did. So, the rest is history.
And the amazing thing is that he was the clear standout in the litter when it comes to what they've done on the track, Gav. Yeah. Tell us a bit about the dog's personality, because I know all my dogs at home. I know everything about their personality. I know what they like, what they don't like. Yep. Tell us a bit about this bloke, because he seems a bit shy.
Yeah, he's a little bit shy, but he's an absolute gentleman and always will be. Does everything he's asked. Never pisses in the kennel. Never does anything wrong. Never barks. Never carries on.
I'll bring you to my kennels because mine do it all the time.
I reckon it's a good thing just to be nice and relaxed, and then bring it all for race day. You know what I mean? When he walks on the track, he's all business, or was all business anyway.
So what's he doing now? Like, obviously, stud would be something you'd want to get him into, and it's a pretty tough business to get a dog to stud.
Yeah, sure. He's really tough. Really tough. We put a bit of money into it. My cousin Dave and I, we put a bit of money into advertising and stuff. We've got a few nice litters on the ground. Got 4 straws in New South Wales, 2 straws in Queensland. It's all happening slowly, but it doesn't matter if he doesn't make it, mate.
Well, he's the son of Aston DB. That's a big thing, isn't it?
He is. Super. Yeah, exactly. And he's the 3rd highest money winner behind She's a Pearl and Vice Grip out of Aston DB. So, yeah, everyone wants another She's a Pearl, don't they?
Gareth, when I moved over here with Gav, I tried to flog a pup to him. He's trying to get me straws for a Photo Man.
Well, Gav, he'll take 5. He'll take 5. Good on you, boys. Thanks, Gavin Clifton and Terry Bailey. And Photo Man caused a bit of an upset last year, Georgie.
Yeah, he did. He got a run as a reserve and come up and cross the field when no one thought he can. There's no doubt Terry Bailey's is leaving with extra pups tonight. Terry Bailey's buying more pups before he leaves the Meadows. There's no doubt. There's nothing surer.
He'll have 100 dogs in work the way he's going.
He will.
What about this race coming up, the 4th here? Mitchie, what can you tell us with the market?
Yeah, the punters think it's a race in 2. Triumph $1.85 out to $2. Ballyuna $2.40 into $2.25. Daedalus Diggle is $8 and firm. Everything else other than that, Iberia Bell, Jigglypuff, Jai's Jet, Big Braveheart, all $12 or more. But the punters seem to be keen on Ballyuna at the moment. Triumph still holding firm as your favourite. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the gambling hotline or visit the website.
Georgie, talk us through this speed map here.
Yeah, look, one of the leading fancies is the greyhound drawn off box 1, Triumph. And as we know, Mitch, he's not a great beginner. He sits back and then gets to the line very, very well. We're going to watch a video of Triumph here winning at the Meadows off box 3. You'll see him here. He's not always the best away. He jumped up pretty good there. He's not always that good away, but he got into a nice position here and powers to the line. This is when he's at his best, this dog. He's a very, very fast greyhound. This is a tricky race, Gareth, for mine, because Ballauna comes here, with a very, very good trainer in Jack Smith, obviously of Feral Frankie fame, but she comes with very, very good form too. So if she brings that form here, I don't normally tip the interstate greyhounds when they're first up here, but if she brings her best form, I think she'll be hard to beat, only because I don't think Triumph will worry her early.
Georgie, we learned from the Melbourne Cup that we can't keep backing these bloody internationals like Vauban. He sucked us all in again, well, including me. And these interstate dogs, when they rock up here at the Meadows, you put a line straight through them. They can't win.
Not always.
In fact, I don't know if I've ever been here an interstate dog has won.
Not always, mate, not always.
When was the last time?
Oh, look, they win all the time, mate, when they get down here.
Yep.
But
Probably look at Jack Smith, Palawa King.
Yeah, I mean, Palawa King's won group races here. He's a very good greyhound, and as we mentioned, Jack Smith. But I understand your point of view. It's hard to come here and race against greyhounds who have seen the Meadows a few times. But I know Jack wouldn't bring her here to sightsee, that's for sure. And her win at Wentworth Park was very impressive for us.
And we've seen that with the Victorian dogs heading to New South Wales at Wentworth Park, and we saw with the $1 Million Chase, a few of the Victorian trainers basically given up and just sent their dogs to the New South Wales trainers, Mitchie.
Yeah, they do, and it's all about acclimatising them. You want them to have a few runs at the track. It is so beneficial for greyhounds that have seen the track, know it like the back of their hand, opposed to greyhounds that have a first or second look. You can improve out of sight. But these are greyhounds that have had a fair few starts in their career, and I just think Triumph in this. Never won off box 1, little stats for you there.
Isn't it?
Yeah, when you look at his racing pattern, likes to shift off probably the rail just a little bit, which means just push off in line with that lure just so he can get some space. So, Ballauna is going to be an interesting runner.
Yeah, we're going to get James Vandermut up to about 10,000 steps, so we better cross back out to him shortly because he'll have all these interviews ready to go ahead of race number 4. And one of the Thompsons will be handling Triumph because Jason Thompson and Shota Thompson have basically handed the keys to the kids, Georgie.
And I think they've done a very, very good job.
In fact, they've done a better job than Mum and Dad.
I'm not sure about that. What about the team that they have, the Thompsons? They have got some unbelievable greyhounds going around. So, yeah, Triumph's a very, very talented greyhound. Where he sits on that first corner is all important for mine.
It's getting nearly out of hand with the Thompson kennel at the moment. There was talk he might have half or 3/4 of the field for the Phoenix, Mitchie.
Yeah, could well do. There's no doubt about it. We saw Alpha Zulu, Flying Zulu the other night at Sandown Park. He could definitely have at least 4, maybe 5 runners in the race. So.
And it makes it hard for the slot holders, they tell me, because Jason Thompson is you wouldn't want to be his bank manager anyway, or Jason to be your bank manager, because he knows that he is holding all of the aces here with the deck of cards, because he'll go, okay then, if you're not going to give me what I want, go and try and get another dog. There's no other dogs that are beating my dogs.
He is in a very good
He's
position.
a very, very... And do you know what? That's hats off to him, because in previous years, I think the slot holders could negotiate and get a great deal for them. But now it's his turn, really, and he's been able to gather these greyhounds in his kennel.
If you're able to come to agreement, Gareth, it's fine, right? That's the beauty thing. The funny thing is, Mitch, even his B team is very, very good. And there's up-and-coming greyhounds that I think in the next 6 months are going to be very good.
Here's Jimmy Vandermut. We've got him on the walk again. Take it away, Jimmy.
Oh, I tell you what, Hawley, I'm already up to about 9,375 steps. I'm struggling. We've got Holly Thompson here, Triumph, off box number 1. I reckon the draw brings him into it. His form maybe just a show.
As much as anyone, who knows what he's going to do tonight. I'm hoping he wants to try, and I'll tell you what, after the race.
He's got a massive motor though, doesn't he? So if he performs at his best, you'd be confident in his ability that he could win the race.
Yeah, he definitely has the ability. He's pretty good at finding trouble, so hopefully he uses the box to his advantage tonight.
Well, good luck. Box number 1 for Triumph. We're going to roll back a couple here to Jackie Smith, who's got a couple of runners in tonight, Jack. It's a fair drive down to Melbourne, but you've done it once or twice.
I've done it a couple of times, yeah.
What do you make of this dog, Ballyuna? She's all class, stepping up to 600 metres here at the Meadows. You'd be expecting if she's near them, she's going to make her presence felt mid-race.
Oh, she'd have to get a nice break, I think, mate. She's not super strong, but just trying to get her on the bunny, yeah.
Yeah, well, Gareth Hall actually made a quote that potentially the New South Wales Raiders coming to Melbourne are a bit like these internationals coming to win the Melbourne Cup. Do you agree with that?
I hope so. I'll go with it.
Well, good luck anyway, mate, with box number 2. We'll catch up over here with Lisa Cockrell because...
Yeah, he's just breaking up there. I don't know if Jack Smith's been following the racing, but he'll buy me a beer still. I've just bagged his... no, I haven't bagged his greyhound, but I'm just saying that the New South Wales greyhounds, and not just the New South Wales dog, but interstate dogs, it's not easy to turn up here and win at the Meadows because most dogs need to trial here. They've got to go up and down from their home base. Forbes would be, an 8-9 hour trip in the car?
Yeah, it's tough on them. It's taxing.
Yeah.
Even when we drive for 8 or 9 hours in the car, you feel a little bit tired, even though you're just sitting there doing nothing. And look, probably the last winner is Wow, if you remember from box 5. I mean, that was why that was such a big win, Mitch, because it doesn't often happen. So, yeah, look, I think he's got a bit of an opinion of this dog, Jack Smith here, Ballyuna, and if she can jump on the bunny, I don't think it's the hardest race in the world for her. That's the thing.
No, and when the trainer gives a little push and says that probably going to have to lead by a fair margin to be able to win it, it kind of brings a few others into the race. Ballyuna's got a little bit of speed. Iberia Bale's got some speed. I think it makes it for Triumph if the greyhound is close, but I wouldn't ride off the 6 either. I've got it right in my numbers to Dallas Diggle.
Okay, then. Let's head back to James Vandermark for his late mail.
Yeah, look, I'm going with number 2, Ballyuna, but after having a chat to Ray Smith, I'm not sure if I'm that overly confident, to be fair. 2, 1, 3, 4 are my numbers. I agree with Holly Thompson. I feel like if Triumph turns up, he could definitely win the race, and I think box 1 brings him into contention. He's not running near as well as he was 6-12 months ago, but I think the fact that Team Thompson are persisting with his spell this time, or his campaign, I guess you'd be better off saying, I think he'll run well. 2, 1, 3, 4, my numbers in race number 4. They're about to head box bound.
It's got a little cold here at the Meadows. Luckily I brought my jacket.
It's always pretty
Talking
cold.
about interstate greyhounds going on the road, I remember having a laugh with Brooke Ennis. Jamie Ennis used to take Emron. Boy, he was flying. He was winning, or he was the best dog for a little while in the country. And Brooke used to laugh that he went backwards when he went to Wentworth Park because he hated Jamie's music, because he's got a terrible taste in music, Jamie Ennis, because the dogs travel in the car sometimes, right next to the owner or the handler, because they like some company, and they just sit there and sleep.
They do.
They're better than the kids.
And some of them are better travellers than others. And you notice that the really good dogs are usually the ones that travel okay. So, yeah, we'll see how Ballyuna goes. I mean, she's only had the 24 starts, Mitch. She's won nearly 60 grand in prize money. As I said, her wins at Winnie Park have been really impressive. So that's why I put her on top. But I don't go in with a lot of confidence in the race.
No, I reckon Terry Bailey would be pretty keen on Ballyuna here. Feral Frankie is the sire. He's got some Feral Frankies at home. And he reckons they are absolutely crackers. So, they're crazy. They chase him around, jump all over him. But, interested to see how the 2 goes here, but I'm with the 1.
It's an interesting point that Holly made when she was talking about Triumph. He usually finds trouble. Some dogs can't stay out of their own way. I mean, this greyhound's got all the ability in the world, and he's still won 130,000, Gareth, so he's no slouch, but he probably could have won even more based on his ability.
So talking with Gavin Clifton about Photo Man, they're talking about straws. So how much are the straws worth?
It varies.
I think Photo Man's about 1,200. I don't want to, or 1,500 or something like that. But it's such a competitive market these days, Gareth. I think there's over 80 stud dogs in Australia at the moment. So, yeah, look, he's a Group 1 winner. He deserves his chance at stud, but it's just trying to get them when they're unproven.
Heading to the box is not far away. Last look at the market here, Mitch Abaya.
Yeah, Triumph is still your favourite. I think it's the home track advantage. 225. Oh, sorry, there we go. It's changed. Ballyuna's into 225. Triumph out to 235 from 215. To Dallas Diggle, $8 into $7.50. A little nibble there. And Iberia Bale, I think it could lead the race. $14 into 10s. But for me, Triumph, $2.35 is value. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the gambling hotline or visit the website on screen.
All right, then. Triumph finds trouble, but he's valued at $2.35, so we'll put our $50 on him. Georgie.
Go for it. Why not?
All right, then. And they weren't listening to Jack, obviously, the punters, because they backed Ballyuna once he said he basically would be in a little bit of trouble if he doesn't lead. But the money came for him late. As we head to Daniel Hibbert now for the call of race number 4. It's a great fight for favouritism between Triumph and Ballyuna.
paying $42, went $29.99 over the 525. He steps up to the middle trip for the first time tonight. He is the third pick in the market, $10 then for Iberia Bale, whose form's pretty well faultless. It's won 3 out of 4 and steps up to the middle trip again on debut at this trip, has won 5 of 27. And then you're out to longer odds, the other 3, Jigglypuff, Big Braveheart and Jai's Jet. But the favourite now on the fixed odds is the one Triumph for $2.15 for Jason Thompson. And it's won the 15 of 62 starts. And Jason with 2 in the big one later on, the Top Gun Sprint, Alpha Zulu and Transponder. And hoping to get a winner here early in the night with Triumph. Back into favourite, Bella Una. They're having a good battle on the fixed odds here for the Northern Golf Club Grade 5. The 2 the favourite, Bella Una. The green light is turned on and the lure is on the roll. They're set to go. Race number 4, they're set. Racing, and Bella Una was one of the last to leave. Triumph wasn't well served either. It's last and copped a check. Iberia Bale leads the way. It's a length in front of Daedalus Diggle and Jai's Jet trying to squeeze up underneath it. Running on was Bella Una, got past Jigglypuff and Big Braveheart, and Triumph is on the march as well, but they've got it all to do down the back. It's Iberia Bale out in front by 5 lengths on Jai's Jet. Trying to squeeze through was Bella Una underneath of Daedalus Diggle, and deep out was Triumph. Leader Iberia Bale, it's all out. Triumph is roaring home. It's going to be too late though. Iberia Bale won it. Beat Triumph. Jai's Jet's run 3rd. 4th home then was a photo finish. Maybe Jigglypuff grabbed it over Bella Una and Daedalus Diggle. Big Braveheart was last. The time is 34.95.
Bale was hanging on for dear life. Triumph. He nearly triumphed. He just misses again. He's a frustrating commodity.
Yeah, both of the favourites just blew the start and then bumped into each other and got into all sorts of trouble. And yeah, look, I think it's indicative of the time there, 34.95, that she was looking for the line. But all you got to do is win, Gareth.
Yes, that's all you need to do. And that's exactly what Iberia Bale did for Mark Dalbridge, who can train a dog to win over 600 metres. Let's take a break. This is Top Gun Night. We're live from the Meadows here on racing.com. It's a pleasure to have your company on this Saturday night. Welcome back to our coverage for Top Gun Night on the opening night of the Dream Chasers Festival, and Iberia Bale did it all the way in race number 4 over the 600, defeating the fast finishing Triumph, who goes down again when we all thought he should have nearly won. George?
Yeah, it was an unbelievable run. I mean, seeing where he was on that first corner and to nearly win the race, Iberia Bale was all out, but it was too good.
Good Bloke Society is a wonderful organisation that does terrific work to help men go through and help them go through their battles, and they've been able to buy a slot in the Phoenix, and Sean Wallace from the Good Bloke Society joins us here tonight. Sean, welcome to our coverage. Just explain what Good Bloke Society is all about.
Thanks, Gareth. It's great to be here on Top Gun Night, and honestly it's very exciting to have a slot in the world's richest greyhound race. We're very lucky to have that slot, and the Good Bloke Society, you know what, started as a punters club in 2014. We started as a punters club. We started as a group of guys that enjoyed thoroughbred racing, but enjoyed getting out on a Friday and having a lunch, George, didn't we?
Yeah, I've been to a few of these Good Bloke Society lunches, and they're quite legendary. And I noticed pretty quickly, Sean, that there was a few that loved the long tails. They loved betting on the greyhounds.
Well, we love betting, we love punting, but and then we grew, right? We grew, and the community grew, and our culture grew, and yeah, we're really strong about men's health and creating an environment for men to talk about emotions and feelings and being open and honest and being authentic.
Yeah.
But we have a punting culture, and the reason why we got involved in the Phoenix is because we thought it was a great opportunity not only to run our Christmas party out here on the 16th of December, which is going to be a ball, but to have a crack at the million, right, and get involved in greyhound racing.
So talk us through and talk us about what your culture is about.
Well, we've created a community which is all about men catching up and talking about what's important in life, right? And we have our 3 pillars, which is business, right, because business is important, social, we love a good time at the Good Bloke Society, and then the men's health and the wellness. And we got 450 members across Australia. We were actually in Singapore too. We launched in there early this year. So what's exciting about us having a slot in this race, and what's, obviously we'll talk about Alpha Zulu, I'm sure, in a second, right? But having a slot in this race, we've got members Wagga Wagga, Brisbane, Perth, Adelaide, all talking about greyhound racing, talking about the Phoenix, and booking air flights and tickets to come to the Phoenix on the 16th of December.
When did it, I know you had a thought process of when you were going to get a slot, but when did it become really serious? Did you have a dog in mind, or did you say, let's get a slot first?
No, never had a dog in mind. And George, we've known each other since our 2 daughters...
Kids go to school.
Right, our daughters got in the sandpit at kindergarten, right, a few years ago.
I wish they were still that age.
Right, yeah, I know, they're growing up quick.
Yeah.
So, I've got a punting background. I syndicated thoroughbred horses, and we met, and you introduced me to probably greyhound racing, come out here to the Meadows, and enjoyed watching Striker Light win a couple of Group 1s, and just love the atmosphere, and it was just a bit of a natural progression. But Tony Gwynn, who's a great member of the GBS, he suggested to me in January, he goes, I think it'd be a great idea for the GBS to get a slot in the Phoenix. And I honestly, at the time, I thought, sounds great, but in real facts, there's a cost involved and the rest of it. But, we applied, and thanks to Greyhound Racing, they've taken us on board, and they thought we're a great community and a great outside to the industry to get involved in greyhound racing. We're rapt to be involved. And look, we've got some great ambassadors that love racing, love the punt. Jimmy Cassidy, a superstar in the thoroughbred ranks, right? 104 Group 1 races. He loves his greyhound racing. Got some funny stories. He's hoping to be on track. Glenn Schofield, Dipper, Wayne Carey. I spoke to Chris Ling during the week. He loves a punt. He might not be able to be here because of the strikers and his commitment to cricket, but we're all talking about the Phoenix, which I think's great.
Yeah. I think it's terrific, mate. I think it's one of the best moves ever from the organisation here at the Meadows to get the Good Bloke Society involved here. So how did you go about picking Alpha Zulu?
Well, we probably got a little bit lucky. We sort of got suggested that Jason Thompson would be a good relationship, and he's obviously a well-known trainer and a successful trainer, and he's got a couple of very, very... he's got a good kennel, right? Yeah. He's got a good kennel, and we did get pointed to Alpha Zulu, and I have got a relationship with John O'Brien, who's a part owner of the dog. So that probably sort of, I thought, it'd be good. Wouldn't it be a great story if we did pick Alpha Zulu, and he was and had the ability to win the race, and with the relationship with Jono, it all come together.
I don't know where the Good Bloke Society is going to be positioned on Phoenix night, but if Alpha Zulu wins, they are going to tear
I'm definitely going to the next function if they win the Phoenix.
You're right.
So the fact that he's sort of, this preparation, he's taken the next steps, and he's won those 2 Group 2s, and tonight, for the Top Gun, his favourite at the moment. He's got the he's got the good box, and fingers crossed he can get the job done, because it'd be exciting to be a favourite and one of the favourites for the Phoenix.
Go and get them, Sean. We appreciate your time, mate. Great story.
Get them, boys. Let's go. Get them. All the GBS boys. Get on track. 16th of December.
How do we join?
The Meadows. We love greyhound racing.
Can we join? How do we join?
Join, just get on the website.
Beautiful.
Join. Gareth, you're
I'll be
an
there.
honorary ambassador.
I'll be there.
tonight.
Hey, I'll jump on the bandwagon now. You got Alpha Zulu.
All the GPS boys, they love Georgie. He's tipped us
they
any
would.
winners. Boys in our WhatsApp group, they love it. Boys, get to the Meadows, 16th of December, the Phoenix. Let's go, Alpha Zulu.
You're on fire, Sean. You might as well throw to James Vandermark.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go to the next race. What are we up to, James?
I tell you what, team, we're going to straighten this ship up a little bit, I think, because we're with one of the formal men here of the Meadows, the big boss, the head honcho, Scotty Wookatch, who's with me in front of the Dream Chasers marquee, the Sportsbet Dream Chasers marquee. And Scotty, 18 months in the job, and nights like this is I guess, as a head honcho like yourself, this is what it's all about.
Absolutely. Exposing people to our great sport, running great events, trying to get as many people to the venue as possible. That's what our job is, and hopefully we've done that tonight. We've had a good week, had a great kids' night on Monday night, and now after this night we've got the Phoenix coming up in a few weeks, so a big couple of weeks for the team.
Well, they tell me Monday night, Melbourne Cup Eve, was absolutely massive. There were kids everywhere, massive, massive crowd. And then we get to night number 1 of the Dream Chasers Festival tonight. You must be excited with the way things are progressing to kick off what is a massive 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, the Monday before the Melbourne Cup is just always enormous for the club, and the weather really turned it on Monday night. We had probably 1,200. Half of them were kids enjoying all the festivities around here. And you're right, we kick off the Dream Chasers Festival, obviously onto Sandown, and we bookend the festival with the Topgun and the Phoenix in a few weeks. So it's awesome.
And what about the night of racing? Hume Cup we'll start with, and then we'll talk Topgun and how the fields, I guess, are assembled. Starting with the Hume Cup from heats Monday night, what did you make of those heats? There was a few favourites that got through and a few that missed out. The Tasmanian, who I think was $1.70, $1.80, might have even come into 140, got rolled. What did you make of the final field?
Yeah, well, it is a really good race, and nights like tonight where you've got 3 Group 1s over all distances, which is enormous. I don't think many clubs do that. It was a great race. Hector Foley was obviously pretty awesome. I think after that, I was quite busy with the kids' night, so I didn't really get too much of an opportunity to watch most of the races, but I saw him go around and he was super impressive.
Now, talking Top Guns, there was a change to the criteria. There's been a little bit of conjecture around that change and the field that's assembled, but without going too deep into that, can you give the listeners, the viewers, I guess, a little bit of an insight as to how the field was chosen by the Top Gun panel?
Yeah, certainly. So the race is an invitational race. So basically it has a panel, and the opinion of the panel basically selects the race. So historically there's been a few measures that the panel had to judge that by, and we removed pretty much all of those this year and made it just down to the opinion of the panel to get the best 8 greyhounds for both the Top Gun sprinters and the Top Gun stayers.
And I reckon you're pretty proud of the fields.
Oh, look, I think it's pretty good. I think a lot of the dogs that there's a bit of conjecture about are really short in the market. I think that sort of demonstrates that maybe that they deserve their spot in the field. I think having conditions as part of that entry process limits the ability of the panel to choose dogs. I think someone said to me back in the early 2000s that Brett Lee missed out on a run at the Top Gun. Now, hopefully with a change to some of these interpretations of the conditions, we can ensure that we get the best race where every dog's a chance of winning.
Brilliantly done, Scotty. We're going to be catching up with you a few times, I guess, throughout the Dream Chasers Festival as we roll on to the Phoenix, mate, which is the grand final of the Dream Chasers. Back to you, Hawley. We're going to give Scotty a break. He's earned his catch this week.
Scotty Wookatch there, the CEO of the Meadows, and Georgie. About time they changed those rules, because it was a travesty that you left out. You were a selector. Well, she's fast.
Never have been a selector.
Oh, yes, you haven't.
No, I wasn't. Not when we had that blue on air about wow, she's fast. I think it was after only 4 starts you had her in the Top Gun, didn't you?
Well, I did, and do you know what? I was right.
Well, not with the conditions that were in place. So I understand what they've done now. I get it. And we've got a absolutely cracking edition.
Yeah.
Can't wait for it.
All right, then, let's have a look at race number 5 on the program, and we've got a good thing here. Are you tipping Eula Bale?
Yeah, I am. I mean, we're not getting much value here around the $1.90 mark, but he's a greyhound with a terrific record here. He's won 5 out of 11. Mitch, I think he can lead. He's in good form, 27.02 last start at Horsham, and he's the one they want.
Yeah, he is the one they want. $1.75 on the drift slightly to $1.95, back into $1.90. I don't think there's been a stack of money for Eula Bale based on the fact that the opening price, Navarino for the Thompsons, $4.40 into $4.20. I think this greyhound will get a nice run in the race. Fab's Vegetable, $6.50 into $6. Captain Larry, it is the one I like. It is the one the punters have liked. $10, touched as low as $7.50, back out to $8.50. And if you like Storm Stroller, Unacceptable Jan or Zyle Bale, they're $10 or greater. And the same race multifunction. Jump on the app, click on the race 5 and you'll see same race multi there. This is one of the best parts about the app. Combine runners in the same race for bigger odds. Pick multiple greyhounds to finish anywhere in the top 4 and get a fixed odds price before the jump. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website.
Tell us how you expect this race to pan out in the early stages here, Georgie.
There's a little bit of speed in 1 and 3 and 4, as we can see on the screen. Fab's Vegetable, a couple of starts ago, Mitch went 29-29 at Sandown. He's obviously got the ability to go close here. But I just like Eula Bale's record here at the Meadows. And, I just think off box 1. We were just watching him here win off box 6. So he doesn't have to lead this greyhound to win, which is a good thing for him, obviously. But off box 1, I think he can just pose into a really nice position and be hard to hold out, Mitch.
Yeah, I think you're right, Georgie. Eula Bale's a greyhound that doesn't run on the rail. It wants to push off a little bit, but it will take a rails run here where we see. So it will be in the race at some point. I see the speed from the 4 Storm Stroller carting across in front of the 2 and 3 and potentially carting the 6 into the race, hence why I like it each way. But if it doesn't cross, the 1's going to get the run in the race.
Yeah. And he loves it. It looks like just watching that replay, Georgie. I'm no expert, but he looks like he wants to get to the inside. So box 1 is perfect for this favourite.
Yeah, he's got a terrific record from inside draws, Gareth, and that's why I had him on top as well.
All right, then, Jimmy, give Eula Bale a bit of a pat for us because we're all on here, apart from Mitchie, but we need this greyhound to salute, I think.
Well, Eula Bale's the clear favourite. I'm with Deb Coleman, the trainer of Eula Bale. Box number 1 looks the right draw for this boy, and I reckon he's a little bit underrated.
Oh, look, I prefer him from the 8, just so that he has his own way sort of thing. But, look, he's been putting some really good runs together lately, so yeah, we're very happy with him.
Do you have some added confidence of the fact he seems to love it here at the Meadows coming into tonight's race?
He does like it here. Last week's run was a top run, so, yeah, we're just hoping that he gets out and gets home safe.
Good luck, Eula Bale from box number 1. We'll roll back a few. And we'll catch up with the Bartolo kennel, who is a name just synonymous with winning races here. Storm Stroller, a greyhound who's going to put himself into the race from box number 4. You know that.
I think the red will lead, though. I don't think he'll be able to cross.
So if you can't cross, you can't win. Is it as simple as that?
That's right.
Good luck anyway, mate. Box number 4. And we'll roll back to right back in box number 7, Navarino, Lukey Thompson. What do you make of the draw, mate? He seems to like wide draws, but he just needs a little bit of luck working across early. Is that the way you see it?
Yeah, exactly right. If he can step and kind of follow along Captain Larry and put himself into the race, he'll be hard to hold out.
Hey, mate, you know your form. I remember a very, very cold night here about, I reckon, 3 or 4 months ago, and this boy produced one of the all-time great wins. Do you remember that one?
Yeah. I think he may have had this draw, actually, so hopefully he can repeat that kind of performance tonight.
Well, there we go. Luke Thompson, he's a great trainer, great golfer as well. He's got Navarino in box number 7. It's an interesting lineup, boys. Eula Bale heads out as the favourite around $2.
All right, then, James, who are you tipping here?
Look, I'm going to go with Eula Bale, number 1 on top. I think the draw should see him hold the front. And as we heard from the Bartolo kennels, the 4 Storm Strollers, the greyhound who's going to put the speed on early. And I think if Eula Bale can kick up and hold the lead, can get the job done. So I'm with number 1, Eula Bale.
So Eula Bale, all the rage here with Georgie and James and Captain Larry. The tip here from Mitchie Abaya. They're at the parade ring here. So they'll head just a short walk now to the 5:25 start, which is at the end of the start of the home straight here, Mitchie. What's the market doing here?
Yeah, Eula Bale's still your favourite, $1.90 as we speak. Captain Larry's in at $8, open 10s. That was probably the more substantial move there. And then Fab's Vegetable was the other greyhound in the market as well. As Mr. Bartolo said, Storm Stroller probably can't get across from box 4. And if it does, it will pave the way for the greyhounds drawn out wide in Navarino and Captain Larry.
It's been a terrific dog, Captain Larry, hasn't he? Made an Australian Cup final. He was in really good form earlier in the year, and then he went through a little bit of a patchy area there, but he's sort of come back nicely. He's been fairly consistent of late, and his win here 3 starts ago was good. He's just one of those greyhounds that if you can find the top, he'll be pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need to be the best dog in the race. It's all about a lot of it's down to the map, especially here at the Meadows. Short run to the first turn. If you've got a greyhound that can cart you into that first turn and potentially take out a few of the big dogs, well, then it makes for something out wide, vice versa, wide runners, etc. So.
Now, we have yard watchers in the thoroughbreds, James Vandermark. I know you just told us with your late mail that you're keen, of course, on the 1 here, like Georgie, in Eula Bale. But do we need to look for anything with these dogs here?
Yeah, look, I'm happy to go with Eula Bale, to be honest, but that's based on form. If you're going off pick of the yard, for me, it's Navarino. Any greyhound from the Thompson kennel always looks absolutely phenomenal. And that's no disrespect to the others. They just have this awesome glow about their coat. So Navarino's the pick of the yard, but I think Eula Bale's the pick of the form guide.
Good on you, James. As they head to the boxes here, Georgie, what's the worst possible outcome for Eula Bale at the start?
Oh, that it just gets too far back.
Yeah.
Look, it doesn't want to... And then if it wants to shift off a little bit, Gareth, it's not going to want to give dogs like Fab's Vegetable, as I said, went 29-29 at Sandown, which is a very fast run. These are quality greyhounds. You just can't give them starts.
Mitchie, market here.
Yeah, Eula Bale $1.95 as we speak. Navarino is at $4.40. Fab's Vegetable into $7. Captain Larry $7.50. So a little bit of shortening there. And Storm Stroller has drifted from $8.50 out to $9.50. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the gambling hotline or visit the website on screen.
What's the right price for this favourite, George?
Yeah, probably getting out to the right price. It was a little bit short for mine because it is a good field.
I reckon 220 is the right price.
All right, then let's get upstairs. Here's Daniel Hibbett for
Eula
race
Bale,
number 5.
Favourite at $2. Navarino's at $4.60 and Fab's Vegetable at $6.50. Captain Larry is an $8.50 chance, and it is the only other one under double figures. It's $10 for Storm Stroller, 12 for Unacceptable Jan, and Zyle Bale at 34. So Eula Bale, the favourite for the first leg of tonight's main quaddie for Deborah Coleman. Winner of 19 of 45, has won 5 out of 11 over this trip. Good win at Horsham last time out. Before that, a 29.98 win from box 6 here at the Meadows. Second leg, Navarino, winner at Sandown, beating Boomburst 2 starts ago in the heat of the Cranbourne Cup. Then 4th in the final behind Alpha Zulu in 29 and 61 its time. And it is the second pick and just needs a little bit of luck from that outside draw. Fab's Vegetable was very impressive in a prelude of the Melbourne Cup at Sandown last start from box 8, beating Storm Stroller. It was a pretty messy race, but he was able to still win. He's won 13 of 50, 3 of 9 over this trip. And Captain Larry, another one that really likes the Meadows. He's won 7 of his 22 races over this trip. He was a winner here 3 starts ago in 30.02. So they're getting set for the first leg of the quaddie. And the first of the features is next up, the Hume Cup final over the 600. The first of the Group 1's race number 6 tonight at 11 minutes after 8. They're set, just about set to go for the first leg of tonight's quaddie. Favourite in the red box, Eula Bale, almost ready to go. The green light is turned on and the lure's on the roll. Race 5, set to go, ready. Racing, Eula Bale jumped well, speed out from Unacceptable Jam, but Eula Bale's going to drive through and keep the lead from Fab's Vegetable. On the inside, Unacceptable Jam getting passed by Storm Stroller. Also Navarino on the march, and they get clear on Zyle Bale and Captain Larry. Eula Bale the leader, 2 lengths on Fab's Vegetable who's closing in, and Navarino starts to run on strongly. Storm Stroller was 4th on the swing. Eula Bale in front, Fab's Vegetable trying hard. Eula Bale still in front, and the fade will make all. By 3/4 of a length over Fab's Vegetable and Navarino. 4th across the line will be Storm Stroller ahead of it. Zyle Bale, then Captain Larry and Unacceptable Jan. The favourite home in a very good 29 and 76.
That was a gutsy win from Eula Bale, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, we know he can put it together. When he puts it together, he puts it together. But having Daly's dog running up behind him, I was a bit worried that he might get him. But, you know, he's done the job.
It adds a little bit of extra merit to the victory when you've got a greyhound like Fab's Vegetable, hot on your hammer, Navarino storming home. I know you're an emotional person, but that means a bit, doesn't it?
It does. I'm trying to look at the time because that's the quickest he's ever gone. So, look, thrilled.
What do you make of that? The fact that he responded to the pressure coming from behind him because he found another gear when he had to.
Look, I say that he likes it out wide, but he does like it inside as well. But he's just, you know, he's a gutsy dog. He's not given a lot of credit for what, you know, but look, we love him.
Do we dare to dream? I'm going to make you very emotional here, but do we dare to dream that maybe Eula Bale could make it into the Phoenix on a run like that?
I very much doubt it.
I'll let you go. I'll let you go. I don't want to make you too sad. There we go. Debbie Coleman, Eula Bell. It would be a great story, wouldn't it, if he was to make it to the Phoenix after a statement win tonight?
It was a statement. He's gone 29-7, and look at him go, Eula Bale. Once he led, it was nearly all over. Fab's Vegetable and Navarino was strong in defeat as well, but Eula Bale takes out race number 5. Don't go anywhere. Straight after this, we'll get set for the first of the Group 1s. It's the Hugh Cup final coming up straight after this break. This is, of course, Top Gun night to kick off Dream Chasers Festival live at the Meadows here on racing.com. Welcome back to our coverage here of Top Gun night. We're live at the Meadows here on racing.com for the opening night of the Dream Chasers Festival. It's great to be with you. Let's have a look at the results from that previous race, and the punters were right on the money. Got out to 2:30 in the end, Eula Bale. Top performance, 2 broke 30. Could be in for bigger things this preparation. Fab's Vegetable second. Navarino third, Storm Troller was back in 4, so 1, 3, 7 and 4. Our next guest, he's a 3-time premiership player with the Brisbane Lions, but he could be living his greatest ever achievement in life if Alpha Sulu can win a Top Gun, then goes on to win a Melbourne Cup, and then wins a Phoenix. He's got enough money to be even richer after that. I speak of Jonathan Brown, and he joins us now, joining myself, Gareth Hall and Mitchie Abaya. Brownie, thanks for joining us, mate. Geez, you've got a pretty handy dog, mate.
Yeah, it's been great, a great journey so far, and rang Jace a couple of years ago and said, wouldn't mind getting back into the dogs. He said, well, it might take me a little bit of time, but he's found a handy one. Yeah. And we nearly broke the track record in his first ever trial. He rang me up and said, I reckon we might have another Golden Currency. Who, of course, I was there as a young fellow. I think I was about 9 or 10, maybe 10 years old, if I do the maths correctly. And Golden Currency won the first ever Top Gun in a dead heat with Worth backing. Yes. I think it was. And I remember being there at Sandown Park on that infamous night. So when I had my own dog in a Top Gun tonight, I just couldn't miss it. Now, Brownie, you hail from Warrnambool. The Muggervan family are a famous greyhound family in the southwest of Victoria. So as a boy, did you used to go and walk the dogs, and did you have any impact in training dogs when you were a young fella? I love the dogs. Yeah, I worked for first job really, apart from playing footy, it was a greyhound handler. Yeah. So when the first big step was getting the greyhound licence at the age of 14 years old. And I led out 2 cup winners. Did you? I led out another classic in the Horsham Cup and another currency in the Warrnambool Cup, where I had to wear a tuxedo as a 14-year-old and I had braces. So great memories. So obviously great time. Kevin Muggervan Jr., who is my uncle, obviously had many great dogs over the journey. And of course then my mum decided to have a crack at it and trained her first dog, and it was called Modern Assassin. Yes. And won a couple of Group 1s, so I've had a great history. Yeah. How'd you get back? Why did you want to get back in the dogs? And you found it, as we just pointed out, Alpha Sulu could be one of the best dogs in the country. He might be already the best dog in the country. Yeah, it's surprising. He's only just turned 2, so he's quite young, but he's developing good racecraft. And just a couple of years ago, I was sick of wasting money on slow racehorses. So I thought, well, I know the greyhound's a hell of a lot more than the horses. So got back into it. Obviously, Jason's a close family friend, and it's been nice. So, my dear mother, Mary, who passed away tragically last year, and suddenly I think she's looking down from above, and her and Jason were very close, and so it's been a wonderful journey. Yeah.
I was going to say, Brownie, you've played at such a high level in football, and now you've got such a fast greyhound, but the resemblances between, being 100% on game day or race day, a lot goes into it, and a lot that we don't see what goes on at the kennel block. Have you had much involvement with Alpha Zulu, or do you get much update? Well, you don't really need to when you've got probably one of Australia's greatest trainers of all time, so it's fair to say he knows how to put the special touch on it, but there is nothing like being involved in the racing industry when you've got a great horse or a great dog, and obviously when you come up into a Group 1, I was fortunate enough to have a little share in Snap Dance, the Group 1 Memsy at Caulfield last year, but this is a little bit different because obviously growing up as a kid and understanding the
industry intimately and being involved in it, I'm really nervous tonight. I genuinely feel as if I'm about to run out in front of a 100,000 crowd at the MCG. Fortunately enough, I don't have any control over the result tonight. I'm not the one that has to jump because you wouldn't want to back my speed to get out of the boxes. So I'm actually really nervous but excited.
Yeah, I know Ricky Ponting loves his greyhound racing as well. Do you talk to him about the dogs and all that? Because Mark Ward tells me he just tips winners for fun, Ricky Ponting.
Yeah, he does.
And is he jealous that you didn't get him into this dog?
Yeah, he probably is a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's a few jealous people, but they think greyhound racing's easy. But punters obviously been a big supporter, and hopefully, I'm looking forward to sort of continue on my involvement with the greyhounds going forward. And if they can end up half as good as Alpha Zulu, you'll be going all right. But it's going to be exciting next few weeks, and hopefully this is the start of a big few weeks.
Yeah. Do you win tonight?
Well, look, I probably shouldn't talk out of school or pass on information from Jace, but I think we're relatively confident. As we know, you've got to jump well, but I was sort of surprised. Like, he's developing really good craft, and you think last week you can't miss the kick in the Cranbourne Cup, and he missed the kick and follows up the one. So he had really good racecraft and was able to develop that. He rails strongly. I think his second half of his race are really strong, and when he won the final here a couple of months ago, he ran 4.97 to the first split. So he hasn't got a lot of weaknesses in his game, has he? So just hopefully Transponder can clear the field out for us, and he can run straight and take the outsiders out to the outside fence and clear some way for Alpha Zulu.
Hey, tell us, you played on the big stage, played in front of some big crowds, and I'm sure there was a few nerves there. You said you were nervous for tonight. It's a big 5 weeks for Alpha Zulu.
Yeah.
There's races here, there and everywhere to contest. You've got the Melbourne Cup Phoenix coming up. What are you more nervous for, tonight or the games that have gone by?
To be honest, I'm feeling the nerves. I'm a bit more nervous, I reckon. At least when I was playing, I felt like I had some control over it. Until Scott Burns knocked me out of the first bounce in '03. But yeah, I'm just a bit nervous about it all. And I know Jace is nervous, and Jace hasn't come tonight because he's a bit superstitious. He reckons he's been to the group ones he's been to this year. When he's turned up, the dog's been beaten, so he's stayed away, which might be a good luck charm. But I'm just really excited. I remember it's a similar feeling. I think when Flying Amy won the Australian Cup in '95, it was here when the Meadows had just started, and Golden Currency was in that race, and he was the hot favourite, and probably had similar sort of nerves. I was 12 or 13 years old, and we expected to come here and win the race, but hopefully we can walk away with a different result tonight.
Last one before I let you go, Brownie. Is he Simon Black, Jason Ackermanis, Vossi? Is he yourself, Lynchy? If he was a football player, which one would he be?
Hopefully he's not Brownie out the boxes tonight.
Might be. Well, hopefully he's not as slow as Simon Black. Out of the box. He's very silky.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Jace. Jace has got the elite speed, so that's what we want tonight.
Is it true Campbell Brown's turning up here as well?
He may be a chance.
Oh, okay.
I think he's looking for an excuse to find his way home, which I think the Meadows is on the way home for him after a big week. So we've got a spot up on the table for Brown Dog.
Oh, he can do whatever he wants. He's an amazing individual. Good on you, Brownie. Thanks for joining us,
Thanks,
mate. Good luck.
Yeah.
There's the superstar, Jonathan Brown. Isn't it great to have him involved in the sport of greyhound racing once again? Race 6, we've got a special here, Brownie. Hector Fawley will be winning, Mitchie. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, one of my better bets on the program, but the punters are keen on number 1 Raiders Guide, $2.50 into $2.15. Hector Fawley, $3.10 out to $3.70. Eiley Bale, $5.50 and firm. And multi-mat for Georgie Ferrugia and Matty Field, $9. Touch as low as $7.50 back out to $8. If you like Rip and Grace, you'll get 18s. Aston Luciano, Kai Bale and Responder, $26 or more. But I'm with the 5. I think it's tremendous value. And I think the 1 is unders. How's this? Don't forget, the Sportsbet Meadows, all races, run second, get a bonus bet back. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the gambling hotline or visit the website on screen.
First of the Group 1's not far away. James Vandermart, take it away.
Yeah, we're in the yard now. We're going to catch up with Raiders Guide from Tasmania. And I tell you what, this boy's pumped up. He's ready to go.
This is him on a good night, yeah.
Is it really?
So he's always pretty much like this. He just wants to just get on with business.
Do you feel like you're flying the flag for the Tasmanians, coming across to Melbourne, big night like this in a Group 1 from Box 1? Do you feel like you're really doing it for Tasmania?
Look, I think any Tasmanian that brings a dog over the mainland has a few knots in their stomach. It's sort of a cult thing there that's Apple Isle. You just want to do them proud. So he'll do his best, whatever that may be. We won't know for another couple of minutes, but he will do his best.
I think he's an absolute star, and I think these Tasmanians are underrated. So all of the best from box number 1.
Really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Well, there we go. That's Raiders Guide. We'll wander over here to Nathan Rooney, who is quietly, maybe a little bit arrogant. He's that confident for the roughie. I wouldn't say that. But Rooney, how do you see the race playing out, mate? You're a form expert. You've done the speed maps. Talk to me.
There's a lot of speed on the inside 4, so his best hope is going to be to, whip around if there's a jam up. But, geez, the red was awesome last week, and so was Hector. So there's a couple of fast dogs in it. We're going to need a lot of luck.
Are you expecting he has to lead to win, Aston Luciano, or you're hoping to track an Ailey Bale and run her down?
I'm hoping to get on speed, mate. Yeah, I think the first 8 or 9 seconds is going to be the crucial. By the time they get the peg the first time, he'll need to be trying to carve across on the corner like he did last week to give himself any hope.
I love when we talk form, mate. You get all serious on me. Good luck with Aston Luciano in the Group 1.
Thanks, buddy.
And we'll quickly catch up with Hector Fawley. He's right over the back here, getting focused. Lisa Cockrell, she's on handling duties, mainly because they want no excuses. Whenever the partner handles, Ian, apparently he doesn't go so well. Is that the way it goes?
Oh, look, I'm not going to say anything till after this race. I'm keeping a low profile.
But you must have been proud last week. This was Hector Fawley at his brilliant best.
Yeah, definitely very proud.
Well, there we go. Lisa Cockrell heading out with Hector Fawley. I tell you what, do yourself a favour, gamble responsibly, of course, but I would be having a little wager on Raiders Guide to win this one. I like the one. Hector Fawley's the danger, guys, but I reckon Hector Fawley all in market with sportsbet.com.au. As I say, gamble responsibly, but for the Sale Cup on Boxing Day, I reckon that race profiles perfectly for Hector Fawley.
All right, then, so James Vandermark with Raiders Guide begin on Hector Fawley for the Sale Cup. Forget about the Sale Cup, Georgie and Mitch. I'll go back to you, Georgie Ferrugia, who joins us once again. You're all over Hector Fawley tonight to win this Group 1 Hume Cup.
Yeah, I love this greyhound. I know it sounds simplistic, Mitch, but I know you'll understand what I'm talking about here. He just looks like he's going fast, this dog. He looks like a machine. A couple of his runs at Sandown have been unbelievable. If he gets any clear running, I think he'll be incredibly hard to beat. Speaking of Sale Cup, I think watch for Rip and Grace to run on in this race. She is a star, I think, so she needs a little bit of luck from box 8, but it is a cracking race. I think Hector Fawley deserves to be a Group 1 winner.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's that fast greyhound that just looks like he's absolutely flying. My numbers here are 5, 3, 1 and 2. I'm surprised at the short price of Raiders Guide. I think Ailey Bale is going to cut it off on that first turn and take the rail. It doesn't leave the rail, so it makes the race for 3 multi-mat or 5 Hector Fawley, in my opinion. But Hector Fawley, great value, $3.70 as we speak. Your favourite at the moment is Raiders Guide at around that $2.15.
So where does Hector Fawley get to in the run here, Georgie?
Look, last week he was just awesome. He got into a really good position early. He can be a little bit hit or miss at box rise, but we've seen him win from behind the pack too, Gareth. He's one of those greyhounds that just chases. He just chases really, really hard. I think he's racing with a bit of an air of confidence after last week, and I think he'll get the job done.
Mitch, market before we go up to Daniel Hibbert for the call of the first of the Group 1s.
Yeah, Raiders Guide is still your favourite, but on the drift, 230 out to 260. Hector Fawley, 350 into 340. Ailey Bale, 550, and a little bit of a push for Multi-Matt, who I think will lead the race. He's 850 into 750. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the Gambling Hotline or visit the website on screen.
Let's get ready to rumble here for the first of the Group 1s. It's a Hume Cup over the 600 metres. Here's Daniel Hibbert for the call.
Hector Fawley at $3.50. Ailey Bale at $6. Multi-Mat is at $8.50. And then $11 for Rip and Grace. 18 Aston Luciano. 26 Responder. And 31 for Kai Bale. Favourite Raiders Guide. Brilliant heat, winning 34 and 16. He's won 17 of 39. Only 2 starts over this trip, but he's won and run second in the other one. Second elect, Hector Fawley. He broke a long-standing second split record here last week after a little bit of a bump on the first turn. He has made this distance his own in recent times, not only here at the Meadows, but particularly at Sandown. And his only blemishes really came in a Group 2 race where he drew this box at Sandown and didn't have any luck. But the way he went last week, if he can get the start right, he's going to be right in the action at the finish. 650 Ailey Bale, who just doesn't know how to run a poor race. She's very consistent. She may not win when you expect it to, but she's always there or thereabouts, and she gets the plum draw tonight, box 2. And Multi-Mat, another one who's just racing so consistently. He doesn't win all the time, but he's been racing so well at this level. He's won 14 of 55, 1 of 3 over this trip. They're the top 4 in the market. Rip and Grace is next best at $11. They move in for the first of the Group 1s tonight. The Hume Cup final, $75,000 to the winner. Raiders Guide, the 270 favourite. Money for Hector Fawley late into 320. They are the favourite pair. Green lights. Lures on the roll. Set to go for the Hume Cup final. They're ready. Set. Racing. Slow to go there, Hector Fawley, and also Rip and Grace. Trying to drive through was Raiders Guide, and way out deep, Hector Fawley's looping them. Raiders Guide's going to lead Hector Fawley out of the straight. Multi-Mat up to third. Fourth was Aston Luciano across, then came Kai Bale. They got clear on Ailey Bale Responder, and last of all, Rip and Grace. Down the pack, it's Raiders Guide. Hector Fawley's got an inside run, and he drives through. Around the out turn they come. Multi-Mat was third, but Hector took the lead. Raiders Guide can't go with him. Here is the best deserved Group 1 ever. Hector Fawley does it in the Hume Cup, and he beat Raiders Guide. They were pedals in front of Multi-Mat, who's run third. Fourth, the photo between Ailey Bale and Kai Bale. Next in Rip and Grace and Responder, and it was one of the last across the line. The Minister for Magic does it on the big stage in 34 and 26.
I tell you what, that is what the Dream Chasers Festival is all about. Lisa Cockrell, you're emotional. Talk me through that run of Hector Fawley. Amazing.
I was a bit worried I was going to get the sack after he said it didn't jump so flash, and I don't know, then he was out really wide, and I don't know how he got to second, but he did, and then he just did his thing, I think. Yeah.
Would have given you added confidence coming into tonight's run that you know you've got the best dog in the race. He just has to find a way, and find a way he did.
Yeah, definitely. Like, he just had to get around the trouble on that first turn, and that's what he did. So, yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about the way you watched the race. I glanced over to you when he got the inside run off the back straight to take the lead. You were so still, a little bit of a tear in the eye. Talk me through that, the feeling of winning a Group 1. You're a Group 1 winning trainer.
I know, that's a bit surreal. I think it's a team of group, you know, the whole family are into it. So, yeah, I kind of just like being in my own space. I think I just pray that they stay in one piece, getting around the track. Freaking freezing, I really need a jacket on. But yeah, I just like being in my own little space, and yeah, just watching him. I watch so many people with great dogs and, you know, superstar dogs. So to think that we've got one, I think I just like to enjoy it, yeah.
Well, 100%, Lisa, you have a superstar greyhound, one of the greatest 600-metre dogs I think we've ever seen, Hector Fawley. Congrats on a Hume Cup, Group 1 Hume Cup success.
Thank you so much.
How about that, hey? The Dream Chasers, that is exactly what it's all about. Hector Fawley, he is a superstar.
That he is, James. Yeah, great interview with Lisa. Well done there with Hector Fawley. The boys were right on the money. We'll take a break and then we'll come back and relive the first of the Group 1s, the Hume Cup, and then we'll get set for race 7, and the big Group 1s in the Top Guns also are not far away. What about that performance of Hector Fawley? He jumped nicely, then he got pushed off the track, and then Raiders Guide hit the front, and then he went underneath Raiders Guide to career away for that Group 1 in the Hume Cup final. He's a talented greyhound, and Georgie Ferrugia is joining me here live at the Meadows for the opening night of the Dream Chasers Festival. And Georgie, I can't believe the price of Hector Fawley, because yourself and Mitchie were all over this greyhound. He pays $2.90 and $1.50, but he was a good price right throughout the night.
Look, I thought he deserved to be favourite for this race all week, and even when Raiders Guide led, he's not an easy dog to run down. That was a massive win by Hector Fawley. If there's a greyhound that deserves to win a Group 1, it is him. He has had a terrific career since he stepped up over 600 metres, and that was a massive victory.
Yeah. Is it cold or is it just me here now?
It's cold.
It is cold. So I apologise if I look like I am shivering. I am shivering. But the action's about to heat up on the track because we've got the two Top Guns not far away. Tell us a little bit about Lisa Cockerell, the trainer, because she was emotional after that victory, and her story, Georgie.
Well, Lisa and Ian train out of the Geelong area.
Yep.
Most of their dogs are named after Harry Potter characters.
Yes.
So I'm not sure. I think he's the Minister for Magic. I
Hector Foley.
I believe that's what I heard Dan Hibbert say. And look, they breed their own greyhounds, and mate, it's a credit to them. This is from their dam line. They've had some very good luck from this dam line, and this is clearly the best of them, especially in the last 5 years.
I'm looking forward to going to watch Harry Potter tonight with a hot chocolate after. Let's have a look at the replay and watch Hector Foley do what he did. Talk us through the start here, George.
Yeah, look, he was in a bit of trouble here on the first corner because you could get fanned off wide, and I think the first surprise, Mitch, wasn't it, that the red led Raiders Guide. It got into a really nice position early, and then Hector Foley had to work so hard in this position, and he was fantastic.
Yeah, I couldn't believe Raiders Guide when I saw it out in front. I was staggered. I'd spent so long doing form for this, and I didn't have it sitting in the lead. And when those two were ding-dong battling out in front, it was fantastic. Hector Foley, he is just such a tenacious chaser. That's the track experience right there. Raiders Guide runs off the track a little bit, creates room. Hector Foley, been here so many times.
I was just about to say that. Did you see that head-on down the back?
Yeah.
He gave him an opportunity to hunt up underneath, and that was the race. I think that's what cost Raiders Guide. So, terrific effort. Hector Foley, deserved Group 1 winner.
Yeah, he's been knocking on the door for a while now, and I think there's plenty of races coming up for him. The good thing, he reminds me so much of Fanta Bale in a sense that he can win over 500, he can definitely win over 600, and you test him over 700. I know he tires, but he can somewhat run it out, so he's such a fascinating greyhound.
So Fanta Bale was the first $1 million chaser, and she was the greyhound that could do, like, she could win a Newmarket, then she could win a All-Star Mile, and then she'd go on and win a Melbourne Cup. She was an extraordinary athlete.
For me, she's the greatest of all time when it comes to versatility.
I agree.
She won an Australian Cup here. She won a Rookie Rebel here, which was one of the best Rookie Rebels you'll ever see, and then won the Bold Trees. Incredible. Hector Foley, I think what will happen now is he'll go for the Melbourne Cup. I think he'll just have a free hit at it.
Why not?
A couple of starts ago, he raced against Postman Pat, and it was an unbelievable battle, and he wasn't beaten far. And I think it just showed how good Postman Pat was to hold out Hector Foley that day.
And I reckon there might have been maybe a length or so on give-backs to Hector Foley as well. He might have run into trouble. So, credit to the Cockerells. And another pup by Bernardo, just absolutely racking up the wins.
Do you know what will be fun? I don't know if it can happen because I don't know if he's run any time at Sandown, but put him in the shootout.
Well, that's another option.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If he's in a 4-dog field, he has to start favourite.
Okay.
He'd have to.
You'd have to go very close. That's a really good point because he's...
Is that the first time you've said that I've raised a good point, Georgie? I appreciate that.
You've thrown that many at him.
Yeah, you've got to eventually hit one. So he would win a four-dog race.
Well, I'm not saying he's going to win it, but I mean he would be very, very competitive in a 4-dog field because of that unbelievable speed. He can come from off the pace. That was a really gutsy win.
So is he a better chance to win a Melbourne Cup or a Sale Cup, Mitch?
Look, probably Sale Cup based on that's more of his distance range, but he can run. He loves Sandown Park. He can run time anywhere. I don't think they have any issues with throwing at the stumps for a Melbourne Cup. Why not? He's such a fast dog.
Let's have a look at the next race, race 7, and it'll be coming up shortly. We've got a special here, Magic Muffin. I haven't got a special, but
I do.
Yeah, it's your special.
It's my best of the night. Magic Muffin was a massive run last week in the heats. It is 235, touch as high as 240, back into 235. Still think it's a great price. Number 6, Mapunga Smoky. Form's dropped off just a little bit, but if he winds back the clock, he's as fast as anything, going around $4 into 370. Yachi Bale, the Melbourne Cup winner, $4.40. Red Hot Frankie, $6.50 out to $7.50, and Sephora Bale, $9.50 into $7.50. Okay. Nice move there. This greyhound is in some really good form. Cosmic Sin, Coulter Bale and Shimadeb are all double figures. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the gambling hotline or visit the website on the screen.
Let's have a look at the speed map. I still remember Yachi Bale as one of the most extraordinary performances in a Melbourne Cup heat, and then to win the final at 100-1 basically, wasn't he, before the series?
Unbelievable. For a young greyhound to do what he did in that Melbourne Cup, it's very hard to win. We're looking at the speed map here, and I think this is why a lot of people like Magic Muffin. It should get into a nice enough position. I agree with you, Mitch. Its run last week was good. It only got beaten 2 lengths, and I thought it was very, very impressive. We know when she's at her best, she can ping the lids and be very, very hard to beat. I put her on top as well. I think the fly in the ointment here is Mapunga Smoky. He ran 29.67 here when he didn't begin all that cleanly. We've got a video of him here from box 8. Have a look. Misses the kick, Mitch, and have a look at that acceleration from a wide draw. And you think, you know, if I can run 30 and 10 here, 30 seconds, 0.1, that's a good run. He ran 29.67. I think that just highlights how good this greyhound is.
Yeah, he's a very, very fast dog. As I said, he's probably been a little bit off the boil lately.
Yeah.
But if you get to crack at him, he'll be awfully hard to hold out. I was just keen on the 2 based on the map. I thought the 1's a 4 barrel slow early. The 2 gets to the fence. It rails here, where you want to be at the Meadows. And if it gets run down by this greyhound, it does. But I'd rather be out in front.
So, Georgie, tell us the story about Yarchie Bale since that Melbourne Cup for the people listening or watching here tonight that have just joined us for the Dream Chasers Festival. And, of course, last year we had Yarchie Bale win that Melbourne Cup. What's he done since?
Well, they've been switching distances a little bit. He's tried a career over 600 metres. I don't think it's been overly successful. He's been okay. But he just raced so well and hasn't seemed to be able to get back to that form that he showed in that Melbourne Cup. That was, I agree with you, Gareth. It was one of the more extraordinary Melbourne Cup victories I've ever seen.
He's like the Shataka of the greyhound world. He was doing the impossible, chasing down dogs on speed, giving them 3 or 4 lengths, and finishing all over the top of them. So I can't wait to see what he can do tonight.
I'm a huge fan of him, but I think he kind of gave that false sense of he's such a fast dog, but what more can he achieve after this? People kind of expected to go to another level when he's already won a Melbourne Cup as a pup. So it makes life so hard. He made life hard for himself, but he's been flying.
And what a litter it is. I mean, it includes Zohar Bale. I mean, it's been a terrific litter. Zohar Bale was probably the one that was going to be the pink-eyed boy, wasn't he? I mean, when he first started. So, yeah, look, from box 8, Gareth, I'd be surprised if he wins.
James Vandermart, who have you got here ahead of race number 7, mate?
Better bets of the night, number 2, Magic Muffin. And I know Mitchie Abaya was pretty keen as well. The Muffin, can she get the job done from box number 2? She's only small, but she's got a lot of early speed.
Yeah, look, she hasn't been jumping too well lately, but once she hits the ground, she really gets going. So hopefully she can find the lead early and win the race.
You would have been pretty pleased with the effort in the Silver Bullet last time against the open class. She held her own, and no disrespect to the other rivals tonight, but it's an easier assignment.
Yeah, it is. Look, she just seems to make the wrong decisions in the race. So hopefully if she can find the lead and be bowling along out in front, it'll be easy for her.
There's some good memories of this greyhound when she was absolutely spearing the lids. Do you have any confidence in her that she can reproduce what she showed early in her career with those explosive beginnings?
Look, a different class of dogs back then, and she had a big spell after that good win at Sandown, and I think it probably changed her habits. So hopefully we can get her back into a good rhythm in the right time of the year.
We're hoping so. Good luck, Magic Muffin from box number 2. We'll go right to the back here and have a chat with the Melbourne Cup champion, who's on the back of an 18th birthday, let me tell you. They tell me he can still party, this man, Mr. Delbridge, Marky Delbridge. What do you make of the Yacht, drawn box number 8? Is he a chance out there? He's running himself back into form, the Melbourne Cup champ.
Oh, yeah, look, he does. He seems to go better at Sandown. Yeah, look, I've just got to keep racing him and see where it takes us, I suppose. Well, we are Melbourne Cup bound again, and then Sale Cup, go from there.
So the plan is just cruise through these next couple of weeks and try and go back-to-back in the Melbourne Cup. Wouldn't that be... Explain to me what that would mean to you if you could go back-to-back with a greyhound like Yarchie Bale in the Melbourne Cup.
It's good enough just winning one. I can't be too greedy, but yeah, look, it'd be terrific if we could. But as I said, look, he's just got to run himself back into form. But see what happens.
Well, good luck, mate. Yarchie Bale off box number 8 there, guys. It's going to be tough for him here at a sprint race. I am pretty keen on Magic Muffin, but what an elite lineup. When you've got Yarchie Bale going around, he's $6 currently fit.
Yeah, exactly, James. And I tell you what, you've called Melbourne Cups. You've had an illustrious career, but I think that's his greatest achievement, to get that much out of Mark Delbridge ahead of a race like that.
He's done very well.
I'll tell you what, he's getting good at this, Mark Delbridge. I said to Lisa, he never used to speak, and then Lisa did all the speaking, and then now he'll chew your ear off. So he's been fantastic.
Yeah, you can't shut him up, Georgie. Magic Muffin, $2. You happy with that price?
It's getting as short as you want it, I reckon now, Mitch. But Yeah, look, probably 5 or 6 months ago, she was going enormously well. She does have a very, very good record here, and I think her run last start was pretty eye-catching.
What was the group? She made a group final at Sandown Park.
Yeah, I think she
believe.
made the Sapphire.
Yeah, I think it was a Sapphire. So, into 2.25 Magic Muffin, and the money's come for the 6 Mapunga Smoky into $3.30. So the greyhound that you pushed earlier, Georgie, may well, rejuvenate that form of 29.67. And if he runs that tonight, boy, oh boy.
Yeah, it'll be a good contest. But I agree with you. The box draw is a little bit of a worry here as they're heading out. Gareth, after we just seen a fantastic Group 1 race.
It was a terrific race. The first of the Group 1s, of course, the Hume Cup, taken out by Dead Set Superstar and Hector Fawley, who we might be hearing a lot more of throughout this Dream Chasers Festival. And if I'm giving you $50 here, gambling responsibly, Georgie, what are you doing?
50 muffins, mate.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the same. I'll double it. We'll make it 100.
All right, then 100 on the muffin. And what prices are we getting for the 2 Magic Muffin?
$2 into $2.15 as we speak. So Magic Muffin $2.35 into $2.15. The punters are super keen. Mapunga Smoky continues to tumble as well, though, into $3.10. So that's not the updated price. That's there you go, $3.33, $23.10 now. There's the 2 ones that they're after. The Archie Bale at the $6.50. Sephora Bale $8.50. Could get a run up the fence, but they're all about Magic Muffin and Mapunga Smoky. Chances are about to lose a friend. Confidential support. Call the gambling hotline or visit the website on screen.
Does Magic Muffin have to lead, George?
Yes.
Yeah, she's that's when she does her best racing, when she's highballing out in front. But I like how she stuck on last week. I thought it was fantastic.
Yep,
all right,
I'm agreeing with you.
All right, then let's hope Magic Muffin can jump and lead here. Let's head upstairs. Here's Daniel Hibbert before race 7.
It's won 7 of 25, 3 of 8 here at the Meadows. Best time is 29.73. And it is the favourite. Mapunga Smoky's had good backing on fixed odds into 3.30 for Jeffrey Britton. It has won 10 of 23, 1 of 4 over this trip with 3 minor placings. And then out to $7, the Melbourne Cup champ, Yachi Bale, who's won 12 of 53. He's won 3 of 15 here. His best gallop is 30 seconds even. And he hasn't been too bad recently, but he will need to find a couple of links here, you would think. And Sephora Bale has won 8 of 23, had 2 out of 4 over this trip. A Sandown winner in 29.43 2 runs ago, and was third to the ultra-impressive Morton last time out, only beaten 3 lengths. So they're about to get set. Third leg of the quaddie tonight. The previous taken out in magic fashion by Hector Fawley, the most deserved Group 1 I can remember. He has been so good at that trip for basically the last 12 months at least, and he got his Group 1 tonight in the Hume Cup. This is race 7. Favourite, Where's the Stripes? Magic Muffin, number 2. Green light is turned on, and the lure's on the roll. They're set to go. Ready, set, racing. Magic Muffin began cleanly. There's speed out from Cosmic Sin's going to beat it early for the lead. Over Magic Muffin, up to third was Sephora Bale. Next in the field as they run to the back was Red Hot Frankie's. Going forward, Yachi Bale's close enough. Next in the field was Quilter Bale, Mapunga Smoky, and last of all was Shimmer Deb. But it's Magic Muffin, the leader, roared away by 5. Yachi Bale is making up big ground. Behind them, Sephora Bale. Magic Muffin in front. Yachi Bale! Yachi Bale's back! Look out, Melbourne Cup had beat Magic Muffin and Sephora Bale. Next in was Mapunga Smoky from Cosmic Sin, Quilter Bale and Shimmer Deb. He's wound back the clock. Yachi Bale in 29.694.
It must be me. Every time I turn up, he does the impossible, Georgie Ferrugia.
Unbelievable. And, we heard Mark Delbridge say, well, I need to get him back into form before a Melbourne Cup. Well, there it is.
There you go. That's unbelievable. He's done the Shataka again. Mitchie Bay, you're shaking your head in disbelief.
Broke the heart. It was the best bet of the night. Magic Muffin it led. It did everything right. 29.69. I just honestly could not believe that they've run that.
Here,
Magic Muffin was absolutely enormous. And I'm standing there talking to Budgie. He goes, no, I think Magic Muffin will hold on from here. And then looked at the clock, and Yachi Bale just winds the clock back.
Unbelievable.
He must love November, I think.
I don't know.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
When the weather gets warmer.
Let's take a break. There you go, Yachi Bale. He says, bring on that Melbourne Cup. I'm going to Sandown to defend my title in blistering form now. That was a return to form by the Melbourne Cup champ of last year. We'll take a break and then we'll come back with the Top Gun Stayers Group 1 race, which is just around the corner here. We're live on racing.com for Top Gun night. You just saw the remarkable, he does the impossible Yarchie Bale, and he's done it again. You got to feel for the Muffin. Magic Muffin looked like she was home and home. She smashed the clock. Any other night she wins, but she gets run down by a dog that we just don't know what he's going to do. Georgie Farrugia on his night, and it's November. That means he loves this time of the year, and he'll turn up now at Sandown. He probably was 100 to 1 once again. He'll probably be 10 to 1 after that.
Well, Mark Delbridge mentioned that he just needs to get him back into form, and that was unbelievable. That's his best run at the Meadows. He's been a terrific dog at Sandown. Probably hasn't brought his A game here, but that was unbelievable. And you're right, you're pretty stiff if you're Magic Muffin getting run down in 29.60 odd.
Mitchie at Bay, we just got to go and pick him up from somewhere. You can't believe Magic Muffin got beat. Ian Cockrell joins us, of course, the trainer of the superstar greyhound Hector Fawley, who just took out the Group 1 Hume Cup, which was the first of the Group 1s. Ian, welcome to our coverage. First of all, congratulations, mate. How about that?
Yeah, thank you. No, it was a super effort. We're pretty proud of him.
And you got the kids with you tonight. They've got the winning rug, and they'll be up and about. That Christmas will be pretty good now after winning the Hume Cup, I would imagine.
Yeah, sort of the monkey's off his back a little bit. With what he can run and the runs he's put in, he sort of deserved that Group 1, and it does make it a good Christmas now.
Yeah.
Ian, tell us what you were feeling on that first corner, because the one led, I don't think anyone expected it to lead, and we seen it last week. It was a strong dog. Your dog had to work hard 4 or 5 wide. What were you feeling around that first corner?
Yeah, to be honest, George, I was just out on the fence and sort of didn't see much. I sort of just seen him in the car park coming down the straight. And then when I looked and seen he didn't get the second, I looked in front and there's a red. I didn't think we could run it down.
So what do you do with him now, mate?
Look, we've got to go to the Melbourne Cup and have a shot. If he happens to draw inside, he'd be half a chance. He can sprint. But there's nothing sort of... Sale Cup may be an option going forward, but we'll have a go at Melbourne Cup first.
And I just think one-on-one is one of those greyhounds that you mentioned that's really hard to beat. Is the shootout coming into your mind after that run?
Yeah, it is. It is. Lisa and I will sit down and talk about it because, look, one-on-one, it'd take us something real good to beat him. What he trials is just out of this world.
Yeah, put him in the shootout, mate, because we want to see him there. Can we get on? For the? How does who selects the shootout?
I think I'm not sure if it's Sandown or the Graders do. Yeah. I think Sandown do.
Yeah. Well, Sandown, you got to pick him because it would be some like if you met Welshie's Fast and those type of greyhounds at Alpha Sulu. I think everybody would want to turn up to see that, mate, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Yeah. No, look, he's quick. His quickest thing we've ever put a lead on, that's for sure. And what he trials, as I said, is just breathtaking.
Well done, kids. It's got a big smile on your face.
Enjoy.
There'll be something pretty interesting now for show and tell when you go back to school on Monday. Yeah. Good on you, mate. Well done, Ian.
Good on you. Thanks, guys.
There we go. Ian Cockrell there. Terrific story, Georgie.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to the shootout listening to Ian.
Well, we hope so. He's a terrific greyhound. As I said on radio, I just think some of his runs this year have been unbelievable. Nearly broke the track record over 600 at Sandown. He nearly broke the track record over 600 here after he got turned sideways in the heat. He just deserved that win.
You're the biggest influence in greyhound racing. You'll be getting to the shootout if they ring Georgie and go, Georgie, what do you think? Put him in. Would you put him in?
Yeah, I'd put him in.
All right, then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mitchie Bayer, would you put him in?
I'd put him in, yes. I agree with you, Gareth. I'm trying to come to terms with... Magic Muffin, but that was a great little interview there. Great to see the family up on the stage, and I think the only thing was Lisa Cockrell's, I think, the name next in the form guide, so she wasn't too happy with that. But let's get to race number 8.
Yep.
The Stayers. Light Wildfire, $3 out to $3.30. Zipping Vanessa, $5.50. The best supported runner into $4.40. Palawa King is $5.50 into $5. Zohar Bale, $5 out to $5.50. And Valpolicella, talk about this for a move. Queenslander, $11 into $6. Box 1. Maureen Susie, $10 into $9.50. It is a greyhound that can run a race and been in some flying form. Black Book. Add all your favourite runners to your Black Book and get a reminder every time they're in action. If you forget a lot of things like I do, you'll be reminded. Black Book. Chuck your greyhounds in there, Hector Fawley. Imagine what you could be buying instead for free and confidential support. Call the gambling hotline or visit the website on screen.
I tell you what, One thing that Mitchie won't be forgetting, the day that Archie Bale run down Magic Muffin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll have a look at the speed map because they tell me I'm more of a chance of winning my local chook raffle than trying to find the winner here in this Group 1 Top Gun for the Stayers.
Well, this is a tough race. The most, apart from Wow She's Fast, the most intriguing run-up for me is Like Wildfire. Because they changed the criteria, Gareth, you don't have to have group form to make these Top Guns anymore. This greyhound has never been in a group race, but have a look at his speed. We've got him here jumping from box 3. This is in the shootout, in the Speed Star. His splits are amazing. I loved watching him when he was in New South Wales. We knew he was going to come to Robbie Britton at some stage, Mitch. And it was interesting to hear Robbie Britton say that he's not a genuine stayer yet. He's just got unbelievable speed, just gets to 700. The Meadows is a tougher run than Sandown. That's my concern here tonight.
Yeah, and he's a baby as well. He hasn't had a lot of race experience like these guys have. This will be the pressure cooker. Tonight will be the genuine pressure cooker, the best of the best. Go around, they'll put the heat on him. There's speed inside, there's speed outside, and there's greyhounds that will be wanting to run him down. So I'm with you. I reckon he is the big unknown, the big question mark in this race. But if he goes to the front, they might not run him down.
Do you think he'll lead, Georgie?
Yeah, I think he will lead. And then it's just a matter of how close Zohar Bale is, who I think is the real dark horse here, and Palawa King. They're proven greyhounds at this level. Been a big go for Val Policella, who's another one who gets to the line very, very hard, the daughter of Shimmer Shine, who's just destroyed them when she's raced in Queensland. Again, this is a big step up for her as well. Zipping Vanessa, fresh off an unbelievable win in the Sydney Cup, running 41.54 in the heat. So he'll know they're there, but if he wins, he just catapults himself into superstardom.
So on times then, if he turns up and performs at his best, do they beat him?
I think there's a couple of greyhounds that can go as fast as him with clear running.
Yeah, I think it depends who lobs on his hammer. If they put a bit of pressure on him, it might make for something to run on late. But if he goes untouched for a while, I reckon he'll be pretty hard to run down like Wildfire. Believe it or not, Georgie, Val Policella, I followed it throughout its whole career, and they started over 500, sit second last, and rattle home 600, went straight to the front, almost broke the track record at Albion Park first go, and had stayer written all over it. So I'm so keen to see it go around here on the big stage tonight.
I've spoken to good judges in Queensland that said when she was running over 600, that 700 was never going to be an issue.
No, strong
on the
as a
time
ox.
she was running. So
Has she trialled here?
Yeah, she trialled here last week over the 500. She trialled as well as you'd expect her to go. But again, this is a bit of a step up in class. So really, really interesting race here, Gareth, because like Wildfire, as I said, we haven't seen Top Guns like this in the past. Usually these greyhounds are group winners. This greyhound has never been practically out of a grade 5.
Yeah.
And he's into a group 1 race.
So with that then, if they put pressure on him like a Wildfire, do some greyhounds enjoy that pressure and they find a few more lengths? Because it's different to the gallops and the harness racing where you do have to race through your classes before you take on the big boys and girls. But these dogs have only got, 2 years, maybe 3 years at most in their racing career. And a bit like Well She's Fast, she can have a start and I think it was in August or something, she made her debut, and then she's winning a Phoenix in December.
Look, we've spoken about the cons. Let's talk about the pros with Like Wildfire. A couple of things. First off, Robbie Britton's the trainer.
Genius.
An absolute gun trainer. And he's not worried about the fact this greyhound hasn't started in 2 months.
Yeah.
The other thing in this greyhound's favour, his uncle is Tornado Tears and his uncle is Space Star.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot get a better pedigree to win a race like this.
No, and all the wins he's had, broken track records, run time, they're the keys to success for a greyhound like this. So the pedigree's there, he can run time, and the trainer, Robbie Britton, if I've got a greyhound that can run 700 metres, it's going straight to him because he is the master.
He could train Georgie to win a New York Marathon. Is that good, Robbie Britton?
Tell you what, he'd have to try pretty
So
hard.
is he tipping it? Have you had a chat to him?
Rob's idea here is that he needs to lead to win. So that's why he's kept him fresh and hasn't raced him in 2 months. He's had 3 starts for Rob for 3 wins, but again, the competition wasn't as good as what he's got tonight. He raced against Zipping Kansas, who's a very, very good greyhound, but this is the biggest step up. If he were to win a Group 1 here, he'll go into the Bold Trees as, a pre-post odds-on favourite.
I'll throw it out to you, like Wildfire. If it doesn't lead, it doesn't win.
Yeah.
Who wins if he doesn't lead?
I think it's between Palawa King and Zohar Bale. I think they're the two better greyhounds in the race in a sense of they've been here and done that. Zipping Vanessa is emerging. I'd just like to see her have a couple more starts here at the Meadows.
Yeah, I like Zipping Vanessa here. I think been running against some of the best for a while. Comes down here, he's got some early speed, will not get too far back, loves an inside draw, 9 wins from boxes 1 to 3. So Zipping Vanessa for me.
Is there an upset result?
Valpolicella or...
Well, big upset if Quarter wins, I think.
Well, he likes to lead. He can jump.
It was massive last week.
Yeah. He's been a terrific greyhound. He won a Sandown Cup, and I think that just highlights the quality of this field. It's an amazing field of dogs. Ritza Piper, another one from New South Wales, Gareth. I know your reluctance to tip the interstate greyhounds, but it's going to be very, very interesting. Maureen Susie won this race last year too.
And
as a reserve?
Yeah.
And the 2 reserves won the Topgun Invitational races last year. Quarter's trained by Angela Langton, and Angela's the partner of Jeffrey Britton.
Yes.
So she trains under the Britton Polish, but she says she's the trainer anyway, really. She's teaching the Brittons all they know.
And I want at least maybe a can of meal and a few beers if it wins, because I sold them this greyhound as a pup. Gareth? So,
Punga Blazer out of
you wouldn't let it go cheap, however.
Superstar Mapunga Molly. Can she throw?
You would have got him for everything. That greyhound is probably, what was it? What can you reveal how much you sold it for?
Honestly, I think it was about $5,000.
All right, then.
And it's won $340. So how am I going?
Well, you're not maybe Nobu or something like that.
Yeah, Nobu.
Yeah.
That'll do.
So they're circling at the start now these days, and then they've got to head to the 725. So what does Like a Wildfire does? Who's handling Like a Wildfire? He's been... I can't quite
Peter Riley,
see.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Pete.
Yeah.
Pete handles all of Robbie Britton superstars.
Yeah. And he
poker face too, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, he should outpace them, Gareth. And then it's just a matter of how close is Zohar Bale, because I don't think there's a strong... When he's at his best, Mitch, I don't think there's a stronger 700-metre dog. Ridiculous run-home times here at his best. So, and Palawa King, we know, is proven at this level.
Well, both of them love the Meadows as well. Zohar Bale almost broke the clock here one night, and Palawa King won the group race here not too long ago. So both of them love the Meadows. It's going to be an intriguing race. As I said, for me, Valpolicella and Like Wildfire, the two greyhounds I'm most keen to see.
And Gareth, Yachi Bale just won, and Zohar Bale's probably saying, well, brother, I think I can do better and win a Group 1. So they might just be in form at the moment. Team Delbridge have had a terrific year.
It's funny watching Yachi Bale then. It's like when he flies...
It wasn't funny.
And he doesn't get 600, or he does, but he doesn't perform like that over the 600. You think he's a dead set 600-metre dog, don't you?
I don't know. It's maybe the corner starts. He just doesn't get himself into good enough positions.
No, he's a tardy beginner, so he's an ordinary beginner. Yeah. He gets pushed wide. He never really finds a run, and it takes him a little while. I think they get too far away from him. I reckon here with the speed, he can find a position early and weave. So
So he's 380 here Like a Wildfire. So it's amazing, really. He's a dog taking on these Group 1 stars, and he could run in far weaker company. 12 starts, 10 wins, but he's definitely the X factor. And I would love to see more races like this in greyhound racing. I know the tradition is the heats and then to the final, but I'd love to see more opportunities where we get to see the best dogs compete against the best dogs.
I agree with you 100%. I love the Meadows doing this in February again over the 3 distances, the Temley, Rookie Rebel, Zoom Top. Geez, it's been a drift, Palawa King, hasn't it? Gee, they have come for Valpolicella, and Palawa King has just blown a gale.
I don't know if those are fixed odds price. I reckon they're the tote.
They are the tote.
Yeah, I think they are
100%.
the tote. You're getting around the $5 for Like Wildfire at the moment. It's absolutely out the gate. The market is going to be so intriguing.
Here's
Here it
the
is
market.
there. Zipping Vanessa, $4.50. Palawa King, $4.60. Zohar Bale, $4.80. And Like Wildfire, $3 out to 5s. It's got the absolute blows. Tell you what, it's blowing a gale here at the moment at the Meadows. Valpolicella, $6 out to $7.50 late. And Maureen Susie, you could not leave it out of your numbers for exotics. It's in the $7.50. Ritza Piper quarter, double figures. Chance you're about to lose.
Who are you tipping, Georgie?
I went Palawa King on top, but I've got a sneaky suspicion Zohar Bale's going to run a cracker.
All right, then.
Vanessa for me, 4, 1, 8 and 5 my numbers.
Let's head upstairs. Here's Daniel Hibbert for the Group 1 Top Gun Stays.
Vanessa's the favourite. 460 to 4. Palawa King at 480. Zohar Bale at 480. Like Wildfire is now a $5 chance. $6 for Valpolicella's been well tried on the fixed odds. $8 for Maureen Susie, and then $17 for Ritza Piper, and quarter is a $26 chance. But The top six in the market separated by just over $3. It is an extraordinarily even field, and it could be the way the race plays out as well. It could be a very bunched finish. Who knows? Some like to get out and run. The others will come off the speed. It's just who's going to get that right sort of run. And as it is as wide open as it gets for a Group 1. Zipping Vanessa, the favourite, at $4.60 now on the fixed odds. An exhibition trial here last week in 30.09 over the 5.25. It's won 14 of 25. It's the favourite over Like Wildfire, is out to $5 now on the fixed odds. He's won 10 out of 12, comes to the Meadows for the first time. Zohar Bales won 21 of 53, and his record over this trip is as good as it gets. He's had 4 starts and won 3 of them. And Valpolicella was very impressive in a trial here last Monday, and it's been well supported on fixed odds. They're getting set for the Top Gun stayers, and the green light is turned on. Lures on the roll. We're set to go. Ready. Racing, very slow out. Palawar King missed it by 5. Corner began well. Speed from Ritza Piper. They get clear early. Out there was Zipping Vanessa. Valpolicella railing through now. Getting it going was Palawar King to midfield. Past Like Wildfire. Next in the field, Zipping Vanessa. Zohar Bale and Moraine Susie's at the rear. Now they start to pack up. It's Quarter out in front. After it in second was Ritza Piper. Third was Valpolicella. Palawar King close enough. So's Like Wildfire. And he's looping the field. They pack right up. Closing in was Zohar Bale. To the turn, Ritza Piper took the lead. Palawar King tries to follow it through, but Ritza raced away. Ritza Piper's going to win the Top Gun. Ritza Piper from Moraine Susie. Photo third. Zohar Bale dived at Palawar King and made it close from Valpolicella. Like Wildfire, corner knocked up. The time is 42 and 69.
Well, how about that? Caretaker trainer here of Ritza Piper, Mr. Bartolo, stiff with Magic Muffin, but you make amends here, and the pressure would have been immense.
There was more pressure in this race. Like Joey said to me, all you got to do is spoil her. He said, my mum spoils her, and that's all we've been doing. Diane's been rubbing her stomach in her bed. No, we've just been spoiling her.
Well, let's walk and talk, mate. Talk through that race. It was action-packed. There was a lot going on. She's expected to be on speed, and she's probably done it a little bit upside down tonight, which was impressive.
Yeah, well, Frank Gatt said to me her best part's her second section, but I didn't really know her. But he made me feel better when he said that, because I've been trialling her and she's been breaking 5 here. Like, I've had her for about 6 weeks. So she knew the track, but it's just, I'm glad for Joey. Right, he's a terrific kid. When he said to me, oh, Mum rubs her tummy every night, I said, Diane, you got to go and rub her tummy.
Well, it's worked. And he'd be so pumped. New South Wales boy, be his first Group 1, I'd imagine.
I think, no, she's won a Group 1 before.
She has indeed.
That's right, yeah, so.
Well, where does she head to next? Does she stay down, bold trees? Is that the target now after claiming the Top Gun stayers? Because she's not going to beat a better field than that.
No, but I rang Joey on the way here and I said, Joe, she's jumping out of her skin. She's on her toes. And he said there's a race in Sydney. Could have been a Dapto, but I think now they'll keep her for the bold tree.
There's a big chance you might be Mr. Caretaker trainer for a little bit longer. Congrats, you've done your job.
Yeah, I've done my job.
What a star she is. Good on you, mate. Well done. Well, there we go. Ritza Piper, a little bit of an upset in the Top Gun stayers. It's been a race that has thrown up the odd upset, Gareth, over the years.
Yes, and Richard Ryder gets the job done. It was a weird old race. We'll recap the Group 1 Top Gun for the stage straight after the break. But what a performance by that girl on screen, Ritza Piper. She has earned just over $220,000 now after that success tonight. It's been a day for the girls, and now it's a night for the girls. We had Pride of Jenny lead all of the way in a Champions Mile in a weird old race at Flemington. And then a Tissue defied a pattern for the day and came down that centre of the track and blew them away in the Champion Stakes. And now Ritza Piper has won a weird old Group 1 sports bet Topgun stays when all of the big guns were there to win the race. And Ritza Piper blew the whistle away. She went at $21, Georgie.
Yeah, look, I'm surprised with the result, not because she can't run. Obviously, she's in the Top Gun, so she's got lots and lots of ability, but she put a couple of lengths on them, didn't she, Gareth? Turning for home, and that was that. To the victor go the spoils. And Paul Bartolo, terrific interview saying that his wife Diane has been rubbing her tummy, spoiling the greyhound.
Yeah.
She's not leaving that kennel now.
No, there's no chance in the wide world that will be happening. And I wish they could put that into the form guide there. Paul Bartolo just explaining to James Vandermart after the race that she needs a bit of TLC. And by rubbing the belly and making sure she gets ice cream when she wants, that's where we find her racing her best races. And she's delivered the goods once again.
She has.
Unbelievable.
That was a weird race.
Yes.
You're right. Valpolicella loomed, and we know how strong she is, and I thought she was a big chance.
Yeah.
Palawa King loomed, and then like wildfire loomed. So incredible.
I tell you one man that loves his belly rubbed and a bit of TLC, it's Terry Bailey.
Starting it. Gareth, we've got the Top Gun line up down here, not the four-legged, but the two-legged variety, and we're going to go straight to the favourite for the race, or one of the favourites in Scalacci. What's your name?
Gerald.
Gerald, you're racing for a great prize here tonight. You might be going off to LA. Would you like to do that? You've been to LA before?
No, never, no.
Okay, I'm tipping it's going to be a delight for you if you can do that. Scalacci, box number 1, are you happy?
Oh, very happy.
Good?
Yes. It's a great prize to have lining up for.
Okay, have you been to LA before?
No, never. No.
Okay, if you go, you need a passenger. I'm your man, Nev.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to number 6. This is for Elite Machine, $26. What's your name, buddy?
Daniel.
Daniel?
Yep.
What do you think your chances are realistically?
I got a winner.
You got a winner?
I'm on a winner.
That's what I want to hear. Hello, darling. What's your name?
Joanna.
And Joanna, you've got, wow, she's fast. If she could just turn back the hands of time, you'd be very confident. Do you know much about Wow, She's Fast? She's a bloody champion. That's what she is. She's a
I love
champion. You love the name?
Yep.
Okay, good luck. Now we come down to the girls' launch code.
Launch code. That's exciting.
It is?
Yeah, my name's Nicole.
Nicole?
Yep.
And you're a greyhound lady?
I am, yes. I used to watch greyhounds up at Shepparton with my uncle many years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Well, good luck with launch code. You're a $16 chance. And the last for transponder?
Yep. I hope I get the win.
And your name is?
Narelle.
Narelle, you're
Yep.
confident?
Yes, I will be. Yep.
Okay, we're missing someone. Here we go. Let's go all the way back down here. We've got Big Energy.
Big Energy.
Look, you look like a man. Hey, don't worry, I'm only going to give you a cuddle, old
I
son.
thought that was the dog. It's not the dog.
That's the dog. What's your name?
Anthony Smith.
Anthony?
Yep.
You like your greyhounds?
I don't mind the greyhounds. Very nice.
You'd like it more if you could go off to LA or get one of the big cash prizes, maybe $5,000, courtesy of our good friends at Sportsbet.
Just one or all of it?
You want the whole lot, do you?
I'd be very appreciative.
Okay.
I feel a very lucky man.
I think we've got one more to go down here. He's just snuck in. He's the wild card, and he's the favourite, Alpha Zulu. Hello, champion. What's your name?
Matt.
Matt? Would you like to go to LA? Because you could be a big chance here. All you have to do is get Alpha Zulu to get the chocolates. Big chance of doing that. And then you go and draw the right one.
I'd love to. That'd be awesome.
Okay, you know much about the dogs?
I like to, but I don't win on them.
Well, you might be winning big tonight, Gareth. He doesn't look too confident. He's got the bloody favourite.
I love it, Matty and Terry. Terrific work. So I think this is how it works, Georgie. You might be able to help me out here. So there was a draw tonight, and I don't know if they win the car, but you can win a holiday today. I think the car might be off. Is it the car tonight as well?
Yeah, the one we want to win is going to LA to watch the Lakers play.
I'd rather win a car than go and watch the bloody Lakers.
No, we're going to go watch
You go and see LeBron to study stuff.
Yeah, well, he's what, nearly 40 now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's about my age.
Yeah, they're at the bottom of the bottom of the table.
I don't know whether young fella over there with Alpha Zulu was nervous or whatnot, but he almost forgot his own name at the start there.
I love it how you do that. And Terry, what's your name? They have to think about it. Sometimes I wish I had to think about it.
There we go.
Here we go. This is race number 9. Shimmer's Stripe at $2.45. Weblek Wolf at $3.90. Running Dynasty at $8 and Shimmer still $8.50. Federal Outlaw at $9 and Jamie Bale, Boston Garden, all at a close to each way figures there. Well, Jamie Bale $9, $10 Boston Garden. How did I go, Mitchie?
Very well, mate. Shimmer Stripe probably the biggest market mover, $3 into $2.45, and Weblek Wolf on the drift, $3.50 at the $4. Other than that, there's a array of them there at around that $8 to $10 mark, and one of those is Georgie Boy's Boston Garden. So goes from one greyhound to the next, and I think he's half a chance in this.
Yeah, just the box draw is the thing against him. He does like to look for the rail. I thought Shimmer Stripe would be very, very hard to beat here. I think we're going to see a speed map coming up here, but his last 5 or 6 runs have been absolutely fantastic. Oh, you've got some promos to do.
No, I was just going to say, the Sportsbet Meadows tonight, all races, run second, get a bonus bet back. Chances are you're about to lose.
Hey,
unless you're listening to Georgie or yourself. And
look on the bright side of life.
Confidential support, call the 1-800 number or visit the website.
Look at the bright side of life with Magic Muffin. You get a bonus bet for running second.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yes.
Or we can just find the winner of this race,
Correct.
9. I think you're right. Shimmer Stripe looks hard to beat the red.
Yeah.
I thought the 4 is definitely value here. This is Run and Dynasty, not the quickest beginner, but boy, oh boy, if it finds a run, I think it's the best dog in the race if they were to all trial solo.
Yeah. I'm not. I hope that that speed map's right about Boston Garden there. But
You've been doing the speed maps, Georgie.
We're going to look at Shimmer Stripe out here. This is where he has drawn box 1, and he didn't win this race, but what I wanted to highlight was he does have good early speed. He should be able to hold a pretty forward position, Mitch, and I think he's getting a bit stronger.
Yeah, I think he is as well. And look, the greyhound he's chasing here is Past the Buck, who's an absolute flying machine. The Punga Ollie goes good as well, and probably four lengths off Past the Buck there, and stuck on pretty well. So box 1 in the hands of the dailies, you don't get much better than that, and has been in some really good form. 2 seconds and 2/3 in the last 4 starts, so I think she's knocking on the door, due to win.
Yeah, look, it's a greyhound going places. Shimmer Shine is the sire, and Dave Gleeson will be texting us, absolutely texting us.
How's your favourite dog? Like, every time I used to do this show, my radio show with Georgie, you just talk about Shimmer Shine.
It was my favourite as well. So.
Yeah, it was like you had a share in Shimmer Shine.
I certainly did.
I reckon you're on the books.
I certainly
Definitely
did not.
Yeah, you would have got a few free straws, surely.
I did. I paid for every single one, Gareth.
I bet you did. So we're on Shimmer Stripe leading all the way, basically. And if Boston Garden wins, Georgie, I'll tell you what.
I'm going to have to hold him back. I'll be
down
going,
for a
put my
photo.
arm across and doing these ones. Here we
Go down for a photo. And you named Boston Garden after Boston Celtics.
Yes, yeah, big Celtics fan. But look, just the box draw, I think he's against him here. Weblek Wolf's an interesting runner too. His run last start, he ran 30.08, running second behind Della Distiggle, a greyhound we've seen earlier today too. His early speed's not too bad, so if he can get the sit on Shimmer Stripe, he might be a chance as well.
Yeah, I think so. If you do your speed maps and based on box draw form, it's got to be right in the race. But I'm surprised about the drift. Probably maybe out to its right price now, $4.
Yeah.
$3.50 might have been a tad skinny based on its racing pattern.
Yeah.
We don't know where James Vandermart's disappeared to. Hopefully we can find him shortly. Is he ready to go?
Ready, is he?
No, he's already finished. He's
Oh,
10,000 steps.
No, Jimmy, take it away.
I've gone home, Gareth. I got to 10,000 steps at race 6, mate, so my night's done. No, I'm with Nick Britton here, co-trainer, handler. He does it all down there at the Langdon Britton Kennels, but you've got Weblek Wolf in this one, and I reckon he's a really big chance. No pressure, but I've tipped him one of my top 3 best bets of the night.
Yeah, well, all he needs to do is jump, and then I'll be pretty confident. I think he's a very underrated dog, to be honest.
I agree, hence he's one of my better bets of the night. I think the red has astronomically good early speed, can lead. Are you hoping just to tuck in leaders back and then slipstream and win?
Yeah, well, if he can rail and get a nice spot behind, I think he should be strong enough to run it down.
Good luck, mate. Box number 2 there for Weblek Wolf. I'm going to head it back to you guys over there at the desk. I'm with Weblek Wolf, so I don't think we need to go any further, to be honest. He's the dog to beat for mine. He speed maps perfectly in this one.
Where's the best looking man in greyhound racing? He tells me Paul Bella, James. No interview there for him today?
No, we've got the much better looking Abella, Paul Abella's mum here tonight.
Oh, beautiful.
Handling, yeah. So I think Paul's probably got a little bit too good for handling these days. So the greatest looking greyhound trainer, Paul Abella, would be sitting on the couch, I think, at home, just enjoying it.
Good on you, Jimmy. Now, I love this. So James is taking you two judges on here. So he's with the 2, and that's Weblek Wolf to get over the top of Shimmer Stripe.
Yeah, well, I'm taking I'm going another way again. As I said, I thought the 4 Run and Dynasty
Yeah,
was a really good
yeah.
each way play here, but I think that the greyhound that leads the race, and it'll go one or two ways, and you've just gone straight past it on your screen there, Georgie. But Shimmer Steel, it goes hard left at box rise. We saw that off box 5 about 4 runs ago. If it can clear him, I don't know if they can run it down. It's absolutely flying at the moment. Its runs have been good. The Meadows 30-25. I think that's good enough to win this. The only concern is it goes hard left. It could make the race for Boston Garden.
Yeah, I hope so. But, yeah, look, interesting point about Webleck Wolf, hearing that the kennel think he's a little bit underrated. His records here is not too bad. As I said, it was an eye-catching second last start, Gareth, off box 8. He's drawn a lot better here, and if you have a look at his form, he certainly has done his better racing off inside draws. They're heading to the boxes here, just over a minute to go.
All right, then. So they're heading to the start. Mitch, final word?
Yeah, Shimmer Stripe, 270 and favourite at the moment. It is the one that they're after. I think there's been a little bit of support back for Webleck Wolf. There you go, 390 into 370. Shimmer Steel, the one I like each way, $8.50 into $8. And Run and Dynasty, that's probably the other one that I think if there is any carnage or any bumping, clashing, running into one another or holding each other up, Run and Dynasty is the one that can whip right around them, $9 into $8. As we speak. Chances are you're about to lose a friend. Confidential support, call the 1-800 number on screen or visit the website.
Georgie, so if the wolf's behind you, are you scared?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I don't think he'll be behind us, though.
Oh, okay.
No,
there you go.
No. I think we'll be behind everyone on that first corner, mate.
The 6 to lead for me.
All right, then. I don't know who I'm going to stick with. It's tough.
It's a tough.
I might go with you, Georgie.
Shimmer Strike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go with you from the 1.
You did love Shimmer Shine.
I did, didn't I? God bless him. Let's head upstairs. Here's Daniel Hibbert.
And it is the favourite. Second elect is the 2 Webleck Wolf at $3.70. And it is the second elect, having run second here to Dallas Diggle last week. Won 5 of 18, 1 of 5 over this trip. $7.50 for Shimmer Steel, who's won 6 of 18. A winner here 3 starts back. And $8.50 for Run and Dynasty. He's won 4 of 20, 1 of 12 over this journey. Second of the Group 1's won by Ritzer Piper at 20-1. Brilliant performance. Landed on the speed. Was in danger of being gobbled up as they really bunched coming off the back, but found another gear and left them all standing, turning for home. And a magnificent performance to score. Bahrain Susie was a massive run in defeat in second. She was roaring home at the finish, but the damage was done. Ritzer Piper, the Top Gun Stayers winner for 2023. 1 to go before the sprint. The Top Gun sprints the next. This is race 9. The Fernando Mickett stud, the grade 5. 1 the favourite, ahead of the 2. All in, set to go. Green light turned on, and the lure's on the roll. Race 9, they're ready to go. Set. Racing, Shimmer Stripe jumps fair, speed out from Federal Outlaw. Now Shimmer Stripe drives hard and will keep the lead. Following it through was Webleck Wolf on its tail on the outside. Federal Outlaw up to 4th was Shimmer Steel and Jamie Bale of the rail. Run and Dynasty was next, then came Boston Garden and Spring Gonzalez. Shimmer Stripe the leader. Webleck Wolf is trying hard, 2 lengths away. They get a gap on Run and Dynasty and Jamie Bale. Shimmer Stripe the leader, coming hard Webleck Wolf, and here comes Run and Dynasty. Webleck Wolf took the inside. Webleck Wolf won it over Run and Dynasty, and third home was Jamie Bale. Next across the line was Boston Garden, clear on Spring Gonzalez, Shimmer Steel and Federal Outlaw, and the time is 30 and 26.
Well, I don't want to say I'm a little bit arrogant maybe, but I said there was only one person we needed to chat to, and that was Nick Britton. What a win, Webleck Wolf. He got the right run behind the speed, and it went exactly to script, fair to say.
Well, you're exactly right. Earlier, he just managed to get around the corner safely, and just 1 leader in front of him, then it was all right from there.
I guess you said before the race he's a little bit underrated. I guess more people are going to take notice of his ability based on what he did there tonight. I actually noticed behind the boxes he sort of lost a length coming off the end of the back straight, and then he was able to balance up and then go after Shimmer Light again. It was a pretty encouraging win.
Yeah, I did see that actually. I thought he was just going to fly past it, and then the one started gaining lengths on him, but it's all right. He railed up around the home corner and that's all he needs to do.
Where do you reckon he'll head to now after that victory tonight? He's a progressive greyhound. Could he end up being a dog you see over more ground? I know the kennel do like to sort of push them up to 600 at some point in their career. Do you think that could be where he finds his best racing?
Yeah, well, me personally, I've definitely thought about it. Like, he's not the best beginner, but he does seem to come home all right, so it's all up to my old man.
He's done the job tonight. That's all that matters. Don't worry about the future. Good on you, Nick. There we go. Best bet of the night home. I'm a little bit gutted Magic Muffin got beaten because I would have made it 3 out of 3 on my best bets, guys. But impressive win from the Webleck Wolf.
Yeah, it's been a fill-up for the James Vandermark followers there. The Wolf, Webleck Wolf, he was in that spot that he wanted to be in and away he went. We'll take a break and then we'll start the build-up to the big one of the night, the Group 1 Top Gun for the sprinters. Welcome back to our coverage of Top Gun Night here for the opening night of the Dream Chasers Festival. And we've got the big one not far away, but Terry Bailey's been a very busy man. And look at that, that's Matty. He didn't know his name, but now he knows his name because he just won the competition. He's off to LA, I think, after Webleck Wolf got the job done in that previous race. We all thought it was for the Top Gun, but it was for that previous race. There we go, Webleck Wolf. $3.50, $1.60, Running Dynasty, and Jamie Bale back in third. Is he ready to go, Terry? He is, yep, Terry. Take it away, mate.
Rightio, Matthew. You keen? You excited?
Oh, I'm wrapped. I'm just hoping for the best, What
do you want? Do you want to go to LA or do you want a new nose ring?
I just got a new one, so it's
Did you, buddy? Good on you, mate.
Tell you what.
Okay, you've got the money. You weren't real confident. Now you need to pick. Here we go. You've got 8 numbers here. You could get a bit of cash or you could get the big prize.
Number 2, please.
Number 2.
Number 2.
It had to be number 2, didn't it, after number 2 won the previous. Let's go over and have a look. Come on.
We all going?
Here we go.
We're all going. Yeah.
Okay, stand by.
Hold on.
Hang on, Matthew. I need to. Okay, just. Are you a lucky person? You must be.
I'm not.
Normally not lucky?
Normally not, but you know what? It's going to turn around now, I hope.
Mate, it will turn around for sure. Come on. Let's have a look. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes! I love this. Matthew, don't worry about your new friends. Come over here, champion. You got a sporting travel experience to LA. You're going to see the Lakers. You're going to see the whole lot, mate.
No way.
Can you believe this?
Unbelievable. I'll tell you what.
Hey?
Best decision to come to the Meadows tonight. Get down, support the dogs. Unbelievable.
Have you travelled out of Australia? Have you been to LA? What's your travelling like?
Never been to America. Just got back from my honeymoon in Europe, so...
Now what are you going to... You got a big decision to make.
No.
You just got married, but this is a boys' venture, surely.
Oof, we'll see.
How are you good enough to pull that off early in your marriage?
No,
not good enough.
So at least she'll enjoy LA for sure.
It's a wonderful part of the world. Well done, Matthew.
Thank you very much.
What a thrill. What odds were you of coming here tonight and winning a trip like that?
Oh, I can't thank the boys for roping me into this one. I'm wrapped. Unbelievable.
Hey, Gareth, he's got a lot of friends, buddy.
Well, there you go, Terry. How about that? Now, I just want to unfold the story here. So we crossed to Terry and we interview all of the lucky participants or the lucky winners who got their name drawn out. So there was 8 chances to win a trip to LA. So we all thought it was before, they were racing the Top Gun, so we thought Matty had Alpha Zulu, but then it was race 9, so he had Webleck Wolf, and then I thought he actually won that trip to LA, but then he had to go again and pick out number 2 out of 8 chances, and he's been able to get it.
I'm glad he did. I'm
so jealous. Jealous.
I'm glad he chose number 2 because obviously he was number 2 in that race there to get him through, and it was the one that won. And then I didn't know what he'd won at first. They were going absolutely bonkers. Look at this. the mates are almost more excited than he was.
Unbelievable
But
scenes.
talk about a night to come out to the Meadows and watch some great racing and walk away with a holiday to America to watch the Lakers. I don't know if he likes the basketball, but he will after that.
Hopefully you watch the Lakers get beat. How's his year been? He's got married, he's gone to Europe on holiday, and now he's going to America to watch some NBA.
Yeah, he's
Fantastic.
living the absolute dream.
Sensational stuff. Let's get stuck into this preview now of the Group 1 Sports Bet Top Gun for the sprinters. What a race this promises to be. All of the talk as well. She's fast. She's first up in 6 months. I wonder if she can do it tonight, but we might have a quick look at the market. You can hear Matty in the background, and he's still celebrating.
I think they're FaceTiming. Let's have a look. Race 10, the Top Gun. Sports Bet Top Gun over 525. Alpha Zulu, 235 into 225. Scalacci, 270 into 290. We've interviewed both connections tonight. Also Big Energy, $8, and Firm Wow, she's fast, $14 into 11. Touch as low as $9.50. Transponder, $12 out to 13. Jay is Jay, the Queenslander who won the $1 Million Chase, 18 into $15. Launch Code 21's into 18, and Elite Machine, $34 into $27. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the 1-800 number on screen or visit the Gambling Help Online.
All right, speed map time now. We need to know who's going to lead this year's Top Gun.
Well, look, Alpha Zulu's PB here is 495 to the mark. To give people an idea, the record is Fernando Bale at 489.
Yeah.
They don't go much quicker. Not many greyhounds can break 5 seconds to the mark. Scalacci last start, Gareth, went 5 seconds flat. This is the rough hope for me, I think, Big Energy. We see him off box 8 here, Mitch. He got turned sideways. I thought his run here behind Alpha Zulu was very, very good. And I think that's where I want to play at the odds.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I had him as my best bet on the program that night, and I thought he was awfully unlucky. Found a way to get beat. Look, Alpha Zulu's been flying. He ran right up his bum right there, and if he doesn't do that, he's probably a lot closer. Greenos know how to win a big one. He's drawn where he wants to be, down near the fence. If there's trouble in 1 and 2, he's the beneficiary.
And I said it on radio, I think early doors he was a very fast dog, Gareth, but I don't think he handled when he raced against the better greyhounds. I think he's gone to another level here, Big Energy.
So where does he get to then from box 5?
Yeah, that's where I think the improvements come. He's getting out a lot better. He's running low 5 seconds, but he has to contend with greyhounds in box 1 and 2 who are also going to be there in amongst the transponder. What are your thoughts there? Because he does like to use a bit of the track.
Transponder for me, and Launch Code's probably the other one. They both want to shift off.
Yeah.
They both want to find the middle of the track, while Transponder wants to get to the outside part of the track. So if I am Big Energy, I'm saying I want to miss the start. I want to somewhat cross Transponder, but I want Launch Code to create a bit of space for me, and I want to try and get on the coattails of the 1 and 2.
Or nail the start, Mitch, I reckon.
I don't think he can cross and lead, unfortunately.
Yeah, but even if he stays outside and misses the 3 and 4, then it might be a speed battle with the 1 and 2 and Big Energy. Gareth, I just want to make a point. The rank outsider in the race is Elite Machine, who's won over $1 million. He's defeated Postman Pat in Brisbane. He won the Perth Cup. He's a dominant greyhound in WA. And I think that just highlights what a great field this is.
Yeah, so with Alpha Zulu then, listening to you lads, is he just far too short here because you got that speed of Scalacci?
Yep.
Is he that short because Jason Thompson is his trainer and Jonathan Brown is his owner?
I think so. Look, he's a flying machine. He's as fast a dog as he can get at the moment. But I think price-wise, I wouldn't be taking the $2.30 or whatever he was currently on Sportsbet. So there's just speed around. If Scalacci misses it, the $2.30 is a gift.
Yeah.
You know what the thing is too, Gareth? I think they're still learning about this dog. He's had 20 starts. He's won 15 of them. And it sounds silly because he's already a 2-time group winner. But this is another step up for him. And I think that relish the challenge and seeing how he's going to handle a greyhound like Scalacci on his inside. Terrific race.
What about Scalacci? He's got the box. He needs to lead. We all know that. He's the last dog probably selected for this field, Georgie. Then I'll go to you, Mitchie. If he leads, is he the one to beat? Or is he vulnerable?
I'm not saying he's vulnerable, but I want to see a little bit more. I mean, he's only had the 15 starts. We're still learning about Scalacci as well. Wasn't up until recently that he was in a group race. But the one thing in his favour, Mitch, is that he did go 30 seconds flat at Albion Angle Park. And as you know, I think Wow She's Fast and Aston Rupee are the only two greyhounds, maybe Victor Damien, who have broken 30 seconds there.
Yeah, in elite company there. And the other thing, Sandown Park, Scalacci went 18.51 off the back.
Yeah.
Alpha Zulu went 18.72.
Yeah.
That's 3.5 lengths.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't the quality and the calibre of race,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it shows he has got blistering speed
Yeah.
for those first two sectionals. If he can avoid the trouble and get a break, I don't know if they'll run him down.
It's interesting, Gareth, because the 3 wants to shift off a little bit. So there's almost no excuses for the 2 on the inside.
Let's go to James Vandermark because, well, she's fast. I wonder what she's doing right now. She'll be getting ready to go to battle. It's been 6 long months, I would imagine, for her, James Vandermark. How's the champ looking?
But I tell you what, she's looking very, very good. She's just about jumping the fence. They're doing the stir-up at the moment, so we're just going to sit back and watch. This is I always say it's like the key preparation for a greyhound athlete. It's like a footballer running through the banner. This is the moment the heart rate steps up and it's game time, and you can see the excitement in the greyhounds. They know it's time to go, and we'll chat with Jackie Greeno because Wow She's Fast, she has made this place her own. There was a bit of chat on the show tonight, Jackie, that they should call this the Wow She's Fast Coliseum, the Meadows. What do you think about that?
No, that's probably not a good idea because she'll probably let them down tonight.
Honestly, though, we don't expect a lot from her. She hasn't raced for nearly 6 months. A huge performance just to be here tonight. But I know personally, yourself and Cal wouldn't have her here unless she's absolutely flying.
Exactly. We certainly thought about it a lot, and then she had to do the performance on the track and the trials, and then she had to go in a half field and do it there as well. So, but she's got to start racing again because that's what she wants to do.
It's exactly what she does best. Best of the two as we squeeze out onto the track here. Do you think Big Energy or Wow She's Fast tonight could be taking home the Top Gun?
Well, I think Big Energy might be in trouble from the box 5 because of the way the 3 runs. But anyway, we'll cross our fingers and hope for the best.
We've had some great success here. Good luck, all of the best. I'll throw it back to you, Gareth, and then I'm going to head to the parade yard and catch up with a couple more trainers in just a moment.
Great stuff, James Vandermark. Wonderful insight. How good's Jackie Greeno? She'd be a little bit nervous, but she spends some time with us here on racing.com to give her insights before the big race, and there's Wow She's Fast, and it's great to see her back. Unfortunately for you, Jackie Greeno says that Big Energy can't win from box 5.
Oh, look, I think they just like to play it down.
They
They're
do,
very
don't
modest
they?
people, but look, absolutely fantastic race this is, Gareth. We've got 3 greyhounds who've won over $1 million, and there's probably going to be a couple more by year's end.
Yeah, I'm with Talgi here. Geez, I'm on the Scalacci bandwagon.
You sure you just want the pizza Uber Eated to you? Or?
I'm looking for the Scalacci special later on, George.
I like Scalacci as well.
Yeah, the big grey, a bit like your hair these days.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
As they head to the boxes here, like, well, she's fast. We haven't touched on her much in the last 10 or so minutes, but can she lead? Because she's a bit like Yachi Bale. She does the impossible when you don't think that a dog can do what she's been able to do.
Maybe not lead, but she could be right eyeballing with a couple of these, Gareth, and she can handle wide draws. And if you remember, the time she did get injured and the last time we seen her, she was going to win that Sapphire Crown. She just lobbed right next to Magic Muffin.
She was absolutely humming along at the time, and I wouldn't be surprised if she somehow whipped around him and found a position. Did it in the Phoenix, can she do it tonight?
James Vandermark's catching up with some more connections here in his late mail before the big dance.
Yeah, we'll catch up with Luke Thompson. We've already spoke to him tonight, but a couple of key runners. They're side by side at the moment. You've got Transponder and Alpha Zulu. I'm guessing Alpha Zulu is the best of the 2 from the kennel.
Yeah, from the draw, he looks to have every chance. Hopefully just, puts himself into the race. With the way the other bloke runs, he's going to have clear air and just a matter of, if he's good enough.
You'd be confident with his most recent form. He's been absolutely flying on the Country Cup scene. He won the Cranbourne Cup, which was at Sandown, which I guess gives you a little bit more confidence. But he's proven here he's a genuine superstar, hence he's locked away for the Phoenix already.
Yeah, he's got all the qualities that a good dog possesses. So hopefully tonight we can kick off, what could be a good couple of months for him.
Let's say Scalacci leads. Right behind him, Alpha Zulu. How close do you need to be to run Scalacci down?
You don't want to be too far off him. He's a pretty quick dog, so if that is the case, that's kind of plan B. Plan A is to hopefully lead and get across him. If plan B comes to fruition, well, we've got to be right behind him because he's a classy animal.
Good on you, Luke. Thanks for your time, mate. Luke Thompson there with Alpha Zulu, of course, Team Thompson. They are a powerhouse kennel. They've got 2 in the race, Transponder and Alpha Zulu. I'm going to go, honestly, I'm sitting on the fence. I think the winner will come from the inside 2 draws, Scalacci and Alpha Zulu. If I'm forced to pick one, I'm going Scalacci from Alpha Zulu. I've got a feeling Big Energy's going to miss the kick, find the rail underneath of Transponder and run one hell of a race. I think they're my top 3. They're heading out, guys, for the Top Gun of 2023.
All right, then Jimmy's sitting on the fence, but he's with Scalacci. Who are you with, Georgie?
Yeah, I've put Alpha Zulu on top. I just think if he can replicate his best run here at 4.95 early, I think he might find the top and be hard to beat. But it's a terrific final.
Mitchy?
With the one, I'm with Scalacci. There's my numbers 1, 2, 7 and 4. And I like how Jimmy sat on the fence there. If the 1 wins, he'll be happy. If the 2 wins, he'll be happy. And
there's Jonathan Brown.
Jonathan Brown just heading
with
inside.
the boss, Stuart Lang.
Nerves might have got to him. But, there's been a big push here for Alpha Zulu in the market.
It's amazing listening to
Look how
Jonathan
relaxed.
Brown when he joined us.
How relaxed Calgrino is. He's been here and done that.
Well, he's got about $1 million in the bank, thanks to Well She's Fast. Let's have a look at this market. But Jonathan Brown says he gets more nervous watching Alpha Zulu now than playing in an AFL Grand Final.
Wow, that's amazing.
Does this surprise you? The money for Alpha Zulu continues in a way, Mitchy. Scalacci 350, Big Energy 7.
It doesn't surprise me, but I think he's probably unders now. 220, Alpha Zulu, Scalacci 270 on opening out to 350. He's value. The big move is Big Energy, $8 into 7, touches low as $6.50 only moments ago. Transponder is $13. Wow, she's fast 15. Launch code and J is J, both at the $18 quote, and Elite Machine at 26. But the big push has come for Alpha Zulu into $2.15. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the 1-800 number on screen or visit the Gambling Help online website.
I know she's first up in 6 months, but you just turn on the TV and you see Well She's Fast at $16 from Sportsbet.
Can you imagine she wins this? The cat amongst the pigeons, really, for the Phoenix. If she's able to win this first up over 6 months, probably her best victory if she can win here tonight.
Yeah, and I reckon one of the best training fates for these guys as well. Like the Greenos have been there in all the big races and done it, but to get a greyhound like Wow She's Fast 6 months off and straight into a race like this and win would be huge.
Love to have Jackie Greeno mic'd up right now. She's just talking to Well She's Fast. I wonder what she's saying to her favourite girl.
I reckon.
Let's go to war again. This is your playground. Let's go and show them tonight.
Yep.
Here's Daniel Hibbert for the call.
It's the biggest price she's ever been in her life. And she returns after 6 months. She was 6 inches away from probably winning the Sapphire Crown. When she found bother, she's been off the scene and she comes back first up tonight. And there's an air of anticipation about what she could do in this race and going forward. Elite Machine and JSJ, you're getting $16 about them on the fixed odds, and they're both millionaires. That is the quality of this race. The Sportsbet Top Gun. 230 Alpha Zulu, 360 for Scalacci. Starting signal given, and they're about to move in. The big one of the night. Crowd right on the fence, watching as 8 of the best in the land go into battle. And the green light is turned on. The lure rolls. The Sportsbet Top Gun, they're set to go. Ready. Racing. Good speed in the centre from Launch Code. Pushing forward. Transponder's going to find the front here, and he got clear by 2. Going through to second, Scalacci. From on the outside, Alpha Zulu. Up to fourth was J is J. They race clear on the rest. Next in the field, Elite Machine from Launch Code. Transponder. Wow, she's fast. But Transponder's a mile in front here. It's 5 clear. J is J runs to second. Alpha Zulu, Scalacci next, but it's a one-act affair. Transponder wins the Top Gun by 6 lengths over J is J, Alpha Zulu, Scalacci. A gap to Big Energy, Wow She's Fast, Launch Code, and Elite Machine. That race was over by the time they went past the post the first time. 29.74.
Well, I tell you what, the emotions are running high. Holly, Luke Thompson, brother and sister here, absolutely smashing the Top Gun apart. How about that? I think I'll go to you. Actually, I'll go to you, Holly. Say something.
I don't know what to say.
She doesn't know what to say. This is the sheer emotion, Luke, of winning a race like the Top Gun. Your family, Team Thompson, have made this race their own.
To win any big race is an absolute thrill and a privilege, and everyone was kind of thinking he's going to be the dog that makes the race for Alpha Zulu and Scalacci, but they've got he's a Group 1 winner himself. He's a classy dog, and when he gets everything his own way, that's what he can do.
It's exactly what he can do. He can miss the kick time to time, but he is just absolutely pinged the start today. Flew out, he's gone 5.10, but he just exploded through that first corner. And I would almost go out and say, from the end of the first straight to the end of the back straight, there's not a greyhound around that's quicker than Transponder.
Yeah, when he hits the ground running and gets clear air, he can do that. He can run the 17.56 on a coolish night at here. So, yeah, everyone thought he was going to be the second stringer, but he showed, what a top dog he is.
Did it surprise you at all just how good he's gone?
Not really. When we looked at the draw, we thought there isn't a lot of speed. Like, Launch Code can show speed, but he actually steps a little bit right off the track, which is going to give him the clear air. And we thought, this dog, if he gets left alone and can jump himself, put himself into the race, well, he's a massive chance, and he's gone out and done that tonight.
Hey, let's look ahead to the Phoenix. Postman Pat locked away. Alpha Zulu locked away. You would think the Top Gun winner, Transponder, maybe asserts himself up to being a genuine contender there.
He puts himself in contention on the back of that, 2 Group 1s, and he's the type of dog, with the way the box draw is done, with it being, you can select your own draw. Box 8 could be available first, could be available last for him, so I think that's a massive case for him to be into the race. So we'd love to have 3, and if he's the third one, would be rapt.
Congrats, Luke. Another phenomenal performance from Team Thompson. A Top Gun success with Transponder. Well done.
Thanks, James.
Well, there we go, guys. Transponder. He may well have been the second stringer to many. Not to Luke Thompson. He said he was a jet. Look at that for a performance. 29.70 and ran the legs off them in the Top Gun of 2023.
Loved it, James. There's tears of joy for Holly Thompson as she gives her favourite boy, Transponder, a big kiss after he takes out the Sportsbet Top Gun in devastating fashion, leading all of the way. JSJ, the Queenslander, he was mighty in defeat. Alpha Zulu third. We'll take a break and then we'll come back and recap this year's Sportsbet Top Gun, and it was that bloke, sensational from start to finish, to take out the Group 1 feature tonight. The Thompson family, they're a famous family, and they get the job done there in sensational fashion with Transponder. They win their 3rd Sportsbet Top Gun, and they do it in sensational fashion. We all thought it might have been Alpha Zulu, who was the shortest of the greyhounds from the Thompson camp with the market there for the Top Gun, but Transponder won like a $1.60 chance to defeat the Queenslander, the $1 Million Chase champ in JSJ. Alpha Zulu third, and Scalacci needed to lead, but he never gave up the fight tonight, finishing 4th. There's Holly Thompson. She has regained her emotion, and she's having a chat to Corey Smith from the Meadows after that success tonight. Of course, it's Jason Thompson's 3rd Top Gun, and Georgie Ferrugia, please explain why this greyhound started $12.
Well, obviously because of the speed in 1 and 2. You had Wow She's Fast, you had Big Energy. He was almost a forgotten greyhound. I mean, He won the Adelaide Cup. He deserved his spot in this race. And what I found really weird was he went 5.10 early, which is no slouch run, but he led them so clearly, Mitch.
Yeah, we thought we'd be looking at something potentially sub-5.
Yeah.
5.10. The thing for me with Transponder, why the price was there, is because of his racing pattern. He's a 5.20 dog normally. He pushes off the track. He didn't get a chance to push off the track. He found himself in front. It was phenomenal. The last few runs at Sandown, he's been hooking wide and running home at him. Once he lobbed in front here, that was curtains. Game, set, match. I tell you who was an almighty run. JSJ was enormous. From box 8, if there's a greyhound to follow through this next carnival, he would have to be in contention.
And there was trouble behind because there was a few greyhounds, like a Well She's Fast, that got caught back up in the wash there because Elite Machine went back through the field, and Well She's Fast copped a check. So we really didn't get a great guide on how she's going, Georgie.
Yeah.
Because she might be the story here. Wonder what the Greenos will do with her. Do they go, well, it wasn't her night tonight?
Yeah, I mean, she started favourite in last year's Top Gun and I think finished at the tail of the field as well, and then regrouped and came out and still won a Phoenix. So as long as she pulls up okay, I think that's the main thing. Launch Code, no luck. Elite Machine, no luck. Big Energy, no luck. But Transponder, that's what you need to do in greyhound racing, Gareth. You need to get to the front. 5.10 and running 29.70. He's now a dual group winner. Fantastic.
So if you're locked in, say, a Scalacci and Alpha Zulu for a Phoenix, have they gone too early, Mitchie?
No, you can never go too well. You can never go too early with these superstars, I don't think. You want to try and get the best dog locked in and so no one else can take him. But I reckon tonight might have opened up a few different doors for a slot. There's a couple of greyhounds there that I reckon were big. Others Wow, she's fast. What will go on with sports bet there, but box draws are kind of cruel there in a sense.
We'll have a chat about this Phoenix because I think it's intriguing. So what the Phoenix is, it's Greyhound slot race, it's Greyhounds Everest, and already a few of the slot holders have made their move and selected Greyhounds, like of course Zulu, Alpha Zulu and Scalacci. But tonight we're seeing some wonderful performances already, so it makes it really interesting to see what happens with what a few of the slot holders will be doing now, because I don't know, for instance, what about the Hume Cup winner?
Hector Fawley?
Yeah, Hector Fawley.
He'd be a huge show in a Phoenix, I reckon.
Yep.
Get back, get to the fence and rattle home.
For mine, Georgie, and I know SEN had a slot in the first couple of years, and Troy Little was our man who's a wonderful greyhound judge, and he liked to pick our dog, and the later the better, because a lot can change with these animals, as we saw tonight a little bit with the Melbourne Cup champ, who was sensational a little earlier on in the night, of course, in Yarchi Bale, who can jump out of the ground all of a sudden within a couple of weeks.
But in saying that, with Wow She's Fast, I think they got her pretty quickly as well. So sometimes they can work in your favour. I think you were a little bit tongue-in-cheek earlier where you said Team Thompson might have half the field of the Phoenix.
No, I'm serious.
Well, they might.
Yeah.
Because Transponder might be snapped up. There might be a few other greyhounds as well. So,
and that's what makes it hard for the slot holders, because Thompson can go, all right then. Usually I think it's around 30-70 the deal, 30 to the greyhound owners and trainer, and 70 to the slot holders.
Yep.
But now Jason Thompson can go, all right then, I've got half the field. If you want my dogs, it's 50-50. And if you don't want to go 50-50, find another dog.
Yep.
And they'll have to go back to him, won't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially with runs like that.
Well, with the Phoenix, what it does now, because it's a hand-selected box draw, that everyone goes, we want 1, 2, 3 or 4. But if I'm a slot holder here, I'm thinking outside the box. Transponder goes awesome off box 8.
Yep.
It went well today off box 3. It'll whip down the outside. If you can run a 5, 10, 17, 56 like it did tonight, I'm thinking, all right, if I've got a slot, I'll get Transponder and I'll take the 8.
That's great thinking. And what about the Queenslander Jays? Jay, surely the Zamet phone's got to be ringing now, Georgie.
Well, I mean, I just didn't think how was it going to get across from box 8. It just stayed out of trouble, powered home. Its win in the $1 Million Chase was outstanding.
It's tough as nails.
That was a great little race there too. But
well,
it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks.
He has to get a slot JSJ, because we know if he draws low like he did in a $1 Million Chase, if he drew 1 or 2 tonight, he nearly wins.
Yep.
Well, one of the slots obviously is with Racing Queensland, and you've got to go through an actual qualification to get the race. So it'll be interesting.
Do they do that? Because it runs in conjunction with the Melbourne Cup, doesn't it?
Yeah, so they might choose to try to get in a different avenue. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks.
Yeah, it is. Let's have a look at the market for the second last tier. This is a Good Bloke Society race. And Kanji Uganda at $3.10, Sipping Crusader $4.60. What else can you tell us about this market, Mitchie?
Yeah, race 11, the Good Blokes Society race. Kanji Uganda, the 2, $3.40 into $3.10 for Team Daly. The 8, Zipping Crusader, $6 into $4.60, well supported. 1, West Star Commander is $4 out to $5. Quested Bale, the 3, $5.50 out to $6.50. And one of the bigger moves, Crystal Bale, $9.50 into $6, back out to $6.50 as we speak. Now into $6, Crystal Bale. The others, Closure, Shanlin Wild and Angus Keeping, double figures or more. Chances are you're about to lose. For friend confidential support, call the 1-800 number on screen or visit the Gambling Help online website. And there we are, Bet with Mates. Start a group now. It's the easiest way to bet and banter all in one place. I tell you what, the crew on course tonight, that young fella that won the trip over to LA, they had plenty of banter and they would have a Bets with Mates group. Jump on, check it out. There's nothing more fun.
Tell us how this race pans out here, Georgie, with the speed map, and then analyse this contest for us and help us back the next winner, please.
Yeah, going for a bit of value. Here's the speed map here. I've gone for Quested Bale on top. Look, it's a greyhound that needs to lead, Gareth. If it doesn't, our ticket will be confetti. But we're going to watch a replay here of Quested Bale win from box 2. I believe that's coming up soon. And if it shows the speed that it showed this day, I think it'll be fairly hard to beat. Here it is off box 2. Didn't jump all that well, but then started to really push through. And it was a good little win here. I like where it's drawn again here, Gareth, and I think it's a bit of a chance, Quested Bale. But as I said, it needs to be up in the leading couple, or else we're in a bit of trouble.
So what needs to happen here, because Quested Bale can begin, do they make and pave way for him to do what he did just there with Kanji Uganda and Western Commander drawn inside of him?
Yeah, look, I think he should be able to outpace those greyhounds, and that'll be the key for him. Shannon Wild's not a really good beginner in box 4, so it should get enough room early to just get itself into a nice enough position.
James Vandermark, take it away here, mate, as we head back to you.
Just want to head a couple of steps behind me here over to Team Daly. They've got 2 runners in the race, and I think they hold a really big key to the race. Both quick beginners, Quested Bale, Kanji Uganda. I'm sort of leaning to Kanji Uganda after a blitz in the Geelong Oaks. She's a genuine speed machine.
Yeah, she didn't fly out of the box at Geelong, but she did get out quite well, so hopefully she can get on the bunny tonight.
Who do you rate as the best of the 2 as we let you run?
Yeah, not much between them.
Not much between them. That's a great insight there between the 2 and the 3. I think the box draw might be something that I guess is a little advantageous for the 2. What about you, Marky Delbridge? A pretty good night at the office, mate. Before we talk about this race, Yachi Bale, mate, the king is back.
Oh, yeah, he definitely went good. It said never got hit. It said, showed what he was made of again.
2 in this race. 3. 1 behind us. Who's the best of the 3 then? We'll keep it nice and simple.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. You got me buggered.
Come on, mate. Give us something.
8 maybe, but depends how he begins.
Yeah, he's strong as a day is long, Sipping Crusader, isn't he?
He sure is. As I said, the 4 one's off a bit. This bitch will probably lead, but she gets a little bit tired. Her run wasn't bad last week, so yeah, if she could do what she did last week, she's probably got a chance of winning, I suppose.
I tell you what, Mark, a couple of years ago you didn't say too much. Now we can't shut you up.
I'm getting better.
Good on you, Marky. All the best. He's got 3 in the race, so he's got 3 of the 8 boys. I think that would mean he's a genuine chance in the race.
I love the insight from Tommy Daly there. Any chance you can help us out, brother? Tommy, who do you like? Oh, they both got great chances. Terrific insight. We were hoping he was saying Quested Bale at 7.50. Mark Delbridge says Crystal Bale will lead, Georgie.
Yeah, look, there's a little bit of speed on. I just hope Quested Bale gets to the fence and is able to hold that position. Kanji Uganda, as Jim Bob mentioned, won the Geelong Oaks last start. Was an impressive victory. 6.49 early. He's humming at Geelong.
Yeah, flying, and if flies the lids here, it'll be hard to beat on with it. My numbers were 2, 4, 1 and 8. I tell you what, Shannon Wild, I mentioned the Black Book function before on the Sportsbet app. It's going to go in mine because this greyhound will run over 600 metres in the not-too-distant future, and it's a big chance in this. I think well over the odds. I think we're getting $14 or $15 with Sportsbet as we speak. But I'm with Kanji Uganda with a small play towards the 4.
All right, then I'm with Quested Bale. Only because Georgie told me to at the start of the 9. I can't jump off that bandwagon now, even though Tommy didn't give us much of an insight.
We're never going to get too much out of him. But
I love Tommy.
I love how Marky Delbridge goes, I'm getting better. That's
I tell you,
that's true.
Since I did the coverage this time last year, Mark Delbridge has grown a leg with his media performance.
Yep.
Yes.
Tommy Daly's been sensational.
Yep.
Georgie, haven't seen Georgie tonight, have we?
George Daly?
Yeah.
No, he won't be here.
No, he'll be at home. Yeah.
You can't. He probably is George Daly. We wouldn't know the difference anyway. They're twins, and they're at the start here behind the boxes. So we're about to.
Who are you with here, Gareth? Who do you like?
I Quested Bale. Get to the front. If there's not much between Kanji Uganda and Quested Bale, you've got to back Quested Bale, don't you? It's about $7 with sports.
Yeah, a little bit of value.
I'm going for the form. That Geelong run was blistering. Hopefully gets to the front and goes, and has won 4 of its 6 wins off boxes 1 and 2.
All right, then you talked me into that one as well. But the Daily can't be the Delbridge camp. Yeah. Fair to say my arm's easily twisted as we head up to Daniel Hibbert for the call.
Quested Bale's won 11 of 53 and Crystal Bale 13 of 71. About to get set. Race number 11, the Good Blokes Society. Favourite box 2, Kanji Uganda, but it's another open race. And the race after the Top Gun transponder, a magnificent performance. And he was able to find the front, and that was the last they saw of him tonight. Group 1 glory for transponder. Just about ready to go for the second last. The Good Blokes Society Grade 5. Favourite in the 2, Kanji Uganda. The green light is on. And the lure rolls. They're set. Racing Kanji Gander only fair to begin. Crystal Bale's got speed, so's Quested Bale. Trying to get across was Closure, and right behind them West Star Commander as they hit the first turn. Railing through now Kanji Gander gets up to third and fourth. Back in the field Shannon Wild with Zipping Crusader and Angus Keeping. But Quested Bale is away. Leads out by a half a dozen. Getting up to second West Star Commander. Kanji Gander trying to run on was Closure with Shannon Wild around the turn. It's all Quested Bale. Charging Kanji Uganda, but Quested Bale 3 lengths on the line over Kanji Uganda. Zipping Crusader roared home for third. Fourth home will be Closure. Next in was Shannon Wild from Crystal Bale, West Star Commander and Angus Keeping. And the gallop is 30 and 16.
Okay, there's not much between them. About a length as it turns out there, Tommy.
Yeah, I was a length out.
You weren't too far away. Tommy Daly here after taking out the Quinella in race 11. You pretty much gave it perfectly. There wasn't much between them. Quested Bale I thought was good, but I actually reckon the run in defeat, Kanji Uganda, was the better of the two runs.
It was actually. She got in a bit of trouble. She had to squeeze under that dog down the back and come home strongly. So, yeah, both good runs.
And as you said, she's not necessarily an electric beginner, Kanji Uganda, but she builds momentum. And we see the head-on footage here. She was crowded up a little bit early too, Kanji Uganda. So to recover from that little first bump and then hit the line the way she did, I reckon that was something really nice there in runners-up. One for the Black Book, Tom.
It was actually, yeah. She sort of went off a little bit for a little while. She had a little injury, but we've sorted that out, and so she's come back nicely.
Well done, mate. Congrats. Tommy Daly there going 1-2 in race number 11, and it was Quested Bale getting the better of Kanji Uganda, who, lads, I think was the better of the runs.
Better luck, Jimmy. The winner was the 3, Quested Bale. I wonder if that were tab tickets that Tommy was looking at.
He was counting.
Kennel
tickets.
Oh, there you go. Hey, we'll take a break.
He's going to pull them out and show Jimmy. I told you.
Holly Thompson will be joining us straight after this, the handler, of course, of the Topgun winner of 2023 Transponder. Welcome back to our coverage here of Topgun Night for the opening night of the Dream Chasers Festival. And we just had the winner of their Quested Bale leading all of the way, defeating Kanji Uganda, the kennel mate, who was mighty in defeat as well. Quested Bale, $783, Kanji Uganda, $1.70. As James Vandermark pointed out, Mitchie Abaya, Kanji Uganda could be the black booker there, Sipping Crusader third, and Closure was fourth. So 3, 2, 8 and 7 after race number 11 there at the Meadows. Race 12 will be our final event, and the party's just about to begin here, as you can see at the Meadows. Where's Terry Bailey? Is he amongst the dancers there with the robots?
Hey, that's him on the decks, isn't he? The one on the decks, I think.
Yeah. About to catch up with Holly Thompson, who will join us here on stage after her greyhound transponder took out the Top Gun for the sprinters in devastating fashion, leading all of the way at a double-figure price, but he jumped beautifully, Mitchie, and after that he never looked like getting beat.
No, definitely not. All the talk was around Alpha Zulu. Transponder was the one that was forgotten about and comes out and absolutely brains them. So may well have put itself in Phoenix contention, and a greyhound that I know Jason was very confident would be selected in this Top Gun based on recent form. So made the race, probably wasn't drawn that well, but there we are, the replay there as Holly just joins us. And there's, get the mic, there we go. We'll jump on in, but we're just watching the replay here of Transponder. This won't be the last time you watch this replay, will it? You'll go home and watch it over and over again. But tell us, Alpha Zulu was all the talk, and Transponder's come out and absolutely blitzed them.
Yeah, I think everyone started doubting Transponder when he had box 3, which is fair enough. He does like to go outside the track. I personally wanted box 7 when I first saw that he got in, but I knew that, you know, he's won from box 1 in the Adelaide Cup, so it was doable. He just had to do all the right things, and he did, and yeah, the emotions got the better of me, I guess.
Yeah, so why was it so emotional? Obviously you win this big Group 1, but is he your favourite dog back home?
Yeah, he does have a special place in my heart. Even when I think I stopped handling that about 38 weeks pregnant, I just kept telling Mum I need to keep handling this dog. And once I had my son, I just kept watching Luke box him, and I said, I have to come back just to handle this dog. He's near and dear to my heart, and I remember how I was when he won the Adelaide Cup, and I think I cried more tonight.
Yeah. So what's the secret to him then? Why do you get on with him so well?
I think it's just his personality. If you see him out on the track, he's probably one of the strongest dogs we've got. He's pulling your arm off the whole time, and I just love, how spirited he is. I guess he's full on, and I guess I am too. So we've got a lot in common.
Hey, I tell you, Holly, siblings usually kick each other, push each other, pull each other's hair, and trip each other over. Well, after the race, Lukey's just embraced you, put the arm around, and it really is a changing of the guard in a sense with yourself and Luke doing all the running around, handling duties, and mum and dad just get to put the feet up back at home, and I'm sure they'd be absolutely stoked.
Yeah, mum and dad love being at home. They prefer actually watching it on the telly, and it's even better they get to watch my little son. So yeah, hopefully he was not sleeping and actually watched the race. He's pretty good at falling asleep and missing out on the big ones, but hopefully they're all watching tonight at home, and it's great. Yeah, Luke and I get to do it. We both love the travelling, we both love the racing, and we always embrace each other when we win the races.
Have you had a chat to mum and dad yet? What did they have to say?
I actually haven't.
Okay.
I had to quickly give Luke transponder so I could catch in race 11, so I haven't had a chance to even watch the replay. I'll probably be the first person I'll FaceTime will be mum and my son.
Yeah. Little two-part question for you. We mentioned earlier about McDonald's and greyhound trainers spoiling their dogs after win. Will you be going there? And then where's Transponder going after tonight's race meeting? What is the next race of target?
Well, when Benny took him up to Adelaide, he did get a thick shake and some nuggets. So I know I definitely might be thinking about it, much to Dad's disgust. But yeah, just be keeping him sound and getting him through the dream traces, for the Melbourne Cup. It's just, the sky's the limit really for him at the moment.
So that was your father, Jason's third Top Gun. When are you going to kick him out of the form book and form guide and put your name there, Holly?
I do have my trainer's licence, but the dogs just do well in his name. I guess he does all the work, so we can't take any credit.
Less pressure in his name than yours?
Definitely. I'm just the handler. I just put him in the box, and it's all up to them. And it's pretty good that it's in Dad's name, I guess.
Is there a secret to handling a greyhound?
What did you say to Transponder before you put him in the box? So surely we were trying to understand what Jackie Greeno was saying to her. She's fast. Now let's just rewind back a little bit. What was coming out of your mouth in the ear of Transponder?
When the stir-up finished, I did tell him, he can do it, which I personally believed he was able to win the race. And before he goes in, I give him a kiss and tell him I love him, and just to stay sound around the track, and that's what he did. Oh,
that's sensational. And I know your mum, I forget the greyhound's name, but Shona used to handle one of your...
Black Opium?
Yeah, Black Opium. and your dad, I think, went to Wentworth Park and handled her before, and she went terribly. So she needed your mum. What would happen if your dad handled Transponder?
Dad wouldn't put his hand up to handle any of the dogs at the moment. He much prefers staying at home.
What is he, a jinx, or they just don't like him?
He was contemplating coming tonight, I'll be honest, and he keeps saying that he went to Brisbane and then he went to Wentworth Park and Postman Pat was in both races, and he didn't win either of them, so he thinks he's a bit of bad luck.
Yeah. He's superstitious.
Yeah, we're very superstitious with everything. We like to keep everything the same, and so it was definitely a hard choice for me. Boxing which dog, and I just left it up to Dad.
So if I had a slot in the Phoenix...
I was just about to ask this.
Yeah, and
going down the right path here.
And there was a new rule that a trainer could only have one dog. Which dog would you choose? That's a great question.
It's a good question.
It is a good question.
They could have half the field here.
I know, I just want the one.
They've all got the ability. I really like Flying Zulu, who's coming through. I will admit, he's definitely getting the speed right. First couple of starts, he just wasn't getting the start right. He was sitting in the boxes.
Yep.
And now he's coming out with him. If he starts to jump, he'll definitely be a big threat. All
right, while we got you here, we might as well make the most of it, Holly. I'm just going to my Sportsbet account. I'm going to have a look at the futures market for the Melbourne Cup. No, that's the next one, the Sportsbet Melbourne Cup. Alpha Zulu's $5.50. Flying Zulu, $8.50. So that's the one. Where is your boy Transponder?
He'll be there.
He's not even on the first page.
Speaking of Transponder, Phoenix, it's not too far away, has to be in contention, because I said earlier that a lot of people, when it comes to the Phoenix, they want inside draws. He's a greyhound that can win from the outside draw, and you said you wanted box 7 for this. If I'm a slot holder in the Phoenix, I'm thinking the other way and saying, transponder. Let's have a phone call. Why not draw box 7 or 8 and scoot down the outside?
That's all up to Dad. It's got nothing to do with me. I just box the dogs.
He's $21 transponder. That's a ridiculous price.
It is. After tonight, absolutely airborne.
I'll snap that up on Sportsbet right now. Hey, Holly, well done. Congratulations. Say
Thanks
hello
very
to your
much.
mum and dad for us.
I will.
Who's Ben Thompson? No one knows who he is now. Holly and all that. They're the
It's a scary good family, isn't it?
Yeah, well done. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, guys.
Enjoy
Thanks,
the
Holly.
soft serve with transponder today.
Thanks.
Shake, vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, whichever flavour.
Great to catch up with Holly Thompson. What a terrific family.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, they're all so well spoken as well. Lukey, Holly, even Jay Shona, they all speak so well.
So many of them.
Fondly, there is. And the numbers are growing.
Yep.
So here we go, race 12, not too far away. The Meadow.
Take it away,
The
Mitchie.
Westlink container sales. Irinka Daniel. Now talk about a greyhound that's coming here for the first time. The interstater, or international as you would say it.
Yes.
$1.70 out to $1.80. Ethanol extra is $4, or is it scratched by the... No? $4 at the moment. Ear letter bail, one of my favourites, 7 into $6. Snowman, well, I tell you what, I feel like one at the moment. It's absolutely freezing down here. $7.50 out to $9. Lamia Ernie, a speed machine, $12 out to $13. Yarrell Bale, Roxy Uzo, and rumour has it $16 or greater. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the 1-800 number on screen or visit the Gambling Help online website.
1-800-858-858. Let's have a look at the speed map here, Georgie Ferrugia. We need a winner to get out on a long, long day from Derby Day or the end of Champions Day now to the Meadows, Georgie. No pressure.
Georgie's flying. He's just covered half the night.
I tell you what.
I got 100 text messages. Gareth, what's Georgie like?
Well, mate, you
Tipping
you
$7
are
winners.
cashed up after question.
Yeah.
You've got to buy me no boo, like you said. Just quickly, the ground in box 8, Roxy Uzo, surely maps on top here in terms of its speed, but I just want to show a replay of Ethanol Extra. This comes back to that Droopy Sydney litter we were speaking about. Ethanol Extra here, drawn off box 8. Not always the best out, but once they start to muster these greyhounds, Gareth, they really, really go well. I think they're going to be really handy greyhounds over 500 and even 600, this litter. And again, it's a little bit of the unknown at the moment with Irinka Daniel, is a greyhound from New South Wales. I know you don't like those greyhounds, Gareth, when they're first up here at the Meadows. And I've got Ethanol Extra on top. I think she can get into a nice position here. I think she's continually improving, and I think she's at nice value here.
Yeah, I was with the 1 to beat the 2 here. I just thought Irinka Daniel goes well off an inside draw. 3 of the 4 wins have come from boxes 1, 2 and 3. The question I got for you, the 2, what was its first split like compared to Kanji Uganda and even like a Quested Bale, let's say? Like, are you thinking it can somewhat find a top 3 position early and then be too strong late?
No, it's probably about 3 lengths behind what a Kanji Uganda could do. So I'm just hoping it gets a nice little run behind them here. I think from box 2, as I said, I've got an opinion of this litter. I think they're going to go places, and Ethanol Extra looking for 4 wins on the trot.
Geez, the stirrup just gets me excited as well. I'm ready to go.
You'd be 1,000 to 1 coming out of one of these boxes.
No, box 1 will be hard to beat. Jimmy, can you get a close-up after you do these interviews of your phone? Because I want to see how many steps you've actually done tonight.
Oh, I can't do that, Gareth, but I'm sure it would be in the millions, fair to say. I'm absolutely buggered, to be honest.
He's charging by the step, not by the hour.
Hey, I've got Jack Smith with me here. Drawn box number 1 with the favourite, currently around the 175 mark, Irinka Daniel. What do we make of that? He's had 2 looks here. He's strong.
He's had 1 look here. He is strong. They just need to get the start right. I think he is a noted bad beginner, but he is getting a bit better, so let's hope he gets it tonight.
Hey, 2 starts after tonight is what I was getting at, Jackie boy. Where does he need to get to early to get the job done? Do you think the price is fair?
No, I'd like to be a bookmaker myself, but anyhow.
Hey, and what do you make of Palawa King? He completely bombed the start, but his run was massive.
He went to sleep, mate. I don't know what he's doing.
That's it. Well, long drive home, mate. We wish you well over the next few weeks. We'll drop back a little bit further here, right back to number 7. We're going to catch up with Chrissy Armstrong, Lamia Ernie, a bit of a progressive greyhound who's going to go round at a big price. Chrissy, welcome to the Meadows, mate. Progressive type, this boy Lamia Ernie, and he's got plenty of early toe.
Oh, yeah, he just keeps improving. For a dog that didn't have much ability at the start, he's just improved every run. So just hope he can finish somewhere in the first 4 here and keep improving from here.
I know from day one he was a greyhound that you were just sort of looking to knock off a maiden with and then go from there. And now he's performing really, really well and really, really consistently.
Yeah, no, he's going well. He just keeps improving. He's actually surprised me, but there's still more improvement left in him yet. So hopefully he can hit the line well and keep improving for future.
There we go, a bit of positivity around Lamia Ernie, a greyhound who is definitely progressive, lads. Tough little race the last. I'm gonna go with Jack Smith's runner, Arinka Daniel. He didn't fill me with confidence. He said he'd rather be the bookmaker at the 175, but I think he's such a good trainer, and this dog's got some really good form in country New South Wales. I think he'll bring that to Melbourne, and on a big night, he'll take out the last race on Top Gun night.
You got to love Jack Smith. No wonder Palawa King was sleeping. Jack looks like he's asleep.
He's got a long way to go home, I believe.
The Forbes, yeah. I can't believe you're all taking $1.75 for an interstate greyhound. How many times do I have to tell you?
No, I want ethanol extra. Yeah,
Right,
I just hope it can go 4 in a row.
You're going to have to wait just after this race until you can get on the ethanols, all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I tell you, I love how...
It'll warm us up.
Yeah, it would. It would. I love how Jimmy Vandermatt turned that around. He said 2 starts at the track. Jackie said 1, and then James goes, no, 2 starts after tonight.
He's had a big night. He's had a big night.
He has. He's covered 26,000 steps. I'll tell you what, it's going to be...
He's one of the great tennis players in community tennis, they tell me, James Vandermaat.
And have you seen the screamer? He almost got as high as the MCG.
You know the great Dan Malecki, the superstar race caller, he's watching tonight. And
played tennis against him many times.
I played tennis against him, and you would think you would go and back yourself against Dan Malecki, be $1.10 to beat him.
Can play.
He plays like Roger Federer.
Can play, especially near the net, mate.
Yeah. Unbelievable athleticism for a man that just doesn't look like an athlete. I can't talk either.
We heard Jack Smith say Arinka Daniel's notoriously a bad beginner.
So you've got to get on ethanol, don't you?
Where's the
not literally,
where's the
but
early speed coming from here? Is it the 7 and the 8, Lamia Ernie and Roxy Uzo? That's how I had it as.
The early speed's coming off the track.
Yeah.
His early start here, you'd hope that he improved, but the early start here, he went 5:40 early, which means he's going to be at the back of the pack unless he improves. So, look, he's a talented greyhound, but I just like where Ethanol Extra's heading.
Let's head to the greatest ever community tennis player, James Vandermaat, for his late mail.
Even better local footballer, Gareth. You know that, mate. I actually had a chat with a couple of well-known footballers not too long ago, Michael Hurley and Joshy Jenkins, and they couldn't believe how large that mark was, that specky. They even said it was Moorcroft-like, but they also said they didn't believe it was me. Hey, I'm with number 1 on top here. I think the favourite can get the job done. The reason being, I think he speed maps really well. Number 2 should begin quickly, Ethanol Extra, hold the lead. And I think if Arinka Daniel gets up to leaders back, as long as he doesn't do a Palawa King, I think he'll win the last. So I'm with the favourite in the lucky last tonight, guys.
All right, then I think he will do a Palawa King. Looking at him now, I'm no greyhound expert, but I'm with Ethanol Extra. What price can you get me for the 2 now, Mitchie?
There you go. Arinka Daniels $1.80 and holding firm. Ethanol Extra, even as much of a push as Georgie Ferrugi's given it, still around the $4.80 mark. It's value. There's no doubt about that. Earletter Bales at $6, Yarrell Bale $11, Snowman's $13s, Lamia Ernie could be value there at $16, Roxy Uzo at $20s, and rumour has it out to $67. Yeah. Chances are you are about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the 1-800 number on screen or visit the Gambling Help online website.
Cody Charles just trained the first winner there at the Cannington Greyhounds. He's here tonight.
He's just behind us.
He trains the national champ. And he wanted to have a crack at you, Georgie, for not putting his greyhound into the Top Gun.
I'm not on
How
the
does
panel.
a national champion...
I am not on the panel. There are other people on this broadcast who are on the panel, but not me.
Oh, are they, Mitchie?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
No, definitely not.
Aren't you a consultant? A paid consultant?
JVDM, is he on the panel?
I want to do this. I reckon I'd be one of the great motivators.
Behind the box?
Yeah, I'd say Ethanol. The one's asleep. Jack Smith hasn't performed all night. You've got this interstate greyhound. Go and do it for Georgie and the punters out there in the last race all day that everybody's watching, and go and win again. What's he? He's looking for another back-to-back victory.
I've got
or
one,
4 wins.
I've got one thing for you, right?
Yep.
You're Jack Smith now. You're gonna have a whisper in the one's ear.
Yeah.
What are you saying to it after it hasn't been out of step for the last 5 starts?
Please bloody win, because it's going to be a long, long way back to Forbes.
I'd say
there's no McDonald's for you if you don't get this done. Let's head to Daniel Hibbert, who's done a sensational job tonight for the lucky last.
Again, Saturday night at Sandown for the shootout. More preludes of the Melbourne Cup. And then the following week, it's basically Derby Day at Sandown. The heats of the Melbourne Cup and the heats of the Bold Trees, the best night of racing for the year. They're set to go. Race number 12 at the Meadows. Ready. Racing, Arinka Daniel was a touch slow. Great speed out for Roxy Uzo, very deep. Ethanol Extras driving through now. Arinka Daniel off heels, gets to third, going via the Cape was Erletta Bale, and it took Yarrell Bale out with it. For past it was Rumour Has It, and Lamia Ernie down the back. It's Roxy Uzo in front, but here comes Daniel. Arinka Daniel goes up on the inside, takes the lead, goes for home. Ethanol Extras trying to get through to second, bumped again. Yarrell Bale running on, but it's all Arinka Daniel. Daniel, my son's the winner. Arinka Daniel won it by 5 and beat Ethanol Extra. Third home will be Rumour Has It, the bolter down the outside. And fourth, I think, along the fence, Erletta Bale. Next in was Snowman from Roxy Uzo. And then one of the last in was Yarrell Bale, who had no luck. The favourite wins the last in 30 and 31.
Thank goodness you're not a bookmaker tonight, Jackie Smith, because you're going to make some more money than you would have if you were.
That's right. Thank God I've got to pay this motel bill too. So.
Hey, mate, you've got plenty in the kick. You've had a very good run over the last few years, but that must be nice just to get a little bit of a consolation on what's been a pretty tough night for the kennel with a lot of bad luck.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, good dogs make their own luck, so you know, it's not easy, but they've done well.
100%. Tonight, he was impressive, that boy. He got the right run behind the speed, but that turn of pace from the end of the straight to the end of the back straight was phenomenal. He put them away in a stride.
Yeah, he can gallop, but he's just needs to get his box manners right, and I think he's getting a little better, but he still looks green, so...
Well, I tell you now, Jack, us Victorians rate you as one of, if not one of the best greyhound trainers, if not the best greyhound trainer in the game. What's the key to your success?
Trying it, behind every good man there's a good woman, they say, so the boss, mate. Yeah, she's there every day. Yeah.
So we all need a good woman behind the scenes to do all the work. That's the key, is it?
You certainly do, you certainly do.
Well, congrats, mate. We wish you well over the next couple of weeks. I'm sure we'll get to know each other in the next month or so. You've got a superstar kennel and a nice way to end a good night.
Well, I'm knocking up some. Hopefully she's going to come to Sandown.
Okay. We'll get her down here, mate. She'll only go better. Good on you, Jack Smith there, the winning trainer of the lucky last race of the night. And, boys, I did give you the speed map before the race. Ethanol Extra to lead, the red to get to leaders back, and bang, it's as easy as that.
Unbelievable, Jimmy Bob. You've been on fire today. And, geez, my pre-game speech worked for Arinka Daniel.
Macca's speech. Yeah, it did, didn't it?
So well done there. He never looked like getting beat.
How many McDonald's would he pass on the Hume on the way up to the Forbes? Probably about 642 of them.
Yeah.
The greyhound will start looking like a soft serve.
Georgie wouldn't know the drive because he flies privately.
Private jet.
Yeah.
Yours.
Yeah. When was the last time you paid for a drink? When you headed to the race?
Now you're being silly.
Members of the Topgun panel get to fly, do they?
Yeah, they actually.
now you are being
Terry Bailey, I tell you what a stellar debut. I can't wait for Tuesdays with Terry. If he doesn't talk about this coverage tonight, I'll be disappointed, Terry. But you've been sensational tonight.
We're together? Are we, Terry? I think we are together, mate. Yes. They're saying how good your performance was tonight, my man.
Righto, thanks for that, Gareth. We're a bit slow now, mate. It's freezing out here. And I'm watching the camera crew. They're wearing shorts. The last time I saw the great man James Vandermaat, he was at Sandown. No, it was at Flemington.
No, it was Sandown.
It was Sandown.
He was the Sandown vet, Terry. Come on, wake up.
No, before that. Might have been Caulfield. He was practice calling the racing. And I followed him ever since. Because I reckon he could have made a good horse caller, for sure. But what I loved about him the most was the hair.
Yes.
Remember the old days of the hair? He had bits of hair here. It was a maze of hair.
And look at it now.
And now I look at you and go, what happened to James?
Yes.
The dogs have got him.
12 years of race calling, mate, will do it. Have a look at you.
I've had more than 12, brother. Really enjoyed the coverage. Thanks for having me out here, guys. Well done to Matthew with the big prize as well. That was a bit of fun.
That was a really good night. Absolutely loved it. The racing was A1. Transponder brilliant. Ritzer Piper was outstanding. And the Hume Cup, I tell you what, this dog Hector Fawley, one of the greatest 600-metre dogs we've ever seen. And I reckon, gamble responsibly, I've been saying it for a while, back him to win the Sale Cup.
Gareth, I'm going to go home and dream about being here with a greyhound.
Yep. That's you dream. It just gets me excited already, Terry. I tell you what, I want to be involved with your first Group 1 greyhound. Let's hope it's not far away. That's it for tonight's coverage. Thank you to Terry. Thank you to James. Well done, Georgie. Terrific
It's been
stuff.
so much fun.
Hey, Mitchie, you've rushed here to get from cricket. You made a duck.
No, definitely not.
No, sorry.
The boys won by a run.
It was Responders Night tonight. What a performance. So many other highlights. Thanks for your company. Look forward to joining you once again next Saturday from Sandown for the shootout. Have a wonderful night.